So what's the difference between start streaming and manage broadcast?
It tells you which source you want to go for, and if there's more than one there, one of you fucked up and didn't end it on YouTube.
Probably.
Anyway.
Do we all have room?
What's happening?
Yeah. I can squeeze over a little.
How am I in 3 different places?
With 3 different people. This is how we.
You guys have faces?
This is how we check our audio.
No.
You guys are racist? Alright, who wants to open? Connor, I want you to open up. Give us your best professional opener.
Hello, world.
Please don't.
Alvin Spaceman here.
Faces?
This is how we check our audio. There we go.
Perfect opener.
Brogal, end of 2020.
Faces?
2020.
End of 2020 racist. There we go. Welcome to the Rushed End of the Year podcast. We have 30 minutes to get all this done.
Fuck, marry, kill. All of them.
Fuck, marry, kill?
Yes.
Here's the thing. You can't answer because words take too long. Kill, swallow it. Fuck in the pants and marry in the heart.
Fuck,
Let's
marry,
go.
kill. Pepperoni, cheese, crackers.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
go.
I gotta kill them all.
Kill crackers?
You're not supposed to say that.
You're not allowed on Twitch.
Welcome all.
Now you all look very cozy. I thought you said you don't look very cozy. Like, I mean,
No, you all
we
don't
usually
look
don't
cozy.
cram in on the couch, but I've made them cram.
Even here, we get interrupted by the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I got legs.
It doesn't matter where we go. The heart always stops. Anyway.
Quit throwing my
um,
balls everywhere.
For perspective, we're just in the living room. We did the podcast in the kitchen back there. I was like waiting for my thumb to come up on there, but it's on a latency. But
Yeah.
this is just a better room.
Well,
to do it in.
there's the actual stream latency because the frame rate isn't 60 hertz.
Yeah.
Then there's the actual stream latency of this is how it's going up.
Oh, do you like my Brogal branded cup? It's not
And
for
do you
sale.
like my definitely not water?
I can't believe it's definitely not water.
I can't believe it's definitely pot water. Anyway,
I made Code Red.
the first thing we're doing,
It's just going over
Let's-
everything we
let's
played
just-
this year.
let's just get right into it. The game
Yeah.
rankings. What would you guys say is the worst game? This is the only time I'm going to do this. What would you guys say is the worst game this year?
It's a toss between Mark of Korea and Mod Nation Racers.
Connor?
I don't know.
Moving on.
We all know what's number one at this point, right? Okay.
You guys always sounded like you wanted to kill yourself when it came
Sharky.
to Tome.
What? So,
Tom's
Tom's
in
the bad
last
one, yeah.
place,
She's real.
I'm not going to
A
do
bit
the
of
point-
delay to seeing and hearing you.
There's a bit of a delay in seeing and hearing me.
Like the
Yeah,
audio
So
video.
the
is that
audio video syncrasy.
So yeah, I was gonna have Tristan do that, but he's like, "No, we don't need a keyboard."
We can just fix that the way you usually do, right?
We got
Which is
Angry
why I was
Tristan
like-
today. Richard should be happy.
I can't believe they're not even gonna have you on screen to see the delay
Why do you have the input at a 600 millisecond delay?
because it's the same input as the normal stream stuff for an audio capture source.
Was that it?
Let's try it. Hold on. Let me just.
Headphones?
We can just fix it the way you usually do, right?
I just want to hear it. We
got Angry Tristan today. Richard should be happy.
Okay, but that's not telling you the delay.
Alright.
It tells us how we reacted to the delay.
Important knowledge.
Your ass is so defined in those pants.
We're good. Yeah, literally, that was good.
Show the world your
It was
ass,
just-
Tristan.
It was just initially fucked up.
Yeah, because it had a 600 millisecond delay. But
Well, it's the same one as the stream, so I told you,
Alright.
hey, go make a new one so you don't ruin the stream one, and then you didn't.
But it's a different source. Do you
Listen.
still have to like redo it, or does it carry
All
over?
right.
You can make it so it carries over, or you could just say, hey, make a new one for this scene instead of synchronizing
We
them.
could make a podcast about the end of the year, or we could talk about audio delays.
Finish that water already?
All right, the
Didn't talk.
worst game
Oh.
for this year is rated Bennett Foddy. Getting over it
Oh.
with Bennett Foddy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have too much value as a video game. It's just, but can I do it again faster?
But
Yeah.
but can I break my wrist trying to play a game that doesn't work?
You know what's crazy though about that game is the first time I played it, it took me like hours to get to a specific point. And then the second time I played it, it takes me like 20 minutes
They're just as much
to get to
better.
the same spot.
Fucking, I was expecting you to be like, the thing about the game is the first time I played it, I beat it in about 5 minutes, and then I could never recreate it on stream again.
Every time we streamed, I just sucked.
I have beat it though.
We're just
I
saying, wait, what was the
accomplished
best
it.
game? We're getting there.
We're
You know-
going.
That was the
Patient.
worst
You don't
thing.
fucking watch Iron Man 1 and then the first thing they say is, I can't believe Thanos snaps us in like 5 years. Like, no.
No, he's asking. There's no way that's the best game.
No.
No, that was the worst game.
That was the worst game. Now,
I swear to God, why do we let you two read chat when you can't fucking read?
who are you? Anyway, 80th place is Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Warrior.
That's the one on the fucking Game Boy. Isn't
Yes,
it?
Yep.
it is abysmal.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't have.
Did
It
you
doesn't
sell it?
have the room or capacity to be good on Game Boy.
The rumor?
The room or
Oh,
capacity.
room or.
You can't fucking make that game in a way that is good on that console. It does not have the room.
People don't care about the average points, right? I don't need to read those off. Okay.
No.
79 Mod Nation Racers.
Yeah, it was
I'm
just such a
surprised.
dog shit.
I'm
game.
surprised that got as low as it did.
It was horrible in every way.
I know, but because Sharky, I thought he
Because
would.
Creators
I
Club.
thought about Creators Club, and he goes, "No, car racers are bad."
Yeah.
I disagree. Best games I watch you play all the time. Yeah, because it sucked and we couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
There's a difference between I'm struggling and I'm learning and this is fun and I'm just stuck here.
I'm just stuck here.
Just the gameplay of Mod Nation sucked. Like the humor sucked. The characters sucked. The music sucked, for the most part.
But Biff.
Biff and Gary are like some of the worst characters ever created.
Yeah, sadly. 78 is Mark of Kree.
Yeah.
All games we played on the bottom, except
Yeah, it's almost like you're
Body.
bad at picking games.
But you picked Mark of Kree. You picked Mod
Sit
Nation.
normally.
I picked Dragon Ball Z.
I picked Dragon Ball Z.
You picked Beta Foddy, right?
I did.
How long will we go till we get to a game that Sharky picked?
Mark of Kree sucks. Like, unequivocally, I think it should be lower than all of this.
Like, you get what they're trying to do with the combat? Like,
That's
each
the one.
button is like a different target
That's
to
the
lock
one where it's
onto.
like a 3D space that they're fighting. And
Yeah.
it's just-
And it keeps rotating
yeah.
the fucking camera the entire fight. It sucks.
It's like Tekken but bad.
It's God of War at home.
77 is Clive and Wrench. What does that have over the other games? It
Nothing.
was made by one guy, so your expectations
Oh.
weren't as high.
Hmm.
That's all I can say about that. But then you think Undertale was made by one guy.
A lot of these games, like I just took one look at and I knew they were
Undertale
gonna be
isn't
bad.
3D.
Undertale.
Undertale is like 2 hours long.
No, it's
Hollow
not.
Knight was made by two guys.
Just
Hollow
took
Knight was
10
made by
years to
two
make.
guys.
One was the
The violinist.
music,
Oh.
music
there's-
composer, and the other was
Who did the art?
The other guy.
The
They're
other
other
still
guy.
doing the art.
they did everything.
They're still.
One guy did everything.
1999 Game Pass. 76 is Tome RPG.
Yeah.
I fucking
I-
locked that shit low because it just sounded like you guys wanted to kill yourselves every
No,
time
no,
you
no.
talked
Do you
about it.
remember what happened when you were like, "All right, we're gonna bump this lower"? It's the song. He was like, "This time." You were like, "All right, this." this
Yeah.
Wanna know why? It sounds like the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! GX opening.
Well, Curb was probably inspired by it.
This time we'll get
Working
no
out in the
sales.
schoolyard.
I'll say it, every iteration of the Tome franchise got worse.
And then each time it Curb's animation got
Yeah, the
worse.
animation got worse too.
Just like, I can't let this be an example of a game above the top fucking 40s.
75 is Over the Hedge. It's all Chris games.
At least these were a lot of like tests of time things. Like, hey, I used to like this. This is the cell
well,
test.
it
Yeah.
just seems like Over the Hedge was Lego Star Wars at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just. It wasn't like horrible. It was just annoying and like bland and really bad looking.
That sounds horrible.
Who made Lego Star Wars?
LucasArts.
That's why it's got.
Or like
bars,
no
right?
Traveler's Tales, or they renamed the TT games. But
Yeah.
TT
TT
Games is
Games.
Traveler's Tales?
yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, what do you think the T stand for?
They made the real Crash 4.
To quote Austin in 6th grade, I played TT games on my Wii.
Yeah, I play on my Wii all the time. 74. SpongeBob Super Sponge.
This really
No,
just
it's-
became Smoke Chris at all
So
costs.
like I still own the game. Like it's I don't know, it's fine for what it is, but it is a bunch of geometry vomit.
Yeah.
It's not worth 100%ing. It's not very good looking.
It's not very good.
But it's just like it's weird to have a SpongeBob game on like the PS1. So it's just more of like a novelty thing.
It's funny that...
Like you can play it and beat it in a sitting, knowing it's not good, but you can still get like a slight bit of enjoyment out of it.
I think it's hilarious that they got the voice of Mr. Krabs in that game.
No, they
No,
didn't.
is it not? What
No.
game am I thinking of that gets the voice? Oh, it's the new SpongeBob game.
Yeah, well, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, right after it had Clancy Brown come back, but then he couldn't come back for Battle over Bikini Bottom. So like just whenever he was
Did
available,
he
they
come
got
back
him.
for Rehydrated, or is that all reused?
Reused.
What a waste of my fucking time.
When I did my version of this list, I did everything 4 out of 10 that I played, and then everything that I've never played was after 4 out of 10,
Mhm.
and then everything that deserves to be at the bottom that
Stayed
I
at the
played
bottom.
stayed at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that might be why a lot of yours are lower.
That's kind of what I did. Like the
kind
games
of-
I didn't play generally
I
went
kind
in the
of
middle.
messed with my placements of games to make Tristan feel bad.
Yeah, I mean the rankings overall don't really matter. It's just a fun.
Yeah.
Way
I
to
mean,
do
most of the time I was just like, put this game above
Sharky
Jack
put
and
Jack
Dexter.
and Dexter like smack dab like below middle, just to
I'm
fuck
just
with
like, put this above
this
Jack
booger
and
over here.
Dexter.
me.
Put this above Jack and Dexter.
73 was Dead Space Extraction, which
That game isn't real.
That's like a poor man's on rail shooter.
That is another Chris choice.
no, that wasn't me.
Well,
No.
I owned it. Like I did want to play it. I didn't want it. It
So-
just came with Dead
so-
Space 2.
What happened with Dead Space Extraction is that last year we were supposed to play Dead Space 2 and Extraction, but because there was like there was other things I wanted to get to by the end of the year, and we were so close to the end of the year, I was like, let's just wait on Extraction. We'll play Extraction next year. Both games were disappointing.
Yeah,
Dead
2
Space-
like was not very good.
Two
I'm
is
contemplating
supposed to
selling
be,
both of them.
The
But I don't
two
know.
is what I heard supposed to be the best Dead Space game. It was so fucking shitty compared to
like the
first
gameplay
one.
was about like
Because it was literally like, and now we're flashing lights in your face.
Yeah.
Ooh, scary. Care
Nothing's
about this
real.
guy, Straw.
Strauss is literally the worst character of
And
all
then
time.
it's
like,
just
Biff
like,
and Gary.
he's-
I'd
You just get
fucking
constant
marry
calls of
before I
like,
kill
he's
Strauss.
whining like a baby. Oh, just keep him around. He stabbed me in the eye. Oh, just keep him around. And then once you actually get back to him, you just kill him.
Yeah. Oh, and
Fuck
nothing's
that
real
game.
actually. The end.
Nothing's real.
But Extraction also sucked.
72 is the first Sharky game. I mean, I'll say
no.
me and Sharky game, Fable 2.
Yeah, that was a you choice since we played Fable 1.
I liked the first Fable a lot, and
And
I didn't
that
like,
one.
Yeah, first Dead Space was best.
Yeah, 100%. First Dead Space is the best one.
I love that one.
Remember, EA published.
We
the series.
haven't played 3,
Well, yeah, because 3 has like the multiplayer mode where it's actually like co-op through the whole thing.
but you can't do it anymore because all the services were shut down.
Steam.
Oh, fair enough. So Fable 2, a absolute complete downgrade from Fable 1.
It doesn't really run on the console.
It's not even that. It's not even that's
Remember-
that's
No,
not
no. If the act of turning on the game and playing through it is like painfully slow, like just to watch, like you know it's not working right. Fuck you, I'm not playing it.
Just remember, it's
Yeah,
the
look-
combination of Peter Molyneux and Xbox,
So-
and we all know what happened to your Xbox 360.
It got killed.
by Peter Molyneux.
Did you hear the story? Tristan picked up the Xbox 360
to put it on its side because
and
the fan was
turned it and heard, and then we fucking lost it.
All the screws were loose or rotted.
Dad says this podcast has 3 playing and QT and Chris in a colorful NPC sitting between them.
Hey, look, it's our colorful NPC.
Bro,
Look at him.
Connor-
He has a wife and a house.
Connor just got called a fucking NPC by his dad.
We must save my family.
It just means we can all be played for fools, but Connor can't.
Alright, but Fable 2, it's not even just the fact the game didn't run that it's bad. It's like the story is bad. The mechanics, like changing the magic system
It
to
would
nothing
be-
is bad.
It would be mediocre if it was just running in normal time.
Yeah. We're just in a sexy NPC.
Oh, you know.
He's the only festival.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, you know.
Oh, you know.
And then he looked directly at me.
Alright, 71 is a tie. We don't really need to debate
tie?
which ones it should be. I'll do one and then the other. So Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, Connor, and Chris have more to say.
I didn't know how it was gonna be when we played it. It's just Nintendo was like, now or never, and so I bought it, and I wasn't expecting much, and I was disappointed from that.
Did you
It
get rid
seems
of it?
like
Yeah, we
Knowing
deleted it
that you
on
could-
stream
no-
on the anniversary of the game.
knowing that you can't get it again.
No, you can re-download. You can
Okay.
re-download things like the Wii Shop, even though
Yeah.
that shut down years ago. Up until like a couple years ago, you
it's
can still
attached to
re-download
your
things.
account.
Yeah, you can. You're able to still re-download Wii Shop channel games that you had bought, but now you can't. But like,
I didn't have as bad a time with it, but by the end, man.
Yeah, it
The
just
thing is,
sounded
like-
like it was mediocre until you hit the end, and it was just we
Or
wanna
impossible.
die. We
Torture.
wanna
so
die.
just the thing, NES RPGs have like zero quality of life. I get it. Like it was a new concept. Fire Emblem was like a first of its kind.
This was the first Fire
It
Emblem.
like it had potential,
it-
but it more lays the seeds for the success of the later games. But
Mhm.
even Gaiden, the second game in the series, like it's an NES game, so like they changed the formula up. But it just, from what I saw, I watched the whole walkthrough. It leagues better, but you just still shouldn't play that and just play Echoes instead, because that's still my favorite Fire Emblem. But yeah, last year I played my most favorite and my least favorite, and then Three Houses is my second least
You
favorite.
played
But
Echoes last year?
Yeah.
Or this year?
beginning of this year, like I started it last year.
I could have swore you played Echoes a long time ago.
But just shout out to like no
A year
appeal
ago.
like being on the NES. Like the graphics were nice for the console, but compared to other Fire Emblems, like nothing. The menus were a nightmare to navigate, and like
the music.
menus go such a long way with
the
RPGs.
music. The music.
One, they had one map theme for the
This-
whole game until the final map.
I
That's
also
insane.
just think Connor hates music in games.
There was
Because
only
every
one song.
every time I've heard him complain about a game, he's just like, "Oh, the music."
And of course, the
Oh,
fans are gonna disagree.
the
No, because you
music.
have your player phase map, your enemy phase map, your player attack music, your enemy attack music, your boss music, your healing music. But like, there's just one of those for the whole game.
It's like the
Other-
JRPG problem of all of these songs are 4 minutes long. You hear 10 seconds of them each time.
Yeah. But like other games, like every single map has its own set of songs. This game just
Yeah.
had one set of songs for the whole thing.
I feel like a little bit more variety. Even just having 3 map songs that
Yeah.
like go.
I'm
between each other.
I'm curious on what the DS remake does with it.
I'm curious as if it was a data issue.
Yeah, there's probably just no room for it.
Because there is a
Yeah.
lot of like the sprite quality.
Yeah, you have
On
all
the
those sprites
NES,
moving at the same time,
Yeah.
which is that was
But
like the
even-
only
even,
impressive
like,
thing.
Even the attacking like animations, I would say, were for the time were
yeah,
like not
just
bad. I remember
a black background to compensate.
You
Yeah,
can tell
but you
though
can
that
see,
that's
like,
their
them
focus.
moving
Yeah.
and hitting. And,
That
like,
was
It's
their
basically
focus.
like back in the day, I was like, I'm watching a movie of these two guys fighting each other.
just look at
Why did he just get the best sword in the game and do 0 damage?
just look at Final Fantasy though. Shing, other side. Bing,
Yeah,
numbers.
he's not even touching it. I think
Yeah.
James just reviewed Final Fantasy 6. It wasn't a good review because he's not being angry. But anyway, it's an AVGN episode.
Thank
and
That's
he's
you.
just
like saying
praising.
that it's not a bad, it's not a good Brogal episode because Tristan's not angry.
No, but Angry Video Game Nerd, he's playing a good game and he's just praising it the whole time. But anyway, he's like he makes the point
Chris
of like
wants to see a man not enjoy himself for eternity.
Yes.
That's his whole brand.
yeah, it was an off-brand video. Anyway, he mentions like 6 is the first game where they don't like. Why is he waving his sword? How did that hit him way over there? 6 is finally the first one where they leap in and hit their opponents.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they
like
hit him with
Fire
a little
Emblem,
Yankee Splinky.
it's like you do your menuing and then you watch how it all plays out. But yeah, it just wasn't. It was too far ahead of its time for its own good. I think we talked about it too long. but-
Also, Fire Emblem. That's not the full name. It's not Fire Emblem.
Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light.
In Binding Blade is a different game.
Yes, that's
Okay.
Roy's game.
Tied with Fire Emblem was Nickelodeon All Star Brawl.
It's just like it's Smash at
Immediately
home.
outdated the second game came out.
Yeah,
They were
because like the
"We're
DLC
going-"
from the first game is just in the second one. It's on the same console. It's not like Smash where you have
They-
to wait a whole generation for the next one.
They had the fucking balls not only be like, we're supporting Nickelodeon All Star Brawl for DLC whatever. They had 5 DLCs and then they were like, here's a second game, and we took out 11 characters. They refused to have every Ninja Turtle. They've added Raphael and Donatello and took out Leonardo and Michelangelo. I don't
They
understand.
took out the one that survives.
Exactly.
Like they should have. I hate to compare to this, but like Just Dance, they don't make new games anymore. They just made a Just Dance game, and every year they come out with an expansion. So you buy a case with a code in it,
So
and then you just
here's-
add songs to it. I think Nickelodeon All Star Brawl should have just been like an expansion thing. Like
Yeah.
Well,
buy a
here's,
$30 expansion pass for the game.
here's my thing. They also made the last game for the Wii ever.
Yeah, they were making Wii games up until like 2020 at least.
I think that's funny.
Yeah,
The Wii's outdated. It just came.
but like
out,
All Star Brawl is just
20 years ago.
bland. Like it didn't have voice acting at the start, so it felt very
Big
like empty.
freedom.
But they added voice acting. Getting to hear Hugh New like he hit Hugh Neutron, it was like he's like ow, it's funny. But like
I think some of the music is good too.
yeah,
Some-
it also
some
feels
of
like
it.
very produced. Like it doesn't feel like someone like
let me rephrase. I really like the SpongeBob song in Jellyfish Fields.
yeah
That's
You
really
have
thinking
one
about
song.
it. That's it.
yeah.
The mechanics are abysmal.
They
It's
rely on
not
memes
fun.
for a lot of the characters, like the SpongeBob ones.
Uh,
But it's just a poor man's Smash Bros. At the end of the day. It's not a Smash Bros. Killer.
Never played it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
70 is The Walking Dead season 2.
Yeah.
I forgot we played that this year.
Yeah, that's the main thing that got it so low. Is
Yeah.
like we did that,
I
and no one resurrected themselves from the dead to jump scare us. So
Yeah.
That was such a memorable moment. We were like,
what?
Ben's alive?
We all
That was the best part
reacted
of
and
it.
knew something was wrong, which is really weird for you two specifically.
I'm surprised I got this far. It's just like Telltale's not good. Like we played Telltale Batman as one of the first things on the channel because we were like on that hype train of like no, because I still think the first Walking Dead's really good. I think the story of Lee
Yes.
is really
I
good.
think that
But
the
as a
formula
choice
for
game,
their
it's not.
the formula for their storytelling is built around having the same beats happen and they cannot be avoided, which fucking sucks if your choices are supposed to make a difference. Because the main thing is, it's just Kenna didn't like that. Kenna liked that. Then you shot.
But
Kenna.
then you play games like Detroit and you see all these different variables.
You can play
and
basically a
situations.
different
You're like,
game
"Oh my
depending on the
God."
choices you make.
Correct.
Yeah, but
literally.
then you have David
Connor
Cage
killed
being...
his character off immediately when we played Detroit. Like the first thing he's like, sacrifice himself. With Connor, we made him restart so his character wasn't dead the whole time.
And like,
But then we found out it doesn't matter because he can die and he'll still come back.
yeah, but
Yeah, it
the
would be
thing with
another.
the thing
yeah,
with
right.
Detroit, it's David Cage, and David Cage had a tweet of him saying, "Detroit Become Human is the most innovative, best
That's
game
right,
I've
he
ever
sucked
played."
his own dick.
That's right, David Cage. What games have you worked on? Oh, Detroit Become Human.
He did a sneaky.
It's like, I also love Heavy Rain. You did that one too.
Also, who gives a fuck about Kenny's story? I'm just saying, we thought he died, and then you found out he's not, and then it's all based on.
I've already
him.
noticed a trend with like some of these low picks is their sequels, and I feel like certain games should just be a one-time thing because they don't have enough good ideas to make a sequel.
Yeah, I
like you
agree.
say, Fable 2 was worse in every way. Walking Dead Season 1 was so good. They just made a sequel because yeah, whatever. But there was
Jack
no
and
need.
Dexter.
But 2 and 3 stand out. But like,
I just fucking hate Jack and Dexter too.
but like,
There
just,
are 3
yeah.
of the 10 we talked about were sequels.
yeah,
33%. That's so many.
Alright.
yeah. Dead Space 2. It was really just the same shit, but with seizure inducements.
Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2.
69.
That was the time.
Stray.
That should have just been a fucking movie.
Some
It-
people,
That was I judged a book by its cover, and I was correct.
Some people said it was a good game. I haven't
So,
seen any
if-
of it.
if-
So.
It's not a game.
Bad people say games
I
are
will
good.
say-
Don't you just play as a cat and walk
If,
around?
You
if,
don't. You barely even play as a cat. Everything is sequenced, and the only real choice you have is not getting collectibles.
if you want a game, if you're one of those people that's like Animal Crossing player where you want a game where you could kind of turn off your brain and just enjoy being in like this world, I think Stray's a good game. But
They're about to be like,
Did
Stray
you
is not
can't
the game for you.
do anything.
Did you
there.
but,
not
but there
think
are
that,
things
though?
you could talk people you can.
He
talk
thought it was
to.
just like a game you can go around and just like
So I thought
play as a cat.
it was because my brain lied to me. I remember in the trailer the cat using a laser on its back to shoot monsters and robots, and that doesn't happen in the game. I completely fabricated what I thought the game was in my head.
You fucking daydreamed so hard you thought it was a video game.
correct.
And see, like I was like, I thought it was just gonna be a cat game. Why is it like feline autonoma?
Feline autonoma. It's
Like it would have just been nice to have a game where you just everyday life as a cat in a city, like a stray cat. But it didn't need to be like this robot shit.
But I also think
could've-
it was very pretty.
It could have been a
It was a
game
good
where you were
looking
just playing as a cat and finding moments in the world that were
Yeah.
happening outside.
Well, that's kind of
As
what
a
the
cat.
game is.
Yeah,
Well,
But-
then it succeeded.
But that's what I'm saying. If you like a game where you could kind of just like there's really no big stakes. Some people call it a feel good game,
Did you-
but like
Did you think there was going to be big stakes in this game where you play
I
as a cat?
thought because of the way the world was structured, that the story would be like kind of complex and kind of like fun to follow. Which in some ways they tried to make it like that.
It's
But it
just like
did nothing.
people are gone. They're robots. The robots are people, but not. Anyway, go back home
Turn the console off, Snake.
now.
All right.
Raiden.
68. This is hilarious tie. So I'm gonna say the easy choice first. 68 is tied. Finding Nemo.
Fish
Another meat pick.
game.
That was another test of time. It failed. It wasn't like horrible, but just like
It definitely
it was
the
frustrating. It
best.
had frustrating moments that were like all the stupid slide puzzles
Yeah, I cannot reach that shit.
It definitely was the best of the.
of the test of time ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Over the Hedge was just a boring beat 'em up, and Dragon Ball Z just sucked to oblivion. But Finding Nemo, like we played through to the end, and like it has good music because it's Traveler's Tales. But, like,
Well, it's the guy that made Crash 4, the real Crash 4.
Yeah.
Not my, but my Crash 4. That is surprisingly
and like
tied.
good like water graphics and stuff, but just the
Crash.
gameplay was very flawed.
That is surprisingly tied with Gears of War.
I think you mean Gears of Snore. You could not stay awake during that game.
Gears of Snore.
And because it wasn't full screen, I couldn't really tell too much of what was going on.
Was it like an early
One
360
of the-
game, so it was like in a window?
We played it on
It
Pretty
wasn't
much.
an
We played
early
it on the
360
Xbox,
game.
the Xbox One remaster that came out.
However, one thing I did think was neat is that in multiplayer you could have different difficulty modes, but that just meant one of us dealt more damage to enemies.
Correct.
And I still outpaced you.
I think it's also good that when you make choices on like, should we go this way or this way? He can go one way, I can go the other, and we can kind of do both routes.
Well, here's the thing. It's not he can go one way, I can go the other. It's you pick the way you want to go, and I'm forced to do the other.
Oh, is it like that?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were picking the way you wanted.
Nope, just you.
Oh. I mean, it's still kind of neat. I guess it's like that game Connor and me played that's later on the list, Brothers, where it's like you could take different paths and meet up and all that shit. Granted, Brothers is definitely the worst of those games.
Well, it was their first.
Didn't it just get like a remaster or something? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally right after we beat it, they announced it at the fucking Game Awards.
It's like, now that they beat it, we can release it.
I told Sharky that we manifested it to happen when we were watching the Game Awards. It was like they watched us and they were like, "There's demand." 67 is Doko Demo Isio, which none of us have actually played because we can't,
Mhm.
because it's a pocket station game, but it introduced Toro, and I think that's at least worth more than the rest of these.
To be
games.
fair, for those like I can sit down and just sort of a do nothing game, that game is much more of it because it's literally just a dude in his living room.
yeah.
That's like the Nintendo.
But it's like
Nintendo Pets,
it's relying on the
what is it?
pocket station as well. So it's like
Nintendogs?
it's all about you
Nintendogs
going out and
of
doing things
the-
with the little Tamagotchi and then coming back to
Japanese
him.
people.
And he's always there waiting for you.
Only the Nintendog is a man.
Which I like that much more than I'm gonna play a game as a cat and it's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, playing
At
as
least
a cat
the
is
premise
fun.
of
Or playing
that
with a
cat
cat.
being in his living room is that cat being in his living room
Mhm.
and not.
Because like you two are just
God,
enjoying
it's
like hanging
really
out, like you're
slow.
playing your pocket station, and he's just enjoying his day in his living room,
Yeah.
drinking
Yeah.
and dancing, and like
He watches
For-
the TV.
for what it is, it like does the job well. Even though we can't really experience it, and I wish we got the pocket station. It would have been like a nice little novelty.
I'm surprised it's not number one.
Did we
It also
not-
has like good music, but it's
did
hard
we
to
not
find
get it in
online.
America at all? I thought it just failed in America.
No, we never got the
We
pocket
never
station.
got it?
Final Fantasy VIII has the pocket station compatibility in the English version, in the manual and everything. It says pocket station will be released soon, and it just never came out
Oh,
for us.
so did it do bad in Japan?
I think so.
That's probably why.
Mm.
66 is a tie between Hot Shots Golf 3. Well, actually, we'll just do that first. Hot Shots Golf 3. Me and you played.
Golf.
I wanted to like it.
It's the
We'll
worst.
get to that, but
it's the worst.
yeah, but it started like the gotcha elements in games. So like everything in the game is locked in a shop where I think you just go and like purchase a capsule and you get it or something like that, but you have to unlock all the characters, like voice clips for them, costumes, and then they start
Through
making
that
it complicated, like different clubs, different balls, I think different tees, different courses, all 4 seasons for the courses. Then the stupidest shit is like spend $10,000 and a UFO might appear on this hole of this season on this course,
Yeah.
way over in the background, or like a mole will come out of the ground, or like a leaf will fly by. So
Those
you have
would
to
be
buy
so
all that.
cool
You have to
just
buy
like,
Easter eggs.
You could have to be so cool to just like find that like organically instead
Yeah.
of unlock it, then figure out how to use it, then figure out how it's
you
useful,
buy
and
you
then
buy your
fuck you.
caddies
It's
and
not figuring out how to use it. It's you buy it, and sometimes when you're playing the course, it might happen.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then there's no real way to play around it. Like now that I have this, I can do this for this run. It's just like it didn't
it's just
work, I'm
aesthetic.
gonna die.
It's just aesthetic. It is nothing. But
It'd be funny if like the UFO can take your ball up. And
Yeah.
That's what I thought it
and then you
was.
get
That's
a whole-
actually
you
awful.
get a whole new
No.
course in the UFO.
But like you have to buy like different caddies. You buy camera angles for like the replay shots. Like
You buy camera?
oh, you buy backgrounds for the menus, and they're worse because like remember it had like you start the game off with 20 like stock photos that are like really beautiful real photos taken like digitized on the PS2. No, we put the code in to unlock everything, and no, we didn't put a code in. I bought a Game Shark, 2 Game Sharks, and like 3 different
Oh,
two
yeah.
different memory cards that I ended up throwing away until I finally bought a Game Shark that worked, and just to unlock everything. And the photos you get are just stupid DVD like bounce around the screen, just images of the characters, like that look really stupid. But you can set it to random, so it randomly does a photo. But half the time, it's picking those stupid DVD things and not the beautiful photos in the game.
Yeah.
The music is the best part of the game because every season for every course has a different like remix of the same song, and they're very well done. It has like a Nintendo charm to it. But also, they changed every character between the Japanese and the English versions. So the Japanese are all like anime looking, like a lot of anime tropes, and they took those like I think they took the meshes of the characters like the same, like the rigging is the same, but they changed the names and the models and everything. Made them like these crusty, like scummy looking characters like that you'd find in like a Buzz game, but even worse.
You know, instead of Satoru, it's Bobe.
Yeah, like instead of like like Watashi,
You
instead
just
of like I don't know,
broke
like
him. You fucking broke him.
instead of like Watashi, it's now like Johnny or something.
But like they're completely different characters.
Yeah, like
Instead
new
of-
voice
instead
clips and
of
everything.
Jonichi, it's Joey Wheeler.
But they still have like the same poses and animations and stuff. They're all just worse. But then they like in the Game Shark, like we somehow accessed like it showed the Japanese like main character, but we couldn't play as her.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
that would have
shame.
been
But-
cooler.
Yeah, like you can unlock all the counterparts. No, they were just like almost completely removed from the game.
What game did that? Was it Crash? Where you can like the Japanese version of Crash 2, you can unlock the American Crash model
Maybe.
because they changed Crash in Japan to be a lot more like
Yeah. Like
They
I
made-
don't like the way he looks in Japanese.
They
but-
made Sly in Japan, and they give you the Sly Japanese.
oh that yeah the little commercial animated thing. It's like yeah, that one.
But I mean, in core gameplay of Hot Shots 3, I guess it was
Sorry,
about.
he's just shaking his head at me.
But I guess the core
He knows
gameplay
the
of Hot
truth.
Shots 3 is about the same. It was a little more frustrating, but like that
They
wasn't.
added a lot more mechanics, like at the blowback feature, where you hit the ball, but you curve it in a way where when it hits the ground, it like creates a fire trail and moves backwards.
Yeah, I just felt like it just didn't. It wasn't as responsive as the first two. Like we were just doing far worse, and like your power shots, like even if you got them right, it would still consume the power thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Just nothing like worked in our favor. We were just getting so frustrated.
Alright. And tied with that is Blue Stinger. So Chris.
Yeah, Blue Stinger was like a curiosity. Like it was a launch title on
Blue
Dreamcast.
Stinger is Green Needle. Let's be real.
Yeah. But it was a launch title on Dreamcast. So it has like that Dreamcast like early feel to it, like with bad graphics and like really janky looking gameplay. But I thought like maybe we get some fun out of it. And it was like the dialogue was hilarious, like the voice acting. 'Cause it's all like Sonic Adventure voice actors.
You get to hear Dim Bristow. Go,
Yeah, Dean Bristow and
Yeah.
like Ryan Drummond.
What was
are the
it?
main
He was
characters.
like that.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
Yeah, you get to hear Eggman go, "Goddamn son of a bitch."
Which it's really nice to hear voice actors that aren't hired by Funimation.
Yeah.
Tristan almost died.
So it had like the appeal of like a Dreamcast Sonic game, but the gameplay was just so it aged poorly. Like classic Resident Evil is way easier to pick up and play, and it was like Resident Evil at home. Very tedious, just running back and forth between like the same areas. A lot of bland environments and enemies, and very unfair gameplay. Just it was severely unpolished,
So
and we somehow beat it.
it's Shenmue. Just so you know, it's exactly like Shenmue.
But people love Shenmue for whatever reason.
People love Blue Stinger.
No, because
Shenmue?
I was just completely
No.
wrong about Blue Stinger because I found it out from watching Classic Gamer. I'm like, yeah, it was like back in the day when Mark and Dave like reviewed the game and like they're like, this is pretty cool. It just came out and like all this shit. And then when after we played, I'm like, they really comment. I go back. No, it wasn't a Mark and Dave review. It was just Mark way later, and he's like, this game sucks. I'm like,
Shenmue is like if you took Yakuza and you took all the fun like gameplay fighting elements and then you took all of like the like fun humorous things of like all the sub stories and that and you just took them out of the game and they left you with a forklift.
Which you then have to get in first place on, or alternatively get in all 5 places to collect every single trophy and then get soft locked because the guy doesn't give you the dialogue you need to continue the game. That's what happened to me. The guy, I looked at every walkthrough, every guide. I looked at full playthroughs of the game to try to figure out what to do, and I did everything up to talking to one guy, and the guy never gave me the dialogue I needed. And after a week straight of doing nothing but reading about what I'm supposed to do, I gave up. So I technically never finished Shenmue, but I was just like, I literally can't figure out what to do. Anyway, 65, Rugrats Search for Reptar.
it's like the same thing as SpongeBob, where it's
Well-
not a good game, but I like grew up playing it.
I
And-
treated that one better because at least it looked neat and had like this charm of the time.
It does have
Yeah,
a
it
lot
does.
of charm. Like the graphics are bad, but in a good way. Like there's some of the worst PS1 graphics, and like it kind of looks terrifying, but like it almost is intriguing because of that.
Like, that's the one thing that made it like I'm willing to try this more than I am, to
Yeah,
go. To
it plays
Blue
like shit,
Stinger.
but as Navigator on Gaming in the Clit, and you just explained it, it makes you feel like a baby. Like you're just bumping into shit, and you have no control of
It
yourself.
makes you feel like a baby.
Yeah.
Is that like a feels like Spider-Man?
Yeah, but like decades
Feels like a
before that
baby.
whole like trope.
This game really makes you feel like a baby.
But the one thing I always liked about it over any other Rugrats game that I like would see is it's the only one that follows episodes verbatim. Like like they don't follow the script or anything, but they adapt episodes as the levels of the game. And it's also the only game where you actually get to explore the house. So you get to go like upstairs and downstairs in the backyard, and like that's your hub where you find objects to represent each level, and then you play out the episode. They're of course like very stripped down versions of the episodes. But like it's all the like I think every voice actor came back, but they're just like doing such a horrible job.
It's the effort.
Yeah.
They tried to make the.
It's like certain
episodes
people
playable.
cared on the team, but others just didn't, or they just didn't have the budget for it. But that's what you get with a licensed game.
Also, the music composer is the same guy.
Yeah, the
from
Mark Mothersbaugh or whatever came back. The guy that your dad apparently met. Is that right, Rob? Did you meet Mark Mothersbaugh?
He met him.
I think he said he met him. He also worked on the Jack games. Like he didn't make the music, but he like supervised the production of it.
I don't know.
The only thing I know about like Rugrats the series is that Tara Strong's voice acting for like a baby crying
Made a
was
baby
so good.
lactate, yeah.
It
Or
didn't make a
made-
baby
Made
lactate.
the mother-
Jesus.
made the mother like babies lactate though, but it made the mother lactate, yeah, on the airplane.
Babies like
Makes you feel like a baby
Who did Tara
lactate.
Strong play?
Dill.
Dill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right. The best thing about the game is it was like it came out right before Dill was added to the show, so it's just the original cast.
Made a
No
baby
Kimmy, no
lactate.
Dill. But they also like took so many of the adults out. Like I think it's just Tommy's parents, Grandpa.
Honey, what are you
And
doing?
that's
Making
it.
pudding at 3 a.m.
Like
I
yeah, no
lost complete
Chaz,
control.
no like Angelica's
It
parents.
doesn't say complete.
Yeah, it's just I'm losing control of my life.
For some reason, I always remembered it as I'm losing complete control of my life. But it's not. I got Mandela into another universe with
Yep.
my smartphone.
We'll watch that next.
64 is Piglet's big game, and as probably the only guy here that's played it.
I played it a little bit.
Let's leave
It's
it at that.
just-
Next game.
It's just a
Which
Parappa-
copy did you use?
It's just a Parappa clone where you have to hit the buttons in the right order.
Yeah, it literally the game is Piglet is going through dream worlds to try to give everyone good dreams. I think because of some random dude that's like making them all scared in their dreams. So he goes into the dreams to try to be the brave guy by making faces, and you have to do a button combination on the GameCube controller. It's like ABBA. It's like. "Ah!" Like, and then the guy's like, "Ah," and he disappears. The noises are the best
Can
part
you
of the game.
believe that is the presenter to Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah. Five Nights at Luigi's.
Five Nights at Piglet.
It's all pasta, baby.
Can you believe it was really originally called Winnie the Shit?
I thought it was Mouse Dong.
Winnie the shit. All right,
That's why
next,
Tigger was looking in the toilet.
63 is a tie. Zuma.
Zuma,
It's
Zuma.
I like Zuma.
Zuma,
Zuma's
Zuma,
great.
dog.
Alright, the
Zuma's
game
fun.
is great, but like Deluxe was just so hard. Yes, I'm saying it was bad because it was hard, but like it they give you checkpoints. I think every world you clear it saves, but then at the end of the game it just doesn't work anymore. Like you have to clear like 3 or 4 worlds before it saves your progress.
My thing for Zuma is like you can't just go into the game like I'm gonna play Zuma. You have to be hungry for the Zuma.
Yeah.
You have to be ready and hankering for some Zuma.
Yeah, I see that.
Like you have to be like I'm going to go out of my way to play specifically Zuma. I crave the ball.
I think we were just like mildly hungry. That's why we couldn't.
Well,
play it.
it was the day where I was like, I give in to you, Chris. We'll play some Mahjong
Zuma.
Titans. We'll play some Zuma. What was the last one?
Lethal
Lethal
Enforcers?
Enforcers. Yeah, it was like we'll play all your stupid. I mean, great games.
I mean,
I love
Mahjong's pretty
Zuma.
fun.
Zuma is fun.
Yeah,
That is tied with.
it just got unforgiving at the end. That's
It's
the
the
only thing really
frog that
bogged it
shoots
down.
the balls,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Not the fitness game.
That is tied with Warhawk.
Warhawk was just like such a whatever thing. Like
Warhawk
very
would
early-
have been better if it was on a console that could handle its concepts.
Yeah, that
if
and Twisted
Warhawk
Metal-
came out now, it would be fine.
it did
It
or on
did.
PS3, but
But it's not the same. It's
It-
it's
yeah.
an MMO. Wow, it's just a
Like a full-
multiplayer
yeah.
16 on 16 shooter game.
Which those can be fun, especially if it's like War Thunder, where it's like if you play this game, you can't be hired by the government.
Yeah, for Warhawk for PS3, I'm actually trying to get there are servers online where you can play it. I'm trying to get it all working so we can like actually stream it with
People.
players. Yeah, so that's what I've been trying to figure out for the past like 2 months.
yeah, the PS1 game was like Twisted Metal. They're made by the same team, but like very lackluster. Like they
Very
feel unfinished.
lactating.
Yeah, they feel unfinished. Like early launch title, I think almost PS1 games, and it's like they barely grasped the specs of the console. Like they just barely managed to get the games to work. They're such early 3D like that they don't really take advantage of the fact that they're 3D. They feel like almost like Super
Star
Nintendo
Fox.
games.
I would argue that
Star Fox
Warhawk
plays better.
definitely takes advantage of the fact that it's 3D.
Well, it's in a 3D space, but it just doesn't like.
Like there's
Running
there's thing I mean
properly.
for the running properly, yeah, but like it definitely takes advantage of the fact that it's a 3D space with everywhere you can go, the open areas.
Like the
and stuff
concept
Yeah.
is
it's
good.
not fun, but you can't say that it's like a 2D game.
Like the concept
Yeah, Twisted Metal more
is,
so is like
Yeah.
a Mode 7 quality thing.
The concept is good, and again, if it came out today, it would probably be fine. It's just limited by the hardware.
yeah.
But for like so like no like you don't have much control like of really anything in the game, and the game is running like shit. Well, Spyro or things that came way later, I know they grasped the hardware later, but like those you have so much freedom and they run well. But even like games, yeah, Crash 1 ran better.
And they hacked it.
Yeah, that's why the Warhawk team couldn't hack the console. Right.
62 is Guilty Gear 2 Overture.
Oh man, it's
that's not a
Guilty
traditional,
Gear.
like,
It's
game
the
rank.
one that's not a fighting game. It's there's
The one that's
Sin
like a
Peace,
racing game.
pretty much.
It's
That's
like
what it felt like.
It's like a hybrid of tower defense beat 'em up thing.
The crazy thing is it almost had like full fighting game motion inputs. Almost. Mainly because it had like that Devil May Cry 1 style of inputs where you can lock on and then set things up.
The Nightmare
then-
Before
Yeah.
Christmas style
I
of
mean, I
input.
guess
But like you could lock on
But it
and then
just-
do like a quarter circle
but it
input
just
for like
wasn't-
gunflame.
it wasn't fun.
It was alright. It's just the
It was
main-
better than everything we've talked about so far,
the
logically
alright
speaking.
category.
But like,
It was alright. It's another thing where it's like the console couldn't make it fast enough to be like that like real time action fun to like mix the two concepts. That's a game that would rock out on the Wii U. Cuz
we're
like
getting there.
You were getting there.
cuz like
I'm
you
working
could
on
have
it.
your all of your like minion control on the Wii U and then play on the actual screen.
I thought it was okay. Sharky explained Guilty Gear Lore to me, made me want to punch myself in the face.
Yeah, you kind of just
Play for the plot.
You kind of just let what happens, and you don't try to understand it. That's Guilty Gear.
like there's a dragon dude. He's I don't know, a college
You
graduate.
don't open a history book and be like, it's really stupid how George Washington kept showing up to the meetings dressed in his clothes.
Why does he call himself that when he's not a Carver? Anyway, 61 is Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls.
Sexual assault minigame.
I just think it was worse in almost every single way than another. I know it's a different genre. It's like not a traditional Danganronpa game, but like even besides that, I was really bored
The
and
way
really annoyed. Almost every character sucked.
the way
I just had a
Toko
bad time.
is,
Yeah,
in,
that was
like,
not
the
fun.
actual gameplay of the game is so fucking boring because it's just like, yes, for this boss battle, I will play as Virgil.
It's the worst looking, even though it was a Vita game, right? The first
Yes.
two are PSP
Yes.
games.
The first two were PSP that
And-
later got re-released on Vita as reloads. and
I
then
think
back
mainly
in-
what it was is like the 2D art of Danganronpa is so good, and the first two games relied on the 2D art. Like the 3D spaces aren't good looking, but they know to like keep it all in check.
But again,
Well, Ultra Despair Girls is like almost a full 3D game with just the
Um,
head like talking.
on,
sprites.
on a little PSP screen, that 3D is not a problem.
Yeah,
It's when you upscaled it to our big ass TVs that we have that you
I
start
mean-
noticing stuff.
and the
I mean, it's
cutscenes
the
look like
same-
hentai.
It's like
it's the same problem that Birth by Sleep would have.
Yeah,
Ocarina of Time. Blowing all that like the textures up to the size of our screen, you can really tell the picture
And doesn't
areas
Link-
from the 3D areas.
and Link runs in like 15 frames, right?
In one thing
Link's-
that we saw in
I
I think he's
don't-
15 frames.
I don't know, but
in stream
that-
yesterday, one thing we saw in Zelda Ocarina of Time is the final scene where you go meet Zelda again. Mario and Luigi are so clearly visible in the other
Oh, yeah.
room. Like on a normal
Oh,
CRT.
it was Bowser. It was Bowser and the flying Mario from the window.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know how well you could see that on the N64 with the CRT.
You
That's
probably
why
could.
gotta
You'd have to
play
go up
it-
to it and go into first person. And
That's
You
why
probably
gotta
were
play it
like,
on the 3DS.
"Is that-" But like,
Oh, the 3DS, what they did was they changed it and made it like a little Mario level with like pipes and shit. Like, really?
Which was neat. However, the 3DS's actual like screen space is more what I meant.
Yes, yes.
you wouldn't be able to see it as easy. Yeah.
And it's like actually optimized to be that small, so things can blur
But, like,
together.
It looks
they're
better
like-
because it's that small.
Despair Girls doesn't work as well for that because of the same reasons that Birth by Sleep didn't work well as the
Mhm.
HD remake.
You can feel
You
that it
just
was a handheld,
see
just
the
blown up.
you just
Yeah.
see the mediocrity in it.
Yeah, the story
It
was
wasn't meant to be a grandiose.
I hated the story. I hated the
the
characters.
story was bad, but the concept of Komaru's development is something I thought was interesting. You take a no one who is related to someone who is a big shot. You build them up to the highest point before making her be the catalyst that breaks everything down. In concept, of like, okay, that sounds like an interesting story. How will they do it? Brainwash. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong Danganronpa thing.
Yeah, that was stupid.
But like the outcome, I think was very upsetting, and the amount of like gross things towards the pink-haired girl in the game is like really bad. Like not even.
And
just
then
the-
you're like, after that whole saga of like going through her section in the game, you run into this motherfucker again who's like, I actually like my girls as young as possible.
Yeah.
Let's go to where she is.
Yeah.
And I just went,
no,
No.
no.
Yeah, that was Matt Mercer, right?
Yeah,
yep, voiced by Matt Mercer.
yeah. They have the line that I will continuously be like, it's a joke. Where Sharky was like, finally, he's playing a character that
Oh
has
yeah,
something in common with
it's
this
been a
person.
year, right?
Yeah,
I was paid to say that in that like E3 stream or whatever.
I was in Danganronpa.
No, like the actual like initial like I fucking hate Matt Mercer. I was paid for that.
Oh, really? Why?
Yes. I have friends. They had money.
Fair enough. All right, we're doing Ultra Spare Girls. Right after is a game with just as much graphical intensity as Ultra Spare Girls, Mahjong Titans.
Oh,
It's a
man.
living legend of a game. I'm just saying it should have been like number one, but
Like, it's one of those things where like you could get down with some mahjong.
it's literally just playing Mahjong Solitaire.
Yeah, but like really, you got to be hungry for it.
you do.
I don't think you got to be hungry for mahjong. Like the more mahjong you dip into, the more you hunger for it.
Mahjong
and
is
this,
like the kind of
vicious
game-
cycle that you have to be torn away from. I have a gambling addiction.
Yeah,
Mahjong
it's
is
like,
the-
it's like potato chips.
Mahjong is the kind of game where you
You
got
take
20
one and
minutes to
you're just like-
spare. Let me get a couple rounds in.
And like every time you match
next
two
time you look up,
tiles,
it's
you could
3
just
a.m.
like put them in your mouth,
well, the game
Every
has
time
to
you
be
mash
over
two
at some
tiles,
point.
You get that little bit
Like-
of serotonin.
and like then you get to eat the
Let's
tiles.
just keep having a conversation all day.
Love
Dude. Make the,
Mahjong.
make the podcast absolutely
Unstable, just like Warhawk.
I almost threw up.
But yeah, just Mahjong was pre-installed on my first computer. Like it was part of like the Windows.
It used to be
whatever,
part of
Vista.
Windows, yeah.
Windows Vista's like whatever pack, and
I
I
like
just
pinball.
managed to download like a torrent of it for
Yeah, Space Pinball
Like,
is just gone. You have to
yeah
do a
Windows
virtual
XP. I
machine
think
for
that was
it.
on, or it was earlier
That's
than
so
that.
sad.
But yeah, it's like Mahjong for me was like what Space Cadet Pinball was for like the previous generations.
How can
My mom
we
used to
talk
play Space
for
Cadet
10 minutes about mahjong?
because it's so good. It's just like such. It's just simple, no music, just charming, like nice quiet sound effects.
That is a great question. The next question is, what tied for 59th place?
Yeah.
It's a tie. I'll go one at a time. Metroid 2, Return of Samus.
Other way around.
Not remake.
It goes the other way around.
No, I'm just saying it from the less
Oh,
shocking
it goes
to
the other
more
way around?
shocking.
You don't know what the other one is.
Yes, because I had him vote on which one should
Oh.
be moved when we were doing that.
But yeah, Metroid 2, like, it was fine. I mean, I wasn't the one playing and getting frustrated, but I mean, I
Is
don't know how doable it could be without the
It
rewind.
was-
It was
Or the map.
mildly
The map or the
frustrating.
rewind?
The rewind and having it on screen where to go was insurmountable.
But that's not a part of the actual base game. that you
Exactly, yeah.
play.
If you played it as the base game, you'd be playing it on the Game Boy.
Yeah,
and
Where you can barely
which is
see.
why I rated it so low.
Is it?
It
Do you play it on the
deserves
original
to
Game
be
Boy? Because like
here.
Samus is so dark on the
If it
planet, like
was-
underground, where she
If
can't
it was
see very
actual
well.
2
So it's like,
remake,
and
where
the
it has,
screen
like,
is
parrying
green
and
like her
shit, I
visor,
would've
so like
rated
she
it
sees
higher.
everything in green.
Even 2 is remake is kind of okay compared to
Well, yeah, because it still has to be 2.
other ones.
It's
Like-
more of a linear experience because like you can't progress to the next area until you kill every single
Well,
Metroid.
you're literally
Some way-
going
Yeah.
like
Some-
you're not exploring this and then coming back here later. It's literally just going through a line.
Yeah.
It's a
wasn't the first
linear
Metroid kind of-
Metroid game, which is not a Metroidvania.
Yeah.
It's funny that that's.
It's fine that they tried something different though, because like the second game in a series will like kind of redo the formula just to try it out, and it
Which-
didn't work, so we're gonna go back.
Speaking of, did you know that they figured out new Hollow Knight tech?
No.
You know that giant up explosion you get at like towards the end of the game?
Mm-hmm.
You can pogo off it.
How do you use it and then pogo off it?
You have to jump, use it, and then immediately downstrike when you have it, and then you get your jumps back to like. So you could jump, use it, use your double jump, and there's only like one actual use case for when you get it in the game.
Yeah, because
'Cause
it's
it-
like later on.
Yeah, it just like skips one like entire segment, but that's like minutes.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Silksong to come out day one on Game Pass.
Don't
Time-
lie to me.
time-
That shit ain't coming out.
Tied with that is Spectrobe's Origins.
Spectrobe's had some
I hated it.
problems.
You hated it.
I hated it.
You hated it.
Connor has
Hate.
such strong opinions. Hate
Connor's
is such a
opinions
powerful
are
one.
like me.
I was. If you guys remember how I was during those streams, I was on my
Not the
phone
same
whole
as you
time.
are
It
today.
was so boring.
But that's
The
normal
only
for you.
redeemable quality, I'll say this: the only redeemable quality was shoes.
The whole reason it's up this high is for shoes. Let's be real.
Don't fill me in.
I fuck with shoes.
Well, you're gonna
This
have
pepperoni's
to.
got like a growth.
You're
on
gonna
it.
have to when you play the fuck Mary Kill. So.
Oh.
Oh yeah, shoes is on there.
Yeah.
I fucking love shoes.
Yeah. The only reason I liked it as much as I did, which is not as much as because I like the worlds reminding me of a better game, which is Xenoblade Chronicles.
Don't I put the crackers and stuff in the middle?
Yeah, I haven't been able to eat anything.
Just swap.
Yeah, just swap your drink out.
Everyone's always bitching about crackers.
That seems like a personal issue.
Yeah, but
It's gonna be.
but
Just be careful.
Spectrobes. I like the world part of Spectrobes, but the grinding part of Spectrobes that I did off camera sucked.
All grinding sucks.
Yeah.
Level systems are bad.
Yeah. The next one is a three-way tie. First one is 58th place for this next three is BPM bullets per minute. Blame Connor
Why blame Connor?
because you rated it the
BPM
lowest.
BPM was alright. It's just a
I thought it was
proof of
good.
concept for Metal Hellsinger.
It's the same company.
Yeah, and it's like the whole same concept, except Metal Hellsinger has a story and its own like music from like real artists. Like there is a system of a down level, and like you have a bunch of different metal people coming in to do each level.
Please
song.
tell me the levels are based on the aesthetics of the album arts of these metal Metal singers.
They're too fucking different to have that work.
Okay, I think that would be kind of cool as a concept, though. Maybe like a pinball game with metal music.
Yeah, but I
Where
think
each pinball board is the covers of like Metallica.
okay, but that's actually just the Metallica pinball.
Is there a
Yeah.
Metallica pinball?
Yeah, there
Yes,
is.
At
Is it a
round
game
one
or
we
is it a-
played.
it's a pinball.
It's an actual
I,
machine.
I don't know if
Yes.
that was, no, Iron Maiden pinball was at round one, as well as I think ACDC pinball.
Yeah, but those pinball tables are sick.
You select your song.
It's a proof of concept for another game that does it really well. It's just it didn't have like that money or like again the proof that this will work.
And Connor was just like, I really need just one.
I really
more
hate music.
song. To be fair, that hearing that same song for like 2 hours was like killing me because you guys couldn't get past that level. I was just
I
like,
did. I beat easy mode.
I was like, make it. I was like,
I enjoyed playing the game, and it was a fun concept. I just didn't enjoy it as much as the rest of the games that we're going to talk about.
Wipeout.
Kind of like the same deal as Warhawk and Twisted Metal, where like there were no sound effects. It was just music, and like it felt empty.
That one felt like more of a proof of
F
concept.
Zero at home.
That one felt more like a proof of concept than Twisted Metal and Warhawk.
Yeah,
But like I feel like that one we both were like, there's more potential there than.
it was just
Twisted Metal and
impossible.
Warhawk.
Like the difficulty and shit.
Music was pretty good.
The
I
music's
mean,
good.
if you liked techno music,
For what it was like all right. But yeah,
there's really
not as good as any F Zero.
There's really not much to say about Wipeout. It's like it's very short.
Like I still want to give the other games a shot. I'm sure they'll be better.
Did you guys bounce on the big balls?
Wrong Wipeout.
I don't know, man.
And
Can
then
you wrong warp somewhere
The
else?
last one for 58 is Snake Pass.
Snake pass.
So,
Kiss my snake
I give that game a
ass.
snake pass.
I know you guys all hate having fun, but like this game isn't bad. It's just a fun little game.
It's not
meant
that
to be
bad,
like
but you have to like struggle against it to get control.
that's the whole point of the game.
Sounds like using chopsticks.
It's
It
to
is,
learn
but
the
it's not my
movement system.
favorite.
It's just as
It-
much a part of the game as BPM is to learn you have to shoot in time.
Well, my thing is BPM forces you to do that. Nothing happens
Snake
if
Pass?
you try offbeat.
Snake Pass forces you to.
But the whole point of
Can't
Snake
get anywhere.
Pass is the fact that this controls the way I don't like.
did the music.
He was a wise guy. I didn't think it was terrible either. I rated it higher up too. Not like higher up, but like middle of the road.
I don't think it
When
deserves
you
to
get
be
the
number
hang-
one,
When
but
you get the
I mean,
hang of it,
So many great moments in Snake
Steve
Pass.
Aldrich just said. And when you get the hang of the controls, it's a lot more fun. But getting past that beginning section where you're trying to figure out how everything moves and works is like some of the worst moments in gaming this year. I think because I'm just like,
I mean,
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I do get what you're saying there.
I
but
don't
just
get it. I
think
don't get it. I
about-
do get it.
But just think about how you felt when you finally did get it.
My thing
Ah,
is
everything-
Oh, thank God, it's over.
It clicks in your head, and you're just like, oh, and then you're just slithering up everything.
well, my
Yeah.
thing is this isn't a game that's made for the people playing it. It's made for the viewers watching it. It's
Like Bennett
definitely
Fodder.
like a streamer like game like Getting Over It or Jump King where it's just it is difficult. The entertainment is watching
Or
the players
Crash,
struggle.
It's About Time, or Mario RPG post game.
57 is Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
that one
I did not enjoy it as much as I remembered.
The only reason
That's another nostalgia.
Well, that's
goggle.
also one of the
Like,
ones that has
testing
like the Mortal
the
Kombat
nostalgia.
chess in it.
Mhm.
no.
It doesn't.
So the one we were thinking of is Deception that has the chess and has
Oh.
has the dedicated like open story because the entire time we're playing the story I'm like, isn't there like an open area? Is there like an area where like you could roam around and certain events happen at different times? Nope, that's all Deception. I got the game wrong.
It also just sounds like nope. It was lying to me.
Also, the story, Dagon story, was stupid.
He's like, give me the dragon power, Dad got it. Dag nabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing
The
with the
only-
character creator
I
that
was
we
gonna
did at
say.
the end of the game, Connor, like, we found out that only Connor's you have to have a profile
Mhm.
to play the game, so you have to put in a code in the beginning of the game to be like, you're this guy. You're that guy.
So you get money for completing the story mode, and that money you can use to buy things. in the character
You
creator.
completed one story
So
mode
I-
and you were able to buy one thing.
No, so I completed the story mode, so I was able to buy whatever I wanted. So I bought whatever I wanted, and then Tristan logs in under a new profile because he has to play multiplayer, and it has no money because he
You
didn't
didn't
beat the
So
game.
essentially, I only had to work with what he had bought.
No, I didn't. You couldn't even get what I bought.
No, I had the things you bought.
Do you? Okay, so anything I bought, he was able to use, but
Which I think character creators like that are really interesting. It's like the whole reason Soul Calibur 6 sold anything.
No, I had to be or not to be.
That was
Here.
after.
I can't remember if I can't remember if he was in that one or another one. So it's either to be or not to be.
It had Tubi and Geralt.
Geralt.
No,
It's Geralt.
it's Geralt.
I thought it was Gibraltar.
It's
it's Captain Geralt.
It's Geralt the Wichita from Wichita, Kansas.
Jump out that window.
56 is overcooked. Connor, I'm so sorry.
Hey, at least it's not 80.
You know, I'm happy
Moving
with
on.
that placement. I know you guys all hate it except for me and
Well-
Sharky, who are good at it.
Well, my thing
All
is,
half of
you
it.
have to have people you can rely on. I didn't.
You and me.
I had.
I
person
fly
I could
solo
rely
in this world.
Huh?
I fly solo in this
Just
world.
to tell you, me, Shannon, and my wife, and
Shannon and your wife?
Whoa.
and my wife, at in the same place,
Richard?
and a mutual friend of ours,
Bitcher?
all played Overcooked 2.
Glitchered?
One day, we beat almost the whole game, 3-starring every level first try, in one sitting.
What that means is Overcooked 2 is a better game.
Could
Well,
be.
yeah, mainly because it has an actual throw button instead of a throw glitch, and
And
a
throw is
plate that you
necessary.
can get stuck on the sink.
It was just the girl that we had over knew what she was doing because she played it before.
So was that your girlfriend
Me
or
and
your
Shan-
wife?
And
Still beat that.
knew what we were doing. So we all were just able to do it so easily. But you guys
They still
You got this force.
Gave
You were
up
all able
before
to
you
do
even
it so
tried.
easily.
They lost the plate and still whooped their ass. They literally couldn't get one of their plates and they still got higher points than them.
By like 100. It's no big deal.
we lost a plate into the abyss.
Like, and there's no way to even get it back.
But like it's supposed to be a game about communication and a game about working together.
They can't do that.
And you guys just
So
didn't
half
want
of
to.
it, half
I
of it
tried.
was that.
didn't want
Half
to
of it
do
was
it.
that.
I worked better with your wife than I did with you.
So
You
half of it
didn't
was
like
me
it.
just
I'm not
not.
talking about Shannon, I guess.
Half of Overcooked was me not being capable of doing it. That's just not a game I can grasp.
There
You
are
saying
things.
that makes me so mad because you are so good at games.
So
Not that kind of game though.
here's my thing, right?
Sorry.
I have you two practicing without me for Monster Hunter, so I know you guys know how to handle yourselves for when we all get together. I feel like we need to leave Chris alone, locked in with Overcooked and nothing else, so he could digest what it means
That
to
sounds
pick
like
up a pizza.
torture for
A
Chris.
shelf of unplayed games over there has a problem.
And he's locked the shelf away, so it's only Overcooked.
I
I
just
would
replace
cry.
all
I
the
would
discs
give
with
up video
Overcooked.
games.
Alright, 55 is Final Fantasy Adventure, which is technically Mystic Quest, which is not Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, but it's also this first.
It's only called
Mana
Mystic
game.
Quest in Europe, so
The-
Richard's
the
opinion
way-
doesn't matter.
The way we
Wait,
played it was Mystic
Final
Quest.
Fantasy Adventure isn't Final Fantasy Mystic Quest?
No,
No, Final Fantasy Adventure is Mystic Quest. Final
he keeps
Fantasy
calling it Mystic Quest, but you should just call it the first Mana game because that's what it is.
I just because you fucking interrupted me.
Well,
The thing you always yell at me for doing before I finish, I said Final Fantasy Adventure, aka Mystic Quest, aka the first Mana game, but you cut me off before I could
Okay.
say that.
But don't
I'm
say
fucking-
Mystic Quest. Just
fucking
leave
beat
Mystic
your
Quest.
ass.
But it's the fucking joke. That was the fucking joke.
But
It's
you're
Mystic
confusing.
Quest.
You're confusing Connor. He thought
They
it was
all
Mystic-
looked at the fucking footage of the games when we rated them. They know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna call your ass out every time you interrupt me because you always try to pretend you don't do it to me.
I think I've
and
made up for
fucking-
1% of the time.
Oh, you've been doing it all the time recently. It's fucking annoying.
Feels good, like it's empowering. How's it feel?
How do you like? It's like
baby
it's like your
display.
professor's talking, and you're like, excuse me, you didn't realize the neutrons were the part
Where
of
mommy
the
and
cell
I've
that
had
fucking-
classmates in college who would do that.
That's annoying.
It
Mommy
is.
and Daddy are fighting.
Anyway,
Taste of your own ibuprofen.
Final Fantasy.
Not Mystic Quest. It's first mana game
So-
Final Fantasy, but it's not a Final Fantasy.
So, I think that I got confused when I rated that because I pictured Final Fantasy
You
Mystic.
didn't picture
Quest.
anything because I showed you footage of the game when
You
we
didn't.
rated
I
it.
was like, oh, I played that.
No,
and you didn't. Show
I
me.
know. For
No,
a
you played
fact,
Link's Awakening.
I know for a fact.
For this one, no.
Because I knew beforehand, I said it's not Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. It's a different game, and I showed you footage. I remember clearly showing you footage. 100%.
Best game ever.
you're wrong.
Impossible to
I
lock
think we-
yourself in a cave.
100% you are wrong.
You barely showed me footage of any of the games. Only the ones that I 100% didn't play. But I remember telling you, no, I played that. I know
And
what I'm
then I
talking
remember
about.
telling you,
Wasn't the right
no,
one,
you
right?
didn't. And I said, it's the first mana game. And you were like, this is the first mana game? It's a Game Boy game? I said, yes.
Okay.
You're thinking of someone else.
No, it was 100%
I think you're thinking
you,
of me.
Because it wasn't him. Because he's never played Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. So
Oh,
that conversation
interesting.
wouldn't have happened.
Huh?
Gaslighting isn't real. You made it
Only
up.
gas.
You
And lighting.
made it up. Which is the best game
Gas
ever.
is like
possible
torque.
to lock yourself in a cave.
Yeah, that's how our run ended because we soft locked the game. Literally, we didn't have enough keys. So, and you need keys to either go back or forward in the cave, and we already saved because you can save wherever you want, but that soft locks the game. And so we just had to end the run and watch a YouTube video. I ended up replaying it after, like I played through the whole thing, and I bought so many keys and didn't need half of them. But
Why,
it's just like the game has aged so poorly. Like it's Link's
Why did you
Awakening at
rebuy it?
home.
Why did you replay it?
I just wanted to. Like I liked
we
it.
didn't replay it, did it? I thought that was the
I-
first time.
No, I replayed it myself.
Oh, you okay?
But it just like it came out before Link's Awakening, and that game did so much. It just fixed most of the things wrong with Adventure. But the problem is just it's on the Game Boy, and you have 2 buttons to use all of your items. But Link's Awakening lets you unequip the sword, which I never did. There's only times where you need to like couple the boots with the jump, but that was the only time. But like, yeah, Final Fantasy Adventure, you have to have the sword on A. So literally everything else, whether it's magic or items or a key to open a door, you have to equip to the B button. Even though you don't use the key, you have to have it equipped and then walk into the door. And certain doors have other keys too, like special keys.
Zelda one didn't even need that.
Yeah, it was worse than like Zelda 1.
Yeah, that's
But so it was very hard to like grasp, and just you only have like 16 slots for items and nothing really stacks. Like the keys go up to 4, potions and stuff go up to 2, but then other things just don't stack at all. And so you only have a certain your items fill up like at the beginning of the game, but you need to keep the stupid Maddox to break the boulders and the keys to open the doors. So that takes up most of your inventory. So every time you get to a chest, it says can't carry, so now you gotta go through your inventory, find out what to get rid of.
There was
That's
nothing in
usually the key.
either of our cups, was there?
So it was just a huge pain in the ass, but like it did lay the groundwork. Not really lay the groundwork for a mana game. It almost has nothing what made the other 2 mana games I played good. But at least like kind of introduces the concept, more just like the story. Because Mana's like Final Fantasy where like the same ideas, but none of the games are tied together. Like every game has a mana tree and like the mana people, like the last surviving members of the race. They're the seeds of the tree,
That game story might as
and
well
like
not exist.
the Gemma Knights and stuff like that.
The other green
But that's basically it. But like every Game Boy game kind of has like the same charm no matter who made it. So like the enemy sprites are all kind of nice looking. The music is nice.
Space doors.
Excuse me.
So it just had like some charm to it. That's kind of like what brought me back to give it another shot and like see it through the end. But like I needed an open walkthrough mainly just for the maps of like where am I going,
Yeah, we got
because they're
lost a lot.
super confusing to navigate. If you hit like select in a dungeon, it brings up a mini map, but it's literally just the rooms like that connect, and you can only see the floor you're on. So it was just a huge pain. So I just brought up like a full map of every area in detail. But we can move on now.
Yeah, My Sims.
I like my Sims specifically for the
I
music.
like the fact that my mom got a goth GF.
Yeah, a big titty goth GF.
I'm real proud of mom for that one.
It's the game
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Gamer. Like when he started out, he was known for just hating.
Yeah, because Peanut Butter Gamer is an idiot.
And so is John Crunk, because then he made the Apples and Grips video where he's like,
So-
it can't be that bad. And then he played it, and then he like ran across the country to apologize.
So My
to him.
Sims is not a good game, but let's,
Yeah.
What's weird is Shan watches a lot of Smosh videos, and in Smosh videos they
Congratulations
have
on
they have
Anthony being back.
Yes. They have the rights to My Sims music, so they play My Sims music in there all the time.
How'd they get
Why?
Oh, like how Jeff Goldblum got the rights to Sly Cooper music.
Yeah.
It's like My Sims is essentially Sims for babies.
Yeah.
That's the main thing in the game. It's like
Mhm.
you want you. if
Because
you were-
Sims is inappropriate, so we had to make My Sims.
So instead of fucking, you can
You-
watch them fuck.
Would you like to woohoo with Grim Reaper and Elevator?
Yeah, the first time I ever played The Sims, I forgot to teach my person how to cook, so they had them put something in the microwave. They burnt down the house, and then the Grim Reaper came. And
Yeah.
then because my brain was stupid, I was like, "He's helping put out the fire."
he's wearing his fire protective equipment. His fireproof cape.
Well, it didn't look like he was swinging at anyone, so it looked like he was hitting the fire. So I was like, "Wow, I didn't know the scythe could do that."
Man, he's killing the
He
fire.
came out from hell to help you.
He's like, this hellfire is mine.
53 is Metal Gear Solid VR mission.
So
Did you just?
I don't know. I don't understand.
that
Chris,
was,
is there just a cracker in the middle?
no, it's a
fucking God. He just spit out his cracker.
because I just put it in my mouth, and then it brings up a beautiful video game, so I just reversed it.
He
Like
just took it out of his
I didn't chew it yet, so it's still good. I
You
can probably put
couldn't
it back.
shoot it.
But you can't just say Metal Gear Solid VR missions and expect me to start chewing and not talking.
Fucking- No, the thing is, it looked like you did it in reverse. It went, you looked like you went.
Yeah.
And this is why we have a camera.
Yep.
Which is, did that seriously make you jump, Tristan?
I think it was the soda.
Yeah.
God.
VR missions is good. Like, it was basically like an app game. Like, it's just level to level challenges, and like you kind of do them again, but with different weapons, and
And
they
I-
have courses designed for specific weapons.
And I think that's canonically how Raiden gets trained for 2.
Yeah. I know if in the original Metal Gear Solid, if you just do the 10 VR missions that are in that game and then you play the game, Snake will actually have an added line where he's like, "Oh, I actually like did my proper VR training while I was aboard the ship."
I did my VR training.
But VR missions like that, but just expanded to an entire game with like 100 levels or whatever. You get to play as Gray Fox, and like he only had like 3 levels, and it was very underwhelming considering he's on the front cover, just him, and on the title screen. And they remixed the whole main theme of the game and have like a section for him in it, just for 3 levels.
Not gonna lie, I bought the Metal Gear Solid collection that has every single game except for like 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah.
And when I saw that VR missions was a part of it, I thought it was a literal VR game.
Well, no, it's Snake is in the VR, not you.
What a statement.
It's true, but
You put
it's
the
fun for
headset
what
on
it
and
is.
everything
Like
and went, wait.
basically, Metal Gear Solid. Like you guys were so frustrated with the gameplay, but the story and everything is what people kind of like say about
And
Metal
then
Gear
you
Solid.
look at Death Stranding and you go, maybe Kojima should take a break.
Yeah, but like everyone talks about the story and the characters of Metal Gear Solid, but not the gameplay for a good reason. But VR Mission is like the other side of it. Like it's just straight gameplay, and I'd say it wasn't bad. There were some very annoying missions, but like only a few out of all of them.
Some of all the ones where it was like the mystery were kind of like, how the fuck would you figure this out?
Yeah, but at least they were short. Like it wasn't like we
Yeah,
were.
well,
Totally,
yeah.
We just looked them up, but like
Yeah,
the annoying things
we
were
had to. We tried to do.
the
it
annoying things were like the
legitimately.
comprehensive like what was it, like 15 minutes to do all 10 without getting seen or killed, and you screw up and like you don't go back to the beginning, but that time stays and you have to redo that level. Those because like we'd run out of time, like 10-15 minutes just gone. It was basically like the Overcooked final boss, but you have to do like all the missions back to back.
Oh, I lied.
The original Metal Gear Solid had a thing like that too.
Can we just talk about how pissed you guys were
Where
on?
you had to make him go up.
Oh yeah, the rocket, like it goes up ramps, so you have to guide it all throughout this entire obstacle course. And like the blast radius just wouldn't like work the way it was supposed to. Like it should have hit this guy and it didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff like that.
Can we just talk about the fact that you guys were so mad that Overcooked had like a 15-minute final level?
Yeah.
When so many other games
You
of
can eat
ours
this.
have had way worse than that.
Oh yeah, and we don't like them.
Even games that are on the top, I bet. I'm gonna listen in to see if I
Mm-hmm.
can find a game that proves my point.
Chris, the antenna.
I'm turning it.
Only just my rabbit
Hold on,
ears.
Connor. I'll let you detect it.
50 52 is Twisted Metal.
I kind of said everything about it. That I was
Yeah,
gonna
that-
Warhawk,
Yeah,
but,
it's like the same thing with Warhawk.
yeah.
I think it's more of a better.
It's better,
game.
yeah.
Like,
It's a better concept and done better. However, it's still limited.
yeah.
And then they don't really do much with it after, if I'm being
You know what
honest.
feels so off about it? The vehicles, I think in both games, don't move. Like they're literally just
static.
anchored to the screen, and the level moves around you. And there's no animation to the vehicles, so there's like frozen cars as the level shifts around. Of course, like the enemy ones are moving, but like from your perspective, it just looks very weird.
You know, there's fucking.
And there's just like nothing to the game.
There's 5 of them on PS1.
Yeah, they kind of went, well, like
Yeah.
it's 2 different sets of developers, and they do say it kind of fell off. Like it wasn't that great to start with. I still want to keep going with the series, and like I like how the first game had just like the digitized images of people, like people dressed up as Sweet Tooth and the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Back when it wasn't the. Was it the.
He didn't have fire for hair, or his hair was just it looked like
Yeah.
fire, but he didn't have a flaming head.
Here's the question before we move on. What is Sweet Tooth's real name?
Do you want them to guess first? 'Cause I
Freddy.
remember it.
Freddy Fazbear.
No, what is it, Cherokee?
There's 2 of them.
The original Sweet Tooth, the one from.
Like the dad.
No, that's a different dude.
The dad is a playable character in
Yeah.
the game.
Matt Mercer.
His name is Needles Kane.
Needles Kane, yeah.
Needles Kane.
And this is back like Sweet Tooth wasn't like, you know, the chubby like shirtless guy with the straps. He had like the full like plaid suit on and stuff.
Yeah.
The one that's playable in Hot Shots 2.
He was,
Oh, no guest characters in Hot Shots 3. That also bogged it down. But
yeah, apparently a little bit better than that is a Bird Story at 51.
I mean, I remember a long time ago like played it. It's
You-
literally like 30 minutes, but like
No, you said it was 30 minutes. It took me and Connor over 2 hours.
you sucked at it.
There's
suck
no,
at
there's no sucking at it. You just walk through the story.
Yeah, that guy went through it faster. I probably just didn't take anything. Like, all right, I'm just walking.
You didn't
just
read.
walking.
There's no reading. No one talks.
This dialogue list, like, you literally just experience. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Flow Flower, like, but even
Why is this
less.
rated so high compared to Stray?
That's
Because
Stray
because
you
for
know
what it
what
is-
you're getting
thing.
into.
Because
It-
for what it is, it's good. Like, it's not meant to be a long game. That's why it's not higher.
And
But
there's
it's
also,
also
not
not
random
lower.
robots just talking shit at you like, I lost my scarf the other day.
Like it's
A
not
game
a
that's
game.
like not long, like
It's not a game, but in fact it is called Bird Story. You know what you're getting into versus Stray, where it considers itself a game in license.
It's kind of like
guess.
Undertale and like even To the Moon, where it's not a totally involved game, so it can't possibly be like this mind-blowing thing.
but
because it's
Undertale
not
also has
trying-
fucking gameplay.
But not a whole lot compared to like any other RPG. Like it's not very involved gameplay until you get to like Sans and Undyne. But like it knows how long it is and it's not trying to be any more. So it does good for what it's trying to do.
It gets
kinda
the
hard to
point
explain.
across.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Stray is just like, this animated movie requires a controller.
Bird Story was like, we're gonna tie over our fans that liked To the Moon.
Yeah,
with
'cause it's
something
also-
before it ties together with Finding Paradise.
Yeah, it teases to Finding Paradise
Yeah.
because that's the old man as a kid, right? He
yeah,
wanted to fly.
yeah, he wanted to fly, and then that's the. What
How do we go from the moon to just the sky? Oh, Mario Odyssey.
Down.
50 is a tie.
Let me know if my pit smell bad.
Okay, Wheel of Fortune. It's Wheel of. For this and the other one, I'm just gonna say it's Wheel of Fortune. Like,
Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune?
Wheel of Fortune.
What?
Did you say Wheel of Fortune
no,
twice?
for games like Wheel of Fortune and the other one, Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah,
When
you
we-
just said
when-
Wheel of
when-
Fortune.
When we get to it, well, I said in the other one.
Oh.
Yeah, we should just skip talking about
It's
it.
it's Wheel of Fortune. You've seen the game show, you know it. It's classic. It's fun, whatever.
Yeah.
That-
Honestly, well, the other thing I'll say, because I never actually saw any of the streams or even that game, but I feel like with those games like Monopoly, like the newer the console is, the better the games tend to be just because they're more responsive. Like Monopoly back then, it's like, who am I talking to? Because you have to share a controller. And like, oh, you have to like, it's very hard just to navigate and figure out what's happening because they had to squeeze it all into this little game. Once you get to like the future, like everything's there. It's very easy. And they like know that people who don't play video games like Jess are like picking it up, so they make it extremely accessible to everybody.
Mhm.
So that's kind of just by default makes the newer ones better.
Yeah, we played the PS1.
Like try playing like, because on the back of Frogger, it's like advertised Jeopardy on PS1. Like I'm sure we could play it, but like Jess might not enjoy it. might be just harder to like pick up. And
That would be
play.
hilarious though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and different
I've heard
questions
that
and stuff. So it would be worth it, like to keep the Jeopardy shit going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tied with that is Brothers.
Brothers was a fun story.
I'm
I
not a
think-
big fan of my brothers.
I think it
Me
would
neither.
have been better if we could use 2 controllers.
Yes.
We had to play it like
Half
sharing
and
the
half.
controller.
like sharing control like that, and after hours of sitting like that, it got so uncomfortable.
I feel like me and Connor
See,
could do that.
you do that
easily,
shit for
'cause
Mario
it's just-
Party 7, where you can
Yeah.
be 8-player, but with 4
I
controllers.
think it's just because we're closer.
We're just not as close.
Yeah.
It's basically the concept of Joy-Cons, but Joy-Cons did it better.
Emotionally,
Just
physically.
Even then, Joy-Cons are like too small to really want to play with a single. But that's the point. Like now, you don't have to share the controller.
Well, to be fair, with Joy-Cons, I pretty much just hold them in like a claw grip, and then all of my palm is just empty because they're so fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Like for a while, when I was playing Shin Megami Tensei 3, I just held both Joy-Cons in one hand and controlled it just like claw.
It's like the
So-
world's smallest Wii U controller.
It does
Would
not
Brothers
rock
work
out
well
on
on-
the Wii
yeah.
U.
But yeah, Brothers would probably work well on the Switch.
It's coming out on PS5 and Series,
Remade, and then they're gonna downgrade that for the Switch,
Yeah.
and it'll look worse than the original.
like Mortal Kombat 1.
That one's funny though.
That one's hilarious. It's really bad. It's so funny. Yeah, Brothers, classic. It's a redundant title. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Yeah.
So Brothers.
49 is The Last of Us Part 2.
Yep.
Overrated.
I think it's overrated, but I don't think it was bad.
You
It's
know
not.
something?
It's
I
like-
had
to
some
me, it's on
fun
the
in
cusp.
some of the levels.
Yeah.
There were some good parts. Yeah.
Just not the whole game as a a whole was not
The
fun.
only
The storytelling was just like a mess. Like, just I hate how it's so
the
out of order.
switching
Someone
perspectives, yeah.
tried to tell me that a good death battle matchup would be Ellie versus Clem, and no fucking way
It
does Clem stand a chance against Ellie, who gets fucking impaled on a tree, gets up, wipes out a bandit camp while still injured.
Ellie would kill Clementine, but for a battle where it's like
Who can fall over more?
well, like low
Well, Lee would
low
win.
stakes, where it's like there's not two people who could blow up a fucking planet. I'd be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
however, Ellie's a bit closer to blowing up the planet.
Yeah.
You never know. Clementine almost blew up her child's head. Anyway, yeah, Last of Us Part 2. The only part I did not like was the open area where you had to be on the horse going all around. And doing-
I
following
didn't like
following
the
map.
I didn't like the zoo, like the aquarium and shit. Like the whole let's be astronauts and going to the
Oh,
and
you
the
hated when it was the character building for Ellie in the past.
yeah, because
Yeah.
that was the whole first game, and why are we doing this after the fact? After we already know Joel got killed. Spoilers.
Spoilers for the first hour of the game.
Yeah, but just
Joel!
like I hated the whole out of order shit. They could have done it a lot better.
If
Agreed.
it,
You have to play as Abby and fight Ellie, but then the game ends with you playing as Ellie and fighting Abby.
I mean, games are at their worst when you feel like you have to skip a cutscene.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we almost had to because there was just a straight up sex scene that hit us out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It happens once in the game. It just fucking happens.
It
and I
didn't
had
need to happen either. They
I
could have just cut it. Like, you know they're going to, but no, they just
Well,
start
like,
straight up having sex
You
on
could
camera.
Yeah.
also just have like a neat little fade to black.
Yeah.
That's what I prefer.
No, they do.
I mean, what
Last
I
of Us-
prefer is like having settings so you know it's there and you can choose to have it just automatically be skipped.
No, Last of Us just loves cutting to black for everything. When you die, cutscenes. It just shows you the peak of the action and just cut. So like
Which-
sex is happening and then cut.
The main
5 years
reason
ago, what?
why I like the new God of War games is because there is no cutting. There is no showing you what the characters aren't seeing. It is one continuous.
That was the
take.
appeal of Dead Space.
Yeah.
Everything is one continuous gameplay.
And that's what made Dead Space 1 like really good, and like all of the UI elements that are on the character, and it made it really nice to play.
Yeah.
Next is Jeopardy, which we again.
Yeah.
Skip it.
It's Jeopardy.
I always have to think for a second like which one's which, but I know.
47 is Gubble HD.
Fucking Gubble.
Gubble
It's
made
not
it.
number one.
Gubble made it to the midway point. Stand proud. You're strong.
Gubble is great.
So Gubble is fun, but that game is like I unironically
too, like,
in
much.
the middle of me streaming it solo, the PC version. I unironically went, "This is too chaotic," and then it reminded me of what you said, which was, "This is chaos."
Meanwhile, I can digest Gubble in its entirety. I ate the disc.
You
it's,
could
it's,
digest
it's
some
literally
Gubble.
we talked about Gubble.
I could
last
gobble
year.
some gobble.
Yeah,
Gobble
you were the only one
gobble.
that played it, so like we don't really have anything to add.
But the only thing to add is this just the same thing with more stages. Like
Yeah.
that's
And you can
essen-
save, right?
and you can save.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder at the end. It's a lot harder. Some of the enemies is what I qualify as dick design, but like
Mhm.
it just gets really really hard. But other than that, it's Gubble. Same
It's
thing,
made for
same
babies.
same thing we said last year.
Which is why I like it.
46. I am fucking shocked it made it this high on the list. It's Pain.
Pain is funny.
It's like
Pain?
not really a game.
It's
It's
not
not.
really a game, but it's funny to do it once and then never again.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we just made it a one stream thing. I didn't buy any of the add-ons.
I wanted to buy it and like try to get the secret areas, but I can't even find footage of those areas online anywhere. So I'm wondering if like they just
They aren't real.
don't exist.
It's such a product of its time too. Like that was just the thing back then. Just fling this guy around and just watch him get the shit kicked out of him, and that's the game.
Well, PlayStation started doing the whole like indie thing where it's like throw shit against the wall,
Yeah,
like see what sticks.
that's
Oh,
literally the game.
we'll make a game where we throw shit at walls.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where you catapult people or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
You can catapult Daxter and Buzz.
I'm glad you know what it is too. And it was in Astros.
Yeah, you can fling one of the robots against the
I
wall.
think it was
and
like a
It
PlayStation
lights
made
up a
game.
sign that says Pain on it. Well, again, PlayStation, like Fat Princess and all those aren't like PlayStation made games, but they were funding a lot of network games because they were really pushing the PlayStation Network during the PS3 days.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'd ever like go back to Pain, more just like to show somebody who hasn't seen it. But like that's kind of it. It's just like a little novelty thing. But they were called PlayStation Minis for a reason.
45 is Lethal Enforcers.
That was another like
Lethal
novelty thing.
Enforcer is like a cute game if you find it in like an arcade. You'll pick
Cute.
up like the light game. You'll pick up the light gun.
Doing
and
drive-by
experience
shootings is a
that.
cute game.
Yeah, it is.
I first heard of it from your dad's arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Then like James talked about it in a Sega CD review, like how many rubber stamp companies are we gonna drive by or whatever. But like, I just have the Super Nintendo port. It's not like a perfect port, but I also don't have. We can't use light guns on HD TVs, so you just use a controller
You
to aim
just
a
use
cursor.
L-guns, Ryuk guns.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. So like, yeah, it's not a great game, but it was just a fun little
It's
thing.
a fun little thing to experience that these games existed in this way. Like
It was
the way
a
now it's
Konami
all like real footage.
yeah, it's all digitized and like even worse so on the Super Nintendo, but like
It's a history piece for me.
yeah, exactly. Like, but it's a Konami light gun arcade game, so like
Yeah.
it kind of speaks for itself.
It stands on its own 2 feet.
Don't feed.
44 is Played Up, which Chris didn't play,
Played
but
Up?
it is very. I in my opinion, it's very much better than.
Way better.
Way better than
Mhm.
Overcooked.
Mhm.
Like,
Or
What does it
Overcooked
do
one.
differently?
so you can like. It's more of a Overcooked is like level based, whereas Played Up is more like
Build your own.
Oh,
it's
run.
like
It's
it's
a
like
run
you
of
know like roguelike
levels.
games where you dropped in and you get it's not the same every time things
Yeah.
change. It's
You
like
know
that.
how like
feel like I'd
every
like that
time
more.
we looked at a new stage, you would look at the design and go, "Oh,
yeah.
You pick the overall layout and then you put stuff in it."
yeah. So
Yeah.
you
can
decide
move
where the
every
tables
counter.
are.
You
Yeah.
can move every.
That's
the only thing you can't.
cool.
The only thing you can't move is the walls and the doors.
Because
But
that's the
you
foundation.
get
You
to
don't have
choose your
control over
set.
the architecture.
But you can move every single cabinet, every single.
You
cutting
just bought the
space.
establishment. You can put the kitchen wherever, but you
That's-
can't move the
that's
walls.
actually-
so
So
it's
the
that's
foundation.
actually kind of a lie because you can pick the layout you want. Based
You can
on-
pick the
Yes,
layout,
you
but you
pick out
can't
the
change
layout.
it mid-run.
Oh
Right.
yes. That's
So you have one run.
Because you're running a restaurant, you don't have time to rearrange shit.
You have one run where you buy things like you buy new ovens and stuff, and conveyor belts that automate the process of.
This just
cooking.
seems more realistic.
And then you
overall.
slowly work your way towards an even better kitchen, to the point where you have to serve so many customers, and you have no idea how you're going to do it. But because you've spent all this time getting your system down and improving yourself, getting the system down, it just becomes a much better game.
This seems way better.
and then if you're Connor and you play by yourself, you can make automated
Full
systems to
automated.
run.
Do I still have the
Mm.
picture?
Oh, so you're essentially training people.
Well, it's
No, no,
they're-
like
it's
training the
conveyors.
computers.
It's machinery
Oh.
and conveyors and stuff like that. You can make
And he just has them convey all the way down to the tables of the people sitting, and then extra conveyors to take the plates away.
yeah. So like even alone, you can create systems to make it so streamlined.
It's like those sushi restaurants where the sushi comes in on a bullet train.
It's not real.
That is real.
Well,
I want to
mind me.
believe.
Connor looks for that fat princess.
I'm gonna look for the picture.
That-
while you
like,
guys-
I just don't care about games like Fat Princess. It's kind of like a tower defense, and it
Fat
was really
Princess
annoying
would
sometimes.
be fun if you were playing it like an actual like team defense game, like 16v16.
Yeah, but we're using the computers. Like, we have computers on our team, and the enemy AI is
But
really
like
frustrating.
actually playing it for its intended purpose is fun.
Yeah. It was a PSN game.
I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I got like some mild enjoyment out of it. It's just funny the idea like you have to make her eat more to make her harder to kidnap.
Yeah.
Which is a funny concept.
But
for,
we just
like,
said fuck it and
CTF.
just like we just grabbed the enemy princess, just ran. Like, who cares
Yeah.
about what happens to ours? They're not gonna catch her.
Yeah.
Just more
They-
so
they
getting
do.
their princess is the hard part.
They never.
But that lava level at the end sucked.
That's really it for me when I think
Yeah.
of negatives is that one level. So that's
There's
why I
one where
kinda-
like we were just trying to breach the wall and like just enemies were constantly respawning in and there was nothing we could do. That's what you created.
A solo run where the whole everything is automated.
Eh.
Pizza is automated completely to the point where I just stand there, stuck, and all I do is just hold the button down here to do the dishes. All the plates get auto shipped to the sink. All those plates
Also,
get
look
from
at
the
all
sink
these
go to
fucking
them.
tables and chairs.
Look at how many chairs and tables there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool that like yeah, just as
And you
much
place
like value playing it by yourself as there is together, but it creates a whole different experience.
Yeah.
That's what I think the essence of multiplayer in games should be. Like, games shouldn't be like single player only or only fun with multiplayer. It should be like a crazy
It should be able to
different
stand
experience
on its own and with
Yeah.
people.
depending
Like
on what you do.
You just
The
spit all
things
over
about-
yourself.
the
Hmm?
things that
Just
are
suck.
like fun and definitive about Monster Hunter multiplayer is monsters will break your guard and keep you stunned, and then the hammer player will just walk over and send you fucking flying because you saw you got stunned. And he's like, "I have a launch move."
42 is Dicey Dungeons.
It's a fun little
Fun.
roguelike.
Just a fun game.
It is what it is. It does.
I mean,
what
you
it's
play these
supposed
games
to.
like one-offs. Like, they're not going to be anything like big.
Yeah,
There's-
it is what it is.
It does what it's
Then
supposed
the
to.
pure silence. All right.
Dicey Dungeons is like you roll the die, and that's what you get to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all it needs to
It's
be.
just a fun space.
41 is Virtual Fighter Kids.
I mean, it's advertised as a faster Virtual Fighter too, but it has like
which
the
is
chibi
what
sprites.
I play.
This is called Virtual Fighter Kids, but like the girls still have tits, the guys still have arm hair and beards. So they're just chibi, but they called it kids even in
Well,
Japan.
it's for kids.
Yeah, but they're like shrunk down. The
And it
intro
was
is
dubbed by
hilarious.
4 kids.
The intro is hilarious because it like shows like the original models and then
Yeah,
there's like
next
the
to
little
'em.
miniatures. Yeah.
That's what I showed them when I showed them the game. I was like, you have to see this fucking opening.
The endings are kind of like whatever.
I never watched.
I liked
I
it.
like virtual
It's
Fighter
basically
in
just
general.
yeah, it's just basically 2, but with like they high pitched all the voices and just made the music sound cute, and that's it.
40 is Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire is so much fun.
It
Unironically very fun.
it's not my
It's a deck
kind of
builder
deck
game.
builder though.
That's not how I feel about card games, especially of the Kingdom Hearts variety. But
Yeah, it's not like that though.
and I kind of
It's
see like cards
Purely
like,
a card game, not
yeah.
a
Yeah,
wannabe.
I'm playing cards and I'm also playing Kingdom Hearts at the same time. Yeah,
Mhm.
have fun.
But like, it's just interesting concocting new runs, and you know, there's this one run that I always do that always lets me win, where you focus on block, right? But it's so rare that you get certain cards that make that run worthwhile to do that you can't do that same run every time. You have to go and try and do something different. And if you try to do that run without getting all the cards that you need, you won't get very far.
Mm-hmm. It seems like too dependent on making a build instead of going with the flow.
Mm-hmm. It feels like you can't win unless you have the right cards.
It like for games that are random like that, I like picking up random shit and having it be like a hodgepodge together and not even like, because going for a build to me in most roguelikes is a little bit like cheating. I want to embrace the random and make do with what I get.
And that's what you have to do there, but you try for something, and that's the difference.
Yeah, but the trying for a build always just
Say it fails, yeah. What's next?
God of War 2 is 39.
I mean, I'd say it's
Twan.
better than God of War 1.
Yeah.
Like, not by much. They're very similar. I think the abilities are better. The weapons are better.
Twanbot agrees.
Yeah,
In terms of like story and locations, it's kind of like
it's like the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
one was worse because that hell level at the end where you can instantly fall and die.
I still ran
Two
into
didn't
the
have
issue with God of War 2 though, where I wasn't getting killed by the combat. No, actually, there was one area that whooped my ass every fucking time. But other than that one spot, I wasn't getting killed by the combat. I was getting killed by the environment more, and I was getting killed so much by the environment. It was like, do you want to switch to easy mode?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not the reason I'm losing. I'm not
Yeah.
losing because of the combat of the game. I'm losing because of the mechanics of jumping, which
Yeah.
don't get easier if you change
However,
the difficulty.
One of the best moments in any like Devil May Cry 3 Let's Play you'll find is the first fight against Virgil, and then they lose so hard that it's asked them if they want to switch to easy mode. And just like, no!
Losing
You can't select easy mode to begin with, right?
You
Is that
can.
the one where you can't?
Oh,
Devil May
no,
Cry.
yeah, it unlocks if you lose hard enough.
Right.
So easy mode unlocked against the first Virgil boss fight is always like an iconic thing.
It's not even a hard boss fight.
Yeah. It's like beating Final Fantasy 15. You could beat the whole game in the first 5 minutes
And all you have to do
Just
is
by-
hold down square.
just by like understanding the game well enough, because you fight the final boss in the beginning and you're supposed to lose and start your journey. Or in Fallout, not Fallout,
You're thinking of
Far Cry
4.
Far Cry 4, where you can just
Enjoy the
sit
Rangoon.
there and and then he comes back and that's the end of the game.
Yeah,
DMC5 has a
Yeah,
similar
Pagan.
thing where you're up against the final boss first, just defeat him early.
Pagan Min says, "Wait here, I'll be back," and you're supposed to get up and like start your journey to joining Revolution. But if you actually wait for like, what is it, 10 minutes or something like
Mhm.
that,
It's a long
he'll
time,
actually
yeah.
come back and be like, "Thank you for waiting," and then it'll bring you to the end of the game and it'll play the credits.
He gives you your mom's ashes and he says, "Enjoy," and that's the end of the game.
That's nice. It's like Resi where Barry's like, "Oh, I dropped the rope. I'll go back and get another one." And like you think that's the beginning of like Wesker like holding his family hostage and making Barry betray Jill. No, he actually dropped the rope by accident, and if you wait, he'll come back with another one and let you back up. Because if you continue without him, that's what leads him to get killed. Plus other things you have to do specifically, like talk to this person. And, yeah.
Next is Super Mario
Get up
Kart
here,
38.
And for the first Mario Kart, it was good, but then you can like compare it to the others, not so much.
Mhm.
Super Circuit, I'd say, is still worse, but like, it was huge for its time. But like you say, for its time, like I still get some enjoyment out of it, but I'd still rather pick up most of the others.
That was huge for my time too.
You're huge for this time. Like 100%.
Surprised this
We had a
cat
hard
anime.
time playing it. Like we just sucked so bad.
It's very different.
But remember, I'm the Super Mario Kart champion.
Get fucked. Just get fucked. I got so cheated out of both of those.
Yeah.
I gave the second runner up 2 chances to beat me, and I won both times in both tournaments, and then I lost to you. They
Yeah.
went exactly the same both fucking times. No, you faced him in the first Mario Kart tournament and won, and then I faced you in the finals. And
Yeah.
then I faced him in the other tournament and did 2 at times because it was Anyway, 37 is a tie. Virtual Fighter 2 is like the same as kids
Like yeah, it's just better than Virtual Fighter 1, probably in every way.
every way. Except
It was like
still
very
no
good
endings.
looking for its time, but and it's a good conversion on the Saturn. They just made the backgrounds completely 2D instead of like 3D.
Did they make 'em-
Music's better, and yeah, they added a couple characters, and it's kind of about it.
But it is a slower version of 2 or kids.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
why I rated kids higher.
Yeah,
And then tied with that is Super Puzzle Fighter 2.
It's just funny.
that's the gem one, right?
Yeah, the gem falling.
Yeah, I'm not like too big on those games. I like Mean Bean Machine, but like
Mhm.
I wasn't very good at it. Like it clicked with you so much more. But yeah, it's just like a cute puzzle game.
I whooped your
Yeah.
ass, man. I fucking like he
I
had
had no ass left. It was all
He-
smeared on the pavement.
He had a dirty dish in unaccessible area and he still beat you.
bro. You don't understand. He had a colonoscopy, and they went there and they said it looks like it's already been taken care of. I emptied him out, bro. All right. Sunset Overdrive is 36. Me and Sharky played it.
It's fine.
I thought
35.
I thought it was really fun.
Yeah, but like the actual story stuff is just, hey, go here.
Well, it's all just supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be taken seriously at all. So like most of the story is kind of like non-existent, but just filled with insane moments. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's the premise of the game. But when I got to the girl that was like, listen, nobody's been returning the side quest icons when I asked them. Can you go around to the people you've gotten side quests from and get the icons back for me so I can give out more? I was like, this is amazing.
Like, that's some pretty funny metaphor.
That's pretty good,
And I
actually.
thought the flow of gameplay could have been better, but the flow of gameplay was pretty fun once you got the hang of it.
I'm glad you guys are reading all that though, because like oftentimes we just don't, and then it goes bad, or like it starts tasting like it's like soggy.
You.
35 is Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Worse Uncharted, I'd say,
No, I think 4 is the worst.
You
Actually,
like
yeah.
4, huh?
because this one was shorter, so it just made it better.
It was shorter and it didn't have any. Oh no, it did have.
It had the winch gimmicks and shit.
No, I was gonna say it didn't have any stupid Lost Brother gimmick, but the Lost Brother's in the game.
Yeah, he just shows up.
Yeah.
He was lost in the game, and then he found his way into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because by that point, Last of Us came out, and I feel like Drunkman just took his drunk writing to Uncharted when it didn't have it before. Like, it's more serious in its writing, and more just like, let's walk around and show the tech of the PS4 and not be a game.
Well, that was kind of.
And let's use all these stupid mechanics like the grapple and the stab the pike in the wall and the winch on the front of the truck so we can drive trucks up mountains. And let's make it completely open. Where do you go? I don't know. And we're gonna hide treasures in this open world too. Have fun.
Did you
don't.
end up?
No,
I
not
know
worth
you did
it.
it for
Because
one.
four, besides finding the treasures, it was like find hidden dialogue by going up to things that they could talk about. Yeah, die. No
At least
thanks.
it's only dialogue.
But
and
games
it's
aren't
not-
meant. That's what showed me that
you know.
games aren't meant to be completed.
Games aren't meant to be played.
Yes.
Third-
But it's just like a watered down, like in terms of plot. Because like Nate was like great and Sully's great, and they're not in it. Sam kind of just whatever.
Sam is like the worst Uncharted character. I
Chloe and
think.
Nadine were all right, but yeah, they ain't a Sam or Nate
Sam?
Sully combo.
Sam was the girl in the first one too, right?
No,
Sam is
Sam's
the
his
brother.
brother,
Who's the-
his lost brother.
Oh yeah. Who's the girl?
Woman.
Elena.
Elena. Yeah.
I
that's
just
right.
called her woman for
Yeah.
the first game.
Elena's not in it either. It's just the B team.
34 is Tekken Tag Tournament.
It's
Yeah,
like
T-Tag.
it's prime stuff. Like I didn't think it was gonna just be a straight up Tekken game.
It's prime stuff.
Like I thought it was gonna be like more of a spin-off type thing, like completely different kind of gameplay. But no, it's just straight Tekken, but you can swap out two characters.
Yeah, it's Tekken, and there's a tag mechanic. It's Tekken Tag 2.
I don't know why I was
No,
thinking
it's
it
not
was
the
gonna be
same one.
something more like different. But it's just running on the same engine as Tekken 3, but it's on the PS2, and it like totally took advantage of the new tech. It was a launch title for the PS2. And I think it's like one of the best looking PS2 games. Like the floors looked so nice. To say anything, like they really knew how to show it off. Like, how does this look better than the PS1? And I think what
And
people
that
were
was
thinking,
focus on the floors.
yeah. But I think what people were thinking back in the day was like Tekken 1, 2, and 3. I mean, the CG cutscenes were like kind of nightmare fuel sometimes, but
That's why they were fun.
they were. But like you have polygonal gameplay, and then you have these good looking CG cutscenes. Tag Tournament was like, let's make those CG cutscenes the gameplay, because then they don't have CG cutscenes though. It's just all in-game cutscenes that are really lame. That was like the biggest letdown. Just like every ending cutscene was like your character fighting somebody else.
Do they really need to die during our podcast?
I know.
Yes.
Can they relocate the fire station? Because like we got shit going on
Yeah,
here.
there are things happening up here. Sorry. We open up the
They slide up the pool again. They put the they take the
It does-
cracker out of their mouth.
It does the StarCraft thing where the firehouse just lifts up and starts floating away.
Find another district to die on. Yeah, Tag Tournament was good, and it was cool. It was in Everyone Is it wasn't Everyone Is Here. They didn't have Boskanovich and they didn't have Gon.
That was it, though. Well, Gon wasn't obvious because that was a manga crossover character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that was a
Boskanovich
guest
was a
character.
Tekken character. There's no excuse to have sit down
He's
man.
in Tekken Bowl.
He's in bowling.
He's
he's
in the
in Tekken
background.
Bowl?
Oh, in the back.
Yeah, he's the background in Tekken Bowl, so he's technically still.
Yeah,
in
it
the
introduced
game,
Tekken bowling. Yeah.
which is
We'll get there.
hilarious.
Mm.
33 is Pokemon Coliseum. I am shocked it's this high.
I know, because originally I rated it high, but I'm like, after we play, I'm like, bump that shit
Yeah,
down.
I mean, we did bump it down.
I
basically.
almost thought about selling it, but we put so much time and effort into it, and I originally played it too. It's like, if I sold it, it would all go to waste.
We put a lot of time and effort into
Things have
Fire
little
Emblem
meaning.
that we deleted right away. I feel like you could have.
Why did
You could have sold it. I mean,
Why did you shake like that?
Like-
It was supposed to be the.
convulsing.
No,
I
it was,
say-
it was
I
a
was
no,
saying-
but like a rapid no.
I was saying you could sell the game, not.
Yeah. At least I can get some money out of it, because it's like kind of a rare game, but
It's a rare game.
Coliseum is like good in concept. Like, I like the
Cameo?
change of gameplay, like, or
Having
it's a
it
different
be
aesthetic. It's a
doubles the
3D
whole way
space, doubles
through.
the whole time.
But
a unique
only
region
trainer
where-
battles and like the selection of Pokemon you can get. In
The
game
gameplay just
fucking
sucks. Yeah,
So-
and it's too slow.
So, did you need to do what you guys actually did to beat the game?
Yes.
Yes,
We weren't
'cause, like
leveled
Chris
enough.
was like, "I got this," and while he's like on level, and then it got really scary when he lost 2 Pokemon immediately. It's just like Chris.
You can't just skill your way through it.
You can, because Chugga beat the game at level 55, and we were at like 60, almost 65.
You can, however, that is
Yeah,
the
so-
hardest.
It's also
fight in the
Chugga Conroy.
series. Like they haven't out difficultied it, and they have fights against level 100 Pokemon later on in the series, and it's still not as bad as skill swap slacking.
At least I was able to decimate them before they even tried that. But yeah, just very bland, repetitive gameplay. The songs were fine until you hear them a million times each.
Yeah, just
And it's just even more repetitive than a main game because there's less places to go. At least there's fast travel, but like Pokemon, all the routes and the towns and the dungeons, this has like 10 locations in the whole game. And just getting through that Shadow Pokemon lab was a total maze, finding no one in there, only to find out that you have to get the phone call or the email saying that now they're there. That's it. I'm like, we're done. XD is going to be better in so much, in every way.
Yeah, we're starting it tonight, right?
Yeah.
32 is Crash Team Racing.
It was fun.
I'm just glad I got over one of the Mario Karts.
I'd say like it's basically PlayStation's equivalent of Diddy Kong Racing. Like they're about the same in quality. It's really like personal preference on what you like more. Diddy Kong Racing was harder, I'd say, but also you were playing most of Team Racing, and Diddy Kong Racing was very hard too. But
Yeah, you'll play most of Diddy Kong Racing.
You guys played a lot of the mid games. I have no idea.
Crash Team Racing.
it's not mid. It's a good game.
What I mean is, like, I haven't had a game I played in a while.
But the biggest obstacle with Team Racing was that I was getting like motion sick from watching it. So Tristan had to play because like it's a hard game sometimes, but every time he played, I couldn't watch.
You did good by the end of it.
Yeah.
You did all the cups.
Yeah, all the Grand Prix,
yeah.
like I just breezed through those without even trying.
Did you do the Oxide? No, I think you did the Oxide.
The final Oxide race? Think you did?
Was it me? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I tried
that,
it,
That fight
like,
is
a couple
bullshit.
times.
To be
Yeah.
fair. Fight. Get out of the can, Oxide, and come fight me like a man.
But like, yeah, for what it is, it's like pretty good.
31 is a tie. Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition.
I mean, that's just a compilation of like every version of Street Fighter 2. So like, you select which version of the character to play as, like original 2 or turbo or super turbo.
And
Like,
if you pick the originals, you don't get the supers
If
at all.
if you
Yeah.
want some real shit, Capcom versus SNK 2.
yeah, because like there's no need to have that 2 thing on the collection because we already played the whole Street Fighter thing. We just played it. We did a one-off and just did versus because like
Just to, like
we already
show it.
showed everything of Street Fighter 2 there is besides like later versions. But yeah, it's just like a little compilation that they did for the anniversary of the game.
I mean,
It's, like,
Street
not
Fighter
really much
2
to say.
is the fighting game that sort of started everything when it came to like any sort of competitive scene. It's also
Yeah.
like where combos were discovered by
Yep.
Guile.
by accident.
It's where combos were sent to die. That is tied with a Connor game. I swear to God, I
The
see
Connor
the bear
Dick Hill.
meme. I see the bear meme on his watch. I would fucking cry.
Justin, what time is it?
Star Wars Fallen Order.
It's okay.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's got
I
calculus.
think it went on for like a couple hours too long. I think that last world with
It's getting a little frustrating. at
Hottie with a
parts.
body could have been like cut entirely and just kept the other 4 worlds. But I thought it was fine. No, cut instead. Don't cut that. Cut the fucking stupid part where you get captured. where you have to like do that gauntlet of enemies all at once. Yeah, cut that. That's it.
That was annoying.
And every time you die, you hear the fucking collector guys say the same thing over and over and over.
Hey, pretty
again.
boy.
Hey, pretty boy, you want to suck on some toes for some doubloons? Wow, Jack and Dexter uses doubloons as the currency. Wow,
We don't even know what currency they use.
It's literally on screen, sir. It's literally on screen, sir. I thought the combat was fun too, in Star Wars. I didn't think the combat was bad in any way. I thought it was fun, except when you had to use the two thing and it does no damage. You know.
I think what you're saying makes no sense because the point is that it doesn't do as much damage, but it stuns them, right?
No, it works in crowds of enemies because it works quick.
Oh, crowd.
but
Yeah, that's right. Crowd
There's only
control,
one
yeah,
place it's used in the entire game. It's that one of the last worlds. You never run into situations like that again.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah.
They should have introduced those early on, and then you were given the choice of where to use it.
Now you want to know where you can use a blade and some walls to your advantage, boy, is our next one, which is number 30, which is Ghost Runner.
Yep.
29.
29!
Tristan
don't like
played
Ghost
this
Runner?
shit on console, which was wrong because that's this year's whole thing was supposed to be, hey, you're doing this to learn how to use a keyboard and mouse.
I don't have a good keyboard and mouse setup.
That's a fucking shame. Next time,
Yeah.
listen.
I'm just saying, I don't have a good.
You didn't. You guys put it at 30, but you didn't like it.
Oh, I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, we liked it. It's just
it's
Tristan
we-
did it wrong.
It's a
Why are we
very
shooting it away?
it's a very solid game,
Shoot.
but I played it on a controller, which made it harder.
And also is not what I put it on the list for.
It's okay.
It's not. I hate you.
Calm it down.
No,
We're all family here.
I don't believe you.
We're all family here.
What's this?
Connor.
I'm an NPC.
No, it was the game I was telling you where it's like it's a lot, and so I was getting like overwhelmed
Yeah.
with the amount of shit in it. But it's not that the game is bad. It's just that I'm bad at games like that because there's a lot of shit. But it's very well built.
Movement mechanics are good.
29 is Earthbound Beginnings.
I mean, it's my least favorite of the Mother trilogy, but for an NES RPG, it holds up better than I expected.
Yeah.
After playing it like twice, but it had annoying dungeons, like they're just complete mazes, so you do need to open the maps. But after that, like there's not really much grinding you have to do. I know that guide was like, you gotta level up like 100 times, but I'm like, fuck that, and we still got through it like decently.
Yeah, we beat Mewtwo pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean first try, I think. But we also had rewind and stuff, but it's really not that bad.
Did we have rewind?
Yeah, we played it on the Switch.
It's on Switch Online.
Yeah, that's how.
How did it get released initially? Was it only Switch Online or was it a different way?
It was on the Wii U.
It was
so
on the
I
Wii
own
U.
it on the Wii U eShop.
That game does not rock out on the Wii U.
No, that's not rock out with your cock.
But it's like it laid the groundwork for the series. It's cute. It feels like beta Earthbound, but it has some unique things to it.
essentially is beta Earthbound.
Yeah, a lot of just everything got recycled.
It's just Ness doesn't fall in love because he can't feel anything.
Good.
He feels homesick.
He's an emotionless fucking prick.
It's good.
Homesick.
PK Thunder.
It's still like
PK
if you're a fan of the other two games, it's definitely worth playing. Other than that, I don't know if I'd recommend it as much.
28. Mario Kart 64.
It's Mario Kart.
We played
next.
Vegeta Kart, but like it's still Mario Kart
Don't
64.
fucking shoo away the game just because you don't like it.
Well, the gameplay isn't great, like because you're 2D sprites on a 3D thing, and it is very primitive, like bullshit mechanics that just don't make any sense. Like, why did
It's
it
Mario
bumping into a
Kart.
tree make me spin out? But like, you just get the hang of it, which is just more of a workaround than like the game being good. It just had like a a life changing experience when I first played it. Like that's the gateway into classic games for me.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that game and like only having played Wii games and being a fanboy of like modern Nintendo, and then just seeing that like open the door for everything else. So it has more of a place in my heart, but like as a game, yeah, it hasn't aged great. But I love the music. It's like somber for being like a racer. Sometimes.
Mario Kart 64's music is bad, bro.
I love it.
It's not good.
I think
It's
Double Dash
Mario
is
Kart.
lackluster in comparison, but it's just like another classic novelty thing.
27 is Sam and Max Hit the Road.
That game's like cute and funny.
It looks really
And-
good from what you showed me.
And for what it is, for like being an adaptation, or not really an adaptation, like a continuation of those comics, it does a good job of getting the characters across.
So it started as a comic series.
Yeah, it started. So it's really funny. It started as a comic, and the main writer for the comic stole the idea from his brother. So the whole thing starts from plagiarism.
As all good things do.
Like Mario 64.
Then it went into
All of
games,
Marvel.
and then it got into a TV show,
DC.
and then it got canceled for a while. Then it got turned back into games for Telltale, and then they started doing the Walking Dead style of games, and then they failed.
And now they're gone.
Yep, which means no more Sam & Max games.
26 is Piku Niku. So 25. No, I've been telling you guys that I liked Piku Niku for the last couple.
I like my
Years.
explanation better.
Huh?
I like my explanation better.
Well, it's like a fun little like one sitting experience. You
Yeah.
play it, you get the full thing, and
It's-
then you're like,
it's
it's fun.
It's a cute game. You look at it, you go, "That's a little Piku," and then you go home.
And that's a little Riku.
They're bugs.
They put bugs in me, Riku. Why is it getting loud?
He's
Bugs-
revving his engine.
Speaking of getting loud, imagine getting railed by Zagreus. Oh, sorry. 25 is Hades.
I thought you'd be more into Meg.
I'm into Meg.
Please elaborate. The two that played the game.
Connor, did you actually play much of the game?
Not really.
I've
We
beaten it.
played one stream of it, right?
Yeah, I've beaten it multiple times over. It is the best example of a roguelite because it has a nice, fair progression system.
The difference between roguelike and roguelite is that roguelites you continue and keep building off your previous runs. You don't start fresh. So
Yeah.
in that way, I think it works a lot.
And it does have a consistent story that goes over, like, I think it's 30 successful runs in a row to get the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I guess.
he's being a douche.
I'm being a
listening
peanut
now.
gallery.
Yeah, he's being a douche, but I'm listening.
I mean, the main thing is, it again, is just the example of a roguelite.
Yeah, it looked like the coolest one you guys played, at least in my opinion.
Well, like everyone says, like they praise it. Like it's nothing but praise that I see.
Mhm. It's a fun game.
'Cause
We only played
it's
one stream,
the
but it's a fun game.
roguelite.
24 is Fury.
Fury's fun.
Why are you laughing?
You're like wiping your eyes while saying it. Like it was such an emotional pick for you.
Fury.
It's a fun little boss fighting game.
I thought it was.
One of the modes is way better than the other.
I thought it was really cool.
That last boss fight is evil for me specifically because everything is blue.
Oh, the blue guy.
Yes.
What was the conclusion of the other route? Was it just that you don't fight anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The boss that was missing wasn't a boss. It was a scenario that had no boss, so they skipped it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was very fun, and it's got a lot of good composers in the game.
to it.
And you'll see like a lot of those composers do come back and do more stuff for like things like Hotline Miami.
Yeah. Speaking of things like Hotline Miami, number 23 is Hotline Miami.
They're gonna say something completely different.
Speaking of things like Hotline Miami, Jack and Dexter.
Jack and Dexter is my favorite game to watch while
Hotline Haven City.
Hotline Miami. Tristan, you should talk about your experience with Hotline Miami.
It's very fun.
It's very fun. It's fast paced and like.
You'll hear me yell in the streams, but that doesn't mean it's not.
That's
a fun
because
game.
it's a one hit game, both
film that yourself?
sides.
The Duncan Cup, right?
It's the one where it's like you're the guy, you get the gun, and you're like in the top down perspective shooting everyone.
Yeah,
It's
like-
including going to the convention where the game was revealed at and shooting everyone.
Yeah, because that was the demo at the convention that they showed off. Everyone is going through the convention center and killing them.
It's like better than the Game Freak room.
The Game Freak room.
How like Pokemon has the Game Freak room where the devs are there and like,
Yeah.
oh, I made the music, I coded the game.
That's a thing.
Yes,
I think
in, like,
almost every game has
all
that.
of them.
I've never encountered it once.
And then like the way you get your actual reward from completing the Pokedex, which is usually the shiny charm, is by talking to the Game Freak employees. Like, thank you for completing our game.
I like the one that's in Custom Robo, where there's the guy that's on the ground. He's like, I'm like the animator or something.
Is that the one where the guy fell out of the locker?
Yeah, that one was real cute.
Hanami was very good. They had composers. The only thing it didn't have was like a heavenly figure. You know, like someone that like made you feel good, like someone, you know, with something around their head. Like our 22nd spot, Halo.
You say that, but there's like 3 characters that are exactly that in Hotline.
Move
It's a horrible segue.
We've talked
Just
about
for
it.
that, we're not going to talk about Halo.
We've
Skip
talked.
it.
We've mentioned it. We've talked about it. We're here now. Let's just
So
drop
we-
it and move on.
Original Halo.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I like it.
technically Master
like
Chief
it.
Collection Halo, but it's the
It's
same
combat
Halo.
evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Halo.
And it only
It-
devolved after that.
It defined the controls for modern shooters.
Yeah.
It defined twin
It defined the multiplayer experience as well.
Yeah, just having that big.
It was like
lobby
the
of a
big,
bunch of
yeah,
different people.
online multiplayer thing.
It was like the Xbox. Like
There wasn't like a big
They
online
haven't.
FPS before that.
They haven't gotten more like
Quake.
good for Xbox. Quake is a different thing entirely because
Mostly
Quake
PC.
is an arena FPS, which those are rarely done today, and it's really fast. Like if you see
Yeah.
like Quake championships, like actual like tournaments for going against each other in Quake, it's fucking insane how much only 2 people on the board do.
Yeah. I think Halo's missing some fundamental things. Like Master Chief is like a non-character. Like he's a nothing burger sauce. Like who cares? There's no good characters in the game. Like supporting cast, there's like nothing except
He
for
was-
Well,
Sana.
there's
It was
Johnson.
designed that way specifically because it's the first of its kind.
But
Well,
could
also
you,
they had like months to make the game.
yeah. But could you like imagine like Cortana like narrating the entire game for you?
And
Like,
then
you
it
know-
would
like,
literally be me just pointing at the subtitles going, "Shut up, bitch."
But the thing is, like, it could be they could have made her quirky. They could have made her funny. They could have made her like guide you through the different places and like let you know when you're going the wrong way. And maybe you get something special when you go the wrong way. Just like our 21st spot, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, where the narrator does the exact same thing for you.
So that's
So-
technically the Stanley Parable 2. Like the second one.
So the reason
There's a bucket.
the reason
It's a different game.
the reason Halo was like that and not no.
I
The
know, I
reason
know.
Halo was like that and not quirky like that is because Portal came after, and that's who really pioneered that. Narrator can be the evil narrator. Can be
I saw a
quirky.
thing online where it
type
was
thing.
like Portal 2
And then
is a
Stanley
Parable
great
came
single
after that.
player game because it's filled with all this
Yeah.
2012 humor. Do you know where the 2012 humor came from?
Where?
Portal 2. That defined that years of humor.
Yeah.
But anyway, next one is Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a fun way to go about it. 'Cause
Reassurance bucket.
It's the same as the first game, which is why it's
Well,
called
no,
Ultra
it includes all the content from the first game in the sequel.
Well, it's the same as the first game
What do you mean? There's
up
bucket?
until a certain point, and then it completely changes to like completely new content, and like it'll add a 2 to the title screen and everything like that.
Every time you restart, it would add a new number, and then you
Oh,
get
yeah,
to pick the
that's right.
subtitle.
That's right. You would be like, this is now the third. This is
Stanley
now the fourth."
Parable 8.
Yeah.
The Infinite Butthole.
The Infinite Butthole.
It's very much it's one of those games where it's like also a nothing sauce burger of a game.
Well,
But,
no,
like, that's
because
that's the point of the game. Is like you don't do much. You
It's-
follow the story of a narrator that's trying to guide you through a story, but your actions can
it's
impact the
one of the
story.
first things that had like a defined meta commentary when it came to the media of video games.
Is that what Ratchet Remake tried to copy with Corby? Like, and Ratchet did this. And I
Yes.
said
Yes.
Ratchet. Yeah.
Yes.
And it did define a lot of how
When Pierce
games
blew up Planet
changed
Video.
because it's kind of a flowchart if you break it down to just like base what you're doing in game, and
It is.
the
It's
core of
literally a
it.
flowchart.
The core of it is the only way that Stanley gets his freedom is by you listening to instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he's forever being mind controlled by the facility and under your control. Which is a real neat, just like parallel to have the story be.
I don't know, we played
as
the
the
sequel
player
pro-
are the one mind controlling him. That's the whole point.
Until you get a bucket.
But the point where I was like, this game is different, was the point where you break out of bounds, and that is a part of the game.
And in Stanley
Okay.
Parable 2, they patched in another thing for another way you can break out of bounds and get stuck in the mind control room. And they added a full rock sing. Like, oh, full rock song is like, congrats, good job, you did it. You got to the bottom of the mind control facility.
It's so stupid.
It's just dumb fun and a nice meta commentary in a way that isn't just fucking boring or in your face.
Next up is Wii Sports at 20.
That ain't dumb. It ain't boring. And it ain't in your face.
It's pretty dumb.
That's a pretty classic
Yeah.
good game.
It's like
It's
the
one of
defining
those
game for the Wii.
defining
It never
eras.
got better than that.
Like, just how, like, Halo is the thing for the first Xbox, Wii
Yeah.
Sports is the thing for the Wii.
Because it is like a tech demo where like they never used the tech better than this demo.
And they
But, like,
never captured
Not even
that
with the
magic
stupid
again.
like add-ons to the Wii remote could make
But
it
like
any
same
better.
thing, like Astros was like that. Astros
Yep.
Playground, yeah. Better than any of the other games.
Like,
And
Wii
just
Sports
because
Resort,
it
like-
uses all the technology.
Like Wii
and-
Sports Resort, like none of those new mini games were like as good as the 5 of Wii Sports. Wii Sports Club was like an empty shell.
And then you have
made
the
in
Switch where
1080p.
you have all the new
Switch Sports, like-
no.
I thought
The
you
only
were
thing
throwing
there
a
was
KFM
1-2
bucket.
Switch, but then it's not even
Well,
that good.
the
What
thing
did you do
is
to
with fucking Nintendo Switch Sports is that they gave you volleyball.
Yeah. Well, Mario Party 5 had that. We'll get to that later.
What were those?
But it was just great to make all of our Mii's and just
It
like,
also-
play baseball with
The
them.
Switch one also
Or-
had soccer.
Good guy.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, bummer.
Obama and Obama.
A rivalry for the ages.
Just that's what makes Wii Sports fun. Just like the family picking it up and making Mii's of their own, and then just casually bowling a 300.
You do that in real life.
No,
He wishes.
19 is Psychonauts.
it's good.
Psychonauts is a really good story. It's one of those things where it's considered like the hidden gems of its era.
Yeah, hidden like collectathon. that
It's
people
one of
look
like
over.
the best PS2 games to just like pick up.
Mhm.
However, there are annoying bits. Like if you don't know you have to go and get the cobweb thing, you'll just get stuck.
Yeah, there were just like some really frustrating parts. Like I think my least favorite was the stage play.
Yeah.
The Spanish one, like with the city, was just confusing. Like, where do I go next?
Yeah, when it came to the asylum full of crazy people, they
Yeah,
weren't
that
exactly
was a
put
length-
together and neat.
That was a length spike I did not like because that's like half the game right there.
Well, also,
And like everything like had story working up to why they're going into this world, and like you know these people. Then in the end, it's like, oh, I just met you. Now we're going to go in your mind, and years and years and years and years and years.
because
and
you're
all the way to the top.
solving their problems that they were permanently forced into by Loboto.
Yeah, but you like just met them as opposed to like the other characters where you had some time with them.
and
because-
the whole reason
that's
why
because
their
all
like
their brains
levels
were
are like
taken.
Yeah.
more confusing is because their mind is fully out of sorts.
Yeah.
They need help.
But I
Just
like that they
like
started.
fucking guy who's convinced he's Napoleon.
Yeah. But I liked how like a lot of it was like taking other genres and kind of blending them into the gameplay, kind of like how Nier did.
Yeah.
Like the Napoleon one, it's almost like you're playing Risk.
And they all have like different concrete themes.
like the Milkman one, like it's like the '60s,
I'm
like
the milkman. My
yeah,
milk
but
is
it's like on a
delicious.
globe, like but it's almost like was that the one that's like a point and click almost?
Kind of, because it had all the different areas of the Secret Service just being like, I am a road worker.
Yeah, good
Well,
old Steve Blum.
It's not a point and click. It's a not what is it called, a fetch quest.
Yeah, but it was like you had to grab this item and use it here. It
Yeah.
wasn't a straight up point and click, but it had the idea of one.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah. A lot of them like use ideas from other genres.
And Psychonauts 2 takes that to a whole nother level after waiting like 13 years to release a sequel. And then you open up with the line of, really? I feel like I haven't been here in days. It's only been an hour, Rasputin. Oh.
It was fun for what it was.
Yeah. Number 18 is surprising. It's Red Earth.
Red Earth looks really neat, and it's something I would just dump time into.
Yeah, because it's almost like a roguelike, I guess, where you just keep like coming back to it and replaying. Because we beat it in a sitting. But you just kind of like level up your character. I mean, I don't know how much really control we have over that. You just kind of play it like.
Well, it's depending on like different factors in the fight, like how much you take damage, what your combo meter and system is at, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's based on how well you perform.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It was just cool to have like a boss fight kind of fighter rather than like a traditional Capcom fighter or beat 'em up.
That
Yeah.
game, that collection made me feel like they had so many cool options that they just decided to just go all in on Street Fighter, and it's upsetting.
Yeah, because like Street Fighter is like one of my least favorite of the Capcom games we've played because like all those other fighters were like just better.
Yeah.
They're not as frustrating and they're not quarter eating. They're just actually fun games that had more appealing characters and stuff.
Number 17 is something from the other years that I didn't consider done, but I'm now considering done. It's one of 3, I believe, which is Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, it's the worst Persona game I've played.
How many have you played?
All of them.
So it's the worst Persona
You played
game.
the first one?
Yes, I've played the first one. The only Persona games I haven't played are the ones that are like strikers.
Oh, like
Where
Q
it-
and
it-
stuff.
Well, no, Q games are actually really fun.
Q1. Q2,
Q2's fun.
it's not as good, I don't think.
I liked it, but mainly that's because it plays more towards like Persona 1 and 2, or at least
Yeah.
2.
I think Persona 4. We're gonna play more of 3 next year. Persona 4 was good. I think
we
it's
didn't play
I
much
think
of 3 at all. Wow.
I think it's better than 5. Like a lot better than 5. But I also don't like 5.
5
I
has the
like
problem of like it's a game that makes me skip cutscenes. If I skip the cutscenes, I'm fine. However, it has a lot of stupid narrative things, like it will show you a flashback to a cutscene that you could not save in between. So why the fuck do we need to be reminded of that time Makoto was called useless? Useless?
I think that there
We
was a,
played it during the stream.
Yeah.
We got to the scene.
I think there's a case to be made that you have to have some preparation time before school, because I'm so annoyed in that game right now in 5, where you start your day immediately without being able to save beforehand. Otherwise, you have to save at night.
Yeah, just save at night.
But then you just don't know what you're gonna do. You save at night and you're like, what was I doing the last time I was playing?
And then you just check your bench, you check your phone, and you go to bed.
Why do I
You
need to
have
do
to
that?
do like 1,000 checks just to be like, what's happening again?
Yeah.
It's how I
So-
feel with random encounters in RPGs. It's like you get into so many encounters that you forget where you were going in the first.
You start
place.
going the wrong way, getting in
Yeah.
more fights. Yeah.
Dojima and Nanako carry the game though. 16 is Super Mario RPG remake.
It was like almost perfect. The only gripes we really had during the game was that they made it way too easy. Like it was already an easy and accessible game for like first time RPG players. But now they made it even easier with a meteor that fills up to 100% and then you can do a team attack. I just like Mario looking at them and then they all die.
Yeah,
like,
he
500
skips the
damage.
animation, so it goes.
So it
from-
starts like a close up of Mario like staring at them and they're just dead.
But I like doing that in RPGs. 'Cause
Um,
it's just a fun thing of just like you skip at just the right time.
I like
Um,
seeing the 360 view of all the characters turning slowly, and then they all go like that
What are you talking
for the
about?
team attack.
It's Amori.
That's
For a more.
oh.
Amori's team attack is good. Because the game's actually challenging. But it was like such a cakewalk. And like they made it where when you time the hit perfectly, it hits everybody too. Like not for the same damage, but like they all take supplemental damage. So we were one-shotting enemies by not even fighting them.
Yeah.
So like, and then the other thing was like they changed some names of characters. Like Mac was changed to Clay Morton. I was getting upset.
The post game sucks.
Yeah, before
Okay.
then the last thing is they changed Bowser. Like, all right, what are like the Goombas and the Koopas? Like, what's the army called?
Dead.
Like, do they have a team name? Like Bowser's whole like army.
The Koopa crew?
The Bowser's army.
The Koopettes? I don't know.
So you're both close
It's
to like
the
complete
Koopa
episode.
Troop.
So originally it was called the Koopa Troop, but I guess that was like an English localization thing.
Well, yeah, because they're Koopa Troopas.
And that's an English thing. Like in Japan, he's called Koopa, and I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure the
because he's
Koopas.
King Koopa.
Yeah, but like I think the Koopas in Japan are called like Noko Nokos and stuff. So America took that like let's just call him Bowser, and he's the leader of the Koopa troop. That's unless you're the show where they call them King Koopa, but like
Yeah.
so I think
King
the Koopa troop
Koopa.
was an English thing, so they decided to change it to Bowser's Minions because like the Mario Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's
Yeah.
Minions, but that's just officially the name of them. So Bowser's like. Because the whole joke when you recruit him in the game is like, oh, I'm gonna make Mario. You're now a part of the Koopa troop. Like you're under my command and stuff like that. But now he's like, Mario, you are now part of Bowser's minions.
You are now a part of my minions.
So Bowser will constantly be like, oh, my Bowser's minions like have all ran off and like turned
that's
against.
just like a minor gripes with translation. That doesn't
Yeah,
like
because the
fuck
script
over
is still
the
the same, but then they just
That's why I
changed
said
like
that the
certain
game was
things.
almost perfect.
But
Minor great.
where the big problems came through was the post game because like they advertised, oh, when you beat the game, you can refight the bosses and they're much harder. So I was like,
I
oh,
like how they make the guy who's like, I wish to learn the power of 3D, and you go back and fight him, and he's 3D
yeah, like they kept him as a 2D spray with all the original music
for
when
like
you
the
fight him.
first fight, and then he's 3D for the second fight.
But that's like the reward. You have to fight all the other bosses just to get to him.
I think he's
but-
a cool reward.
He is.
so the
All right, the
problem-
sun is shining in. Should we close those blinds?
No,
Yeah,
it's
because no, look at us. We're
Yeah,
getting
we are
fucking
whitewashed.
blasted.
I'm
I feel more Caucasian than I've ever felt before.
But like I was like, all right, we'll try out these like super bosses. Like maybe it'll be a fun challenge. No, they end up being very gimmicky. I mean, a couple of them were fine. Like Bellum just took longer. But then we get to Punchinello, who was like super easy in the main game, and now you can't touch him. He just has complete defense, and the only way to hit him is he sends out bombs that will one shot you, unless you like time the hit perfectly to like take 0 damage.
Well, like the
But-
parry timing is like one of the most fun things about that series.
It is, but they never like one shot you with it. Now all these super bosses have instant kill attacks, and you have to hit the bombs to turn them around, and they'll walk into him. That's the only way to damage him.
Perfect hit it. You have to frame perfect hit it,
And-
or else it won't turn the bombs, and they'll pretty much essentially kill you in like. an
Yeah,
explosion.
sometimes when you hit them perfectly, they just won't turn around.
I get how you're not into that. However, when it's an actual mechanical skill thing, I'm fine with save or suck.
But then there's the next boss, which
Oh,
literally
so
is advertised
Booster, yeah.
as like the walkthrough we were looking at, where it's like you will not have fun with this. This really sucks.
Yeah, Booster sucked because this whole thing is he has an attack that will just wipe your whole party
It
out.
doesn't matter any stats. It doesn't matter any prep, any equipment. He
It
will
goes
kill
into
everyone. in
9.
one
It
hit.
goes into 4-digit damage, which you just can't do unless you're Tristan doing Geno World. But
Well,
like,
also,
and he's on a timer.
You have different ways to give your party invuln, like everything invuln.
No, not
You-
with that
there's an
fight. He'll
item,
ta-
there's
he'll
a
take
single
you,
use-
It doesn't matter. It'll
No.
take you out.
There is a single-use item you can get. We just didn't use it, but you have to use it on each of your party members. That will make them invulnerable to one attack.
Yeah, but now you're wasting a turn.
and you have to
where
use
the-
team attacks, and he's just gonna keep doing it too. There's no way. And they cap in this remake. They cap the number of items you can have. So the original, they give you 29 slots for anything, so nothing stacks. But in this one, you can have as many items as you want, but each one has a different cap depending on what the game decides. It's like the really good items cap at a lower number. So that's stupid. You can't like break the game to your advantage. But so there's really no way to effectively block Booster's nuke attack every time.
and if
This
you-
whole thing is he'll turn around and start working on it, and you have to hit him during that. So your speed needs to be high, but every time, because his allies like boost his speed at it, it'd literally be like, all right, Booster's gonna start working. Booster finished, wipes your whole party out. There was literally nothing you can do. It's just there's no like ATB meter, there's no like turn order, so you don't know what's gonna happen. As soon as you like have control over your character, that's when you attack. So yeah, so they're like, all right, Booster's working, Booster's done, goodbye, you're lost.
It would be one thing if these attacks were just really strong attacks, but the fact that they're party wiping attacks every single
Ignores defense and all that. There's no preparation you could have done.
time, I think that's
And a
what
lot of
makes
these is
it
like
suck.
even like your like the Punchinello one, like you don't even need to level up to do it. It's basically just like
Get your time.
perfect parry, yeah.
and which we did. We beat Punchinello, but we didn't.
But we
beat-
couldn't beat Booster.
But like the only things that you're having like difficulty spike complaints about are the things that are optional.
Yeah,
that's
so
why,
that's
that's
what's
why
fine
that's
about
why
it.
it's so high on the list. Is
Yeah.
because it's such a.
Because then there were like a couple bosses after. The Jinx one was stupid. You don't even have to really. You just fight
I
him
did
until
it by
you're.
accident.
All you have to do is hit him with one team attack, and that's the fight. But
Yeah.
he reduces it to 0, and you have to let it build all the way up to 100, and just withstand his insta kill attacks. And And then Coolix also has insta kill shit. He has like
You
the
see,
Doom clap
the
counter.
thing is, I'm more used to like the SMT games where like canonically boss 2 will put you in an infinite setup of just adding more turn to their turn and hitting you with insta kill moves for your entire party and not letting your turn show up just because they have fucking beast eye.
I'm just getting a little nervous because you want me to play this game, and I'm hearing a lot of
It's not
Difficulty.
in the version he's gonna make you play. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're playing the original, which is like the thing is that was like perfect. I'm like, this doesn't need a remake. I welcome the remake, but it didn't need it, and I'm glad the remake was so faithful with the graphics. Like it's literally like the original renders, but in full scale quality. Coolix also has the kill everybody, but it's on like a counter, so like every 4 turns or whatever he'll do it. So you have at least a little bit of preparation. But those fights go on for like an hour. But it's just annoying because they made the main game so easy, and then they made the post game so hard. There's no
I
working
gotta
up to
show
it.
you videos of fighting against Mott. Regular enemy Mott.
Like Flanders.
No, M-O-T, Mott.
She's like, it's time to take you to Sunday
That's
school.
Mott.
No,
Bad.
that's an
That's-
instant kill.
That's Mott.
Anyway, we should move on.
Yeah.
15, a Super Gem Fighter mini mix.
That was the actual fighter one. That's
That's
just
the
cute because
one where they gave Dan the fucking Shungoku Satsu,
Yeah.
where he summons his dead dad to go hit you.
yeah,
Yes.
everything's like all references. Like characters will put on different costumes just for single attacks. You
Which-
got Milkman riding around in a sleigh.
Which is cute.
Yeah, it's all just like a cute like parody of Street Fighter. And they also threw Darkstalkers and what's her face from Red Earth in it,
Yeah.
Tessa. The witch.
Tessa, yeah.
So like yeah, it was just like a hodgepodge of
And
just
the lion's
Capcom
just in a
characters.
chair in
Yeah.
the background. He's just chilling.
Yeah, the DJ's running the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cute stuff like that.
Number
Like fucking
14.
shit.
Yeah.
Number 14 is Snake Pass.
And Sephiroth. Sephiroth was the best part.
14 is rated way too high. I would have rated it way lower if I didn't finish it the other Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I mean it's the best one in the series, and that's the sad part.
That's the sad part.
But it's like the same shit. Optional post game stuff kind of ruins it. Like just don't even bother,
The
and you'll have a
thing
good time.
Let's say Final Mix, because Final Mix added
Final Mix,
all-
almost everything they added was stupid.
Yeah.
Unvoiced cutscenes.
The fact that you can't get the Ultima without doing all this extra garbage of this.
Yeah,
stupid
they made it
unique
harder to get
heartless-
Ultima
The
Weapon.
unique Heartless that aren't fun to grind on.
Because you're not fighting anymore. It's just doing like a mini game in a fight.
You have to. I did the one that everyone was like, it's the worst one, which is the like, where it turns into the 5 things that are flying. I got all of the items I need from that, no problem. The one that's in the jungle, where it splits
Mhm.
into 5. You have to track the right one.
That one's easy.
I did that no problem. And everyone was like, that's the hardest one. And the pink Agrid, whatever the fuck it is,
That's the hardest one.
I couldn't do it, so I gave up. I was like, I've spent so long trying to get 40 hit combos on this shit. I'm done. Fought Ice Titan. I was like, every time you use Wind, you can't parry
Yeah,
his
he
attacks
punishes
anymore.
you.
I'm like, I'm done. It punishes me for using mechanics of the game. I'm done.
Yeah, you work so hard to get all this stuff, and they're like, you can't use it. There's only one way to fight me in this. Like, when games should be more open and let you do things your way.
But there are bosses that should have gimmicks. Like, yeah, I have this doomsday timer you have to beat me in, but it shouldn't be like Zelda where there is one thing to do and you have to wait for them to open up so it's your turn.
Yeah.
I was getting frustrated in Ocarina, but anyway. And the final boss falling.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I fought like 20 times. I would get up,
Oh.
he would immediately hit me off.
So, 13.
He would start his attack animation right as I'm climbing up the ledge. What am I supposed to
like
do?
the pound on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. 13 was another one from a previous year. It was Katamari Damacy reroll. It's just the first Katamari, but like prettier, I think.
Yeah, and it's Katamari. What's not to like?
What
I love
did we
Katamari.
say about Katamari?
The only thing I don't like about Katamari is that they make you end it. Like there should
But
be
you
a,
want to just keep
Stop.
going.
there
I
should be a
don't
way
like
to just
it.
keep going and going.
Oh, like you want to take the timer out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to just be able to like get your ball big enough to the point where
Then you gotta
pick
do
up
the
rest
other
of the
levels that
planet,
we.
and then you start
speed
doing a
run.
collected universe.
And then I collect the universe.
You
Yeah.
know what's funny about Katamari is that we've never ever played the sequels. At least I haven't.
We should keep going back to the.
I
first
keep
one.
going back to the first one. I've never played another Katamari game. I don't even know if Katamari's any good after the first game.
And we never will.
Nope.
What's next?
Again, another one from our previous year. 12 is The World Ends With You Final Remix.
Hated the
What
show.
can we say about it that hasn't been said?
It's like the phone version, but worse.
Worst controls.
It's the worst version of the game by far. Like, by far.
I actually hated the show.
Oh, World Ends... I forgot that had a show. Now that you
Yeah, it
mention
was
it.
so
Yeah,
bland.
it's just like...
Horrible Funimation voice acting, rushed through everything. You
Is
can't
it
take like a
Funimation?
40-hour game, and compress it into a 12-episode show. Like it was the same thing with Danganronpa. Took all the fun out of it.
And then the stuff they did add was just like strange, like
Really?
all the people getting mind controlled out into the.
That's what happened.
Is it what happens? in
Yeah,
the-
where they had the red
Or
pins
is it
on?
that it happened too early? That
They
you-
might have changed like the sequence of things too. They
Okay.
cut things
Yeah.
out.
I can't remember. Actually, strike that. This is rated way too high. I don't like The World Ends With You.
Hmm.
Never mind. I changed my mind. I just realized now I hate the game. I think the game is actually ass. The only reason I enjoyed it is because I played it multiplayer with Chris.
Yeah, if you
Mm.
played it on DS, you'd really enjoy it. That's the best version.
No, because
No,
my
I
brain
feel
don't.
like the phone version.
I definitely don't think I would be able to handle both screens at once. I think
It's
my-
hard,
My
but-
brain doesn't work like
Well,
that. I
that's
think I
why
would-
Joshua's so nice. You didn't have to think.
Get his sass up in the air.
Yeah,
and you're
Chris
done.
got to play as Joshua. He made me play as fucking Deku. I mean Neku.
Deku. What's
Deku
next?
versus Neku. Who gives better head? 11
What?
is Spyro the
Who gets
Dragon.
better nuts?
They're both teenagers.
Spyro the Dragon?
Spyro the Dragon.
Like the original?
No,
No,
the one
just
my
like the
Aunt
guy.
Gertrude dropped off last night. Yes, the original.
No, like
Why is that
Spyro
on our
the
list? We didn't play
Dragon,
that
like
this
the
year.
character.
Sharky played it this year.
You did?
Yeah.
Why? Didn't we all play it?
No, it was me and Max.
Oh.
What
Why
can
is
be
that
said
not
about
higher?
Spyro
What
the
can be
Dragon
said
that
about
hasn't already
Max
been
that
said?
hasn't already been said?
Why isn't that higher?
Uh,
It's a great game.
Sharky.
Sharky rated it lower.
It does not play well.
Yes, it does.
It is all your memory and having experience with it. Picking
No,
it up,
it is baby's first game. It's so easy. Why did you not like it?
Would you
for
rather
the
have
air,
minigames?
It's perfect, but like on the ground, it's just so much random bullshit.
It needed
that
like
shouldn't-
some really
Yo.
stupid looking characters yanking you around to talk to them and just having a text wall.
I
and
think
Spyro
it would
not
have been
saying
fucking
anything.
hilarious in the Retard trilogy is every time like you try to walk away from an NPC that tried to talk to you, they actually lassoed Spyro
Yeah.
over there.
So cool.
It's like, hey, I need you to man this cannon.
And like they have the stereo and they're like hitting the pause button on the music every time.
It's got
But like
amazing
you didn't
music,
play
it's
Tree
got
Traps, and
Tree
was
Traps.
like, damn, who's living in those houses?
could not give
My
a
crotch is getting
fuck.
sweaty.
I'll burn the
What is
place
that I
down if
hear?
I have to.
It's like what? They're actually shitting.
Dragon's shit.
You can if you listen closely, you can hear the flushing noises.
Number 10
End of the
is
day.
the top 10 Cyberbots.
That was another like Capcom classic. Like you don't get as much like connection with the characters because you're playing as the robots and like any character can play as any robot. But that's the customization factor of it. Is like no two fights can be the same, say if you're going into like versus mode and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's that CPS2 like just Capcom charm. Like it's basically on par with everything that's not Street Fighter. I don't know, not much else to say. It's kind of stupid that like half the characters you can only unlock with like codes or doing a console version. Like we couldn't play as them.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
I actually lied. That's because there's a tie later on that's actually number 11.
Oh fuck.
Mary.
Uh, the real, well, number 9, but because of the tie, technically number 10, is Resident Evil 4 Remake.
I thought it was a pretty good remake, like overall. Not as good as the 2 remake.
From what I
I-
heard, Resident Evil 4 on normal mode, the remake is better. On professional, the original is better.
I think
That
the
probably makes
original
sense.
is unequivocally better.
Mhm.
Like
It was
100%
like-
better.
It was a thing of its own. Like nothing can compare to it.
The stuff they added was bad.
I
Yes.
think Ada can suck my nuts and not in the good way.
Yeah.
I
and
think
Merchant can suck your nuts in the good way.
No, because they kind of
well,
ruined the
I
merchant
think
too. Like,
the Merchant was better in the original. too.
because he just doesn't stop talking. They added so many lines for him and like hype him up. Like, you take something good. Like, imagine like a lobster dinner.
I
Lobster.
fucking hate
I know you hate seafood, but think of your favorite food. Beef stew.
What about? I was gonna say beef stew.
What if they were like, you're gonna have beef stew every single day, and we're gonna just throw so much into it, like
Mm.
that's just overbearing.
That's not how stews work.
It's not. But what if they kept doing that to you, like every day? You're just gonna keep having stew.
Chris, I'm mentally ill. That's fine.
I don't know. Just like
It's
everything
more
was
like-
oversaturated. Like,
It's more like you have a nice beef stew,
Mm-hmm.
and then 10 years later they come out with Beef Stew 2, which is the remake of Beef Stew.
It's got
but it has
mushrooms in
like
it.
mushrooms and zucchini in it.
I'm down for mushroom stew.
what's something you wouldn't be down for? Just please go with this.
I don't know, man. You guys are kind of bad at
Peppermint. We're gonna
this.
throw some candy canes in the beef stew.
I fucking hate the taste of mint.
All right, let's just throw
Wait,
some like
It's gonna be
fine.
nothing but mint now.
mincemeat.
But no.
That, if it's nothing but mint, that's a different fucking game.
Yeah, so it's
It's hard to explain, but like the merchant was so charming, but all they did was just he doesn't shut up. Every time you walk in, he just starts talking while you're buying shit. He
So-
doesn't stop talking.
out of all the games we talked
And
about,
like
I
the
think
blue
it-
medallions were such like a nice enigma, but now every area has blue medallions, and now you got to look at rats and shoot those. And do all these stupid fetch quests. Like,
I'm fine
oh,
with
hey,
this.
there's secrets. We're gonna put them on the map for you too, and we're gonna give you all these rewards. Everything is
don't-
just like mindless work for rewards.
I was gonna say that I don't like how they just show you exactly what you need to do and tell you exactly what you need to do. You
Mhm.
should see a rat and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this rat," and then
Ooh, what do the rats get you? Yeah, there's
Whoa.
no mystery. There's no. Wonder.
I got something. It said 1 of 3. I'm gonna kill every rat now, not just tell you
Connor
kill
is
3
sounding-
rats.
Connor's sounding like the fucking mafia more every day. I'm gonna kill every rat.
Connor sounds more like the mafia every day. 3 rats!
But just like it's like the problem I have with games today is there's just too much stuff in them. Like they try to call it replayability and stuff like that, but
I like the more stuff. I just don't like how it's shoehorned.
or
in
like
your
the worst
face.
is the stupid gems, putting them in crowns and
You
you
guys
have to
hated
inlay
that.
gemstones, and they
I
give you a
think-
whole chart of like
Okay.
color combinations.
I
Like this
think
is
that
a
was
survival
kinda
horror.
dumb.
Here's
anymore.
the thing. If you can do all of that, and if you don't sell them, you can put them all together into one fucking piece of garbage.
We can't.
But you can.
So like, I think that
Yeah,
the
no,
game is
you
good
actually
enough
do.
that it deserves the top 15.
Yeah,
But like,
gameplay was like still pretty good. Like they kind of toned down on the action to add more stealth elements and stuff.
I very much like that you can parry, even
Yeah.
though you guys didn't use the ability.
They give
at
you
all.
more ways to play. Yeah, like you can parry things, you can sneak up on enemies, you can just go full ham on them.
Which
Like,
is
what do
one
you-
of the
how do you
things
choose
that
to play
makes me want to like do remake and then try the original and compare them.
The
Like,
original
there's
more
not
just
a lot
feels
that
like
makes me
but
want to
the-
play Resident Evil.
the
the
other
original
thing
feels like an
is-
arcade game, like especially Mercenaries, but just like you just get locked into that gameplay. You're like one with Leon.
But the
At
other
first I was
thing
like, how
about
do
the
you even
original
play, but-
is the original had way more content.
If they didn't tell you to kill the rats, you'd be complaining. How the hell were we supposed to know that? You know this too well, Richard.
So like,
I don't think the thing is it's not mandatory to go and kill rats.
Yeah, we
It
just
will
didn't bother.
help you
right. So what I was gonna say is we were all talking about this earlier about how we don't need to complete games anymore. It's
The post
not
game ruined it. No, you don't have to bother
important.
with it. Yeah.
right. We shouldn't have to bother about the rats. It shouldn't be a mission on our marker that we feel compelled to do. It should just be
Yeah.
a side thing. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's like it's annoying when it's like, oh, you passed the PSG1. It is mandatory, and you didn't grab it in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, you
Backtrack
mean,
through the entire fucking game.
You mean Dead Space Extraction? On rails, you can miss weapons to pick up.
Yeah, but at least they give you multiple shots at those weapons.
Yeah. And then
So,
you just switch your character and you have to start all over.
There's a whole beautiful section in the original game that they just cut out. The
Mhm.
whole section where in the have you played the original?
No.
You haven't played Resident Evil 4? You know the whole section where you're going through like the hanging grates and the grates
Yeah.
fall and the
Yeah, the guy
monster.
chasing you. Just
Cut
like-
out.
Yeah.
cut out completely.
2 remake cut shit out too.
It's
And
not
3
that
remake cut out the most shit.
yes. It's not that they needed to include everything, but for me that was one of the moments that made me love the game and to cut something that made me love the game just feels counterintuitive. Just to add rats and gem inlay.
Oh, and over
fucking
oversaturating the shooting gallery, where like you win capsules that you can hang trinkets on your suitcase to give you 10% bonus on when you craft ammo.
Yeah, apparently there's also crit rate that exists in the game. What the fuck is
Well,
crit rate?
So crit,
Yeah.
it's like instant headshot. Like the most satisfying thing in the original is you're using a TMP, and the one like I would fire it. Connor taught me to fire it like a handgun, just do single shots. So I'd fire a single TMP shot at this headshot and kill him. It was so
Yeah, crits are
satisfying.
so
So
good.
now you can manipulate the crit rate and take all the mystery out of it.
Yeah. One of the good things.
Why was there a hard stop with everyone's speech?
Next game.
One of the-
Yeah, it's
one of-
146.
Before that,
Wow.
one more. Just go on.
Connor
I'll talk
heard
about
that
it
time. He was like, "God damn."
We're not gonna have time to do anything
I
else on the
know.
list. I wonder if we should just do a part 2 of the podcast.
I'm thinking we do this. We do the FMK and then the next year stuff, and then we just like leave the other subjects for another time.
Why don't we just do this and then come back for part 2?
Because we want to do the FMK FM
Yeah,
today.
I really want to do that. I want to fuck
Alright.
Mary and kill today. 8 is iNinja.
We all know.
Deserving.
why. Chris is the only one who had
Fun
trouble
game.
with iNinja. We
Yeah.
make fun of him every day.
What did you say before? You had trouble with what?
It was all the secondary missions
Yeah.
were really annoying because you got to
They were
replay
hard.
the
Some
whole
of them are
level if
hard,
you
but-
lose.
Some of them are hard, but like
It's like
Still good game.
Overcooked's final boss.
It's actually lower in my list now after replaying it.
really.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
just-
played it in a
there-
very
there-
long time, so
there's
that
a-
makes sense.
There's a lot of missions where it's just like, God, I
Because
have
like
to fucking do
even
the
Mario
whole thing
64 did it
again.
right, where it's just like you just get your 8 coins and you're done. But Ninja's like, oh, you got to beat the level 2 again.
Well, that's fine. It's just when it's like that. My least favorite stage is that circular one
Mm-hmm.
where the stuff rises. It's so easy to die, and having to restart the entire thing every fucking time. It's like, I don't want to hear the same dialogue again. I don't want to hear the same voices.
But
again.
also, we went out of our way to do those. We didn't need to.
Correct, but that doesn't mean they're not above scrutiny.
Mm.
But like the things you struggle with aren't necessary. You can just afford skipping them.
some of which are necessary. So technically, if I went through the game and I wasn't doing side missions until the end of Odor, I would have gotten to that and been like, well, no, I have to do this now because I
Well,
need
no,
to.
you could just do the things like the challenges that are just meet the guy.
Well,
you
I'm not
select.
talking about the challenges for that. I'm talking about the stage itself.
Oh,
Having to go around and keep doing it because each mission for that, even though we did it, each time we attempted it took us a while because we kept dying because it was like we're not gonna latch you onto the grind rails, so you're just gonna jump into the lava now or whatever.
I think that was just due to it being towards the end of the game and just like stuff with the development cycle when it
Yeah.
came to stuff like that.
Most likely. You know, it's got a great development cycle with a bunch of voices I can't get enough of.
Women,
Just like in general.
development, you know,
You get that.
Growing
hell
boobs.
outta
Not
here.
Ada.
not Ada.
Jack and Dexter Precursor Legacy is number 7.
Yeah. We
Wow,
only
I
did what
put
they
that
told
in
us
like the dead middle, and it got up to 7.
because
course.
everyone else put it at like number 1.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys suck. You should have made Tristan sad.
Where I don't remember putting it up that high. So you guys must have put it both at 1.
It was at 2 for me, and it was at like 4 or 5 for Chris.
I don't remember where I put it.
You put it at like 15, 16. Sharky put it like at like 54.
Why do you hate it?
Sharky's list really put a monkey
The
wrench
version
into the-
of the game that we played made it just so things would happen randomly with Jack, and it was fucking unplayable. Because randomly he would just go off to the side and kill himself.
Yeah, that's part of the HD version. Is when you do the attack, sometimes he'll go like a fucking knight in chess.
It's probably fine on PS2. You just made me play a version of the game that's fucking unplayable.
It's not unplayable. It's just that's like the biggest thing with the game is that sometimes that one attack will fuck up. What can be said about Jack and Dexter Precursor Legacy? That
Next
has been
game.
said
I don't know,
before?
our run was fun.
Our
Only
run-
doing what they told
yeah.
us because we discovered a lot of different dialogue we didn't expect them to have.
Fuck you! I'll only do what you tell me is the name of the run we
Yeah.
did. 6 is I list them all as one because they're like interchangeable. The Darkstalker series.
Yeah. definitely my favorite
fun.
of the Capcom games. Just the most charm, coolest looking character designs. I mean, it plays pretty much the same as like other.
And it's pretty
Fighters.
funny that one of the characters has the "I'm going to change your gender" move.
Yeah. This will
Oh,
only
yeah,
hit you if
that's
you're
right.
female, so I will make you female. And that's what birthed female Terry because
That's-
he's in like one of the SNK
That's
crossovers.
like
Yeah.
essentially you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses.
Yeah. It's always been like my favorite. Like when playing like Marvel vs. Capcom, like the Darkstalkers characters stuck out.
I'm surprised Darkstalkers got rated this highly.
It's fun.
We also beat the whole series in a day.
It's fun until you're playing Marvel 3 against Mori Doom Phoenix.
Mori Doom Phoenix.
Yep.
What is it? What is the Doom's meme move? What is it? The-
Dive kick.
Dive kick. Dive
Foot
kick.
dive.
I thought Doom's
Foot
meme-
dive. That's what it is. Foot dive.
His meme move was talking to Isabel.
I thought his meme move was talking to his wife in his armor.
I thought his meme thing was a wooden gun.
I thought his meme thing was Morningwood, but since he's in a full suit armor, it like really hurt.
Next game.
What's the next game, Tristan?
Sonic Adventure 2 is number 5.
Sonic Adventure
Wow.
2.
Not a great game, but we all love it.
Still love it. Yeah.
I mean,
It's just
It
like
isn't-
What can be?
shut up. It's Sonic Adventure 2. It's not the best game, but we all grew up around it
yeah.
to the
Literally.
point
I know
of,
it like so well.
Generationally.
Your mom cried at Metal Harbor. I ground on lives at Metal Harbor. Take that out of God. She saw me grinding up people's lives and cried about it. That's the story of Metal Harbor.
You saw my mom and
And
she
that
was crying.
TAS where he just jumped up to the second thing. Was that
It's-
it? He like just went
Yeah.
straight up immediately to the top of the missile.
Or walking up the wall to the side of the building
Yeah.
in Final Rush.
That shit's
the
insane.
bounce bracelet like just bouncing
I like
forward.
the Chow Garden.
I think the Chow Garden should be made an app.
I
It should
think
be
that
made better.
Yeah,
People
that could
keep
be
asking
good.
for
The
the
reason-
Chow Garden, and Sega says no.
The reason they haven't brought back the Chow Garden is because the mechanics were really stupid. And you know, Sega, instead of fixing it, let's just do something else. Like, they always start a new idea. It's flawed, but it has the potential. They just never stick with it, and they just keep throwing more shit at the wall.
Make you
Oh, those shit taste like chocolate.
I think the story of the game.
Blows up.
Richard said Sonic Adventure 2 got that high. You all need help.
Yeah.
It's such a guilty pleasure for me.
sorry.
Like, we can quote it
I could-
and just, like, breeze through it.
For
It's a lot
me,
easier
it-
to pick up and play than
For
Richard,
SR1.
me,
That's
a lot of
part
this
it.
list was selecting of like, what am I gonna go back to? What am I actually gonna go out of my way to play?
Richard, tell me you can't quote the entirety of that Sonic Shadow encounter in the jungle.
Yeah, the one where he's like, I promise you. Let's rock revenge.
That's not.
Or, like, remember when we just played the game on the Dreamcast, like, on New Year's Eve? Just like, yeah, just pick it up and play it.
Remember when I did that this year?
Yep.
With Mom?
It's just a fun
With
game,
Sonic.
though. I don't understand why it gets so much hate. It's fun to play.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Number 4.
That's more than I can say about fucking not Dead Space. Fucking
Jack.
Ellie.
Last of Us
Ellie
Part
2.
I can't pick up and play that. I can pick up and play Darkstalkers.
The absolute opposite of that is what I'm saying.
Absolute?
Like
I can put it down.
Absolute.
I can put it down and watch it.
you could take that game and cut it in half.
Only during SA2 does the real review of Last of Us Part 2 come out. Is
All
that
right,
your
got it.
SA2 of Last of Us Part 2?
All right, when the hell is Last of Us Part 2 Battle gonna come out?
I know. Wait,
They
they
canceled
did.
it.
No, they did.
They
They
canceled
did.
it.
The
no,
day
the Last of
before.
Us, no, Last of Us Part 2 Battle. That's what the HD, like the PS5 version of it is. They added a whole multiplayer, like, roguelike type thing.
Yeah,
Just Last of Us Part 2 Battle.
The big MMO thing got canceled.
yeah, it immediately shut down.
So number 4 is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Deserving.
Deserving of this.
Have you been waiting?
It's like warm. It's warm.
Ew.
So it's this Bolero Fire. Oh, it's like. Is that
It's
rusting
kind
in
of annoying that you can't
You said,
play.
is that rust in there?
it? No, I think it's just a paint. Like it was spray painted. That's how it was
Oh,
made.
yeah.
It's
Play as
just
the Bolero
it's just
Fire.
I don't remember the whole whatever. Close enough.
yeah.
See you guys. Just leave. Edit me out. I have the songbook.
I
somewhere.
mean, do you want to get up and get out of the shot to just do that bit for when it gets edited down?
Sure.
Wait, what's going on?
I'm just getting out of shot to edit myself.
So when he does it, we could just have him cropped
Oh,
out.
for like the best of.
Yeah.
So you gotta literally just leave.
Like you should affect like a fire like
Yeah, I'll just put a fire effect over
yeah,
it.
like the
That's so
the ball
funny.
like you
Or no,
actually-
doesn't it just disappear in like the light?
Yeah.
Like it's spiral light.
there's a spiral light that goes around him and then the light goes up
Yeah.
of the color of the
Yeah, just redo
Yeah.
the effect for the bit, just like the useless.
yeah, Ocarina of Time, we literally beat it last night. Fantastic. It's
Yeah.
got problems, of course,
My
like the fishing
second favorite
minigame.
Zelda. It was the first one I ever played, so it has like a lot
What's your
of
first?
nostalgia.
I would
Breath of the
not-
Wild.
I would
What a
not
fucking
say
normie.
it's even top 4 Zeldas for me.
You prefer like the 2D
I-
ones, right?
My number 1 Zelda is, I guess you call it 2D, is A Link to the Past.
Well, yeah, top down. The only true like 2D side scrollers are Zelda 2 and the CDI games.
I very much like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker more than Ocarina.
Yeah.
I think I would put it probably 4th. Behind
Yeah.
those.
That's fair.
But at least
Like,
it's in 4th place.
me.
Like with all the oversaturation of Zeldas we've gotten in the past decade,
For-
like 4th place is still pretty
For a
good
game that I
hate that kind of
barely
shit for me.
played.
for me.
I hate that kind of stuff for me because I was like, "That's it's okay, Connor. That's perfectly acceptable. You can be wrong sometimes."
So like, yeah, snap it in half. Go ahead. What's next?
I don't know. I love the game so.
Oh, that's an N64 cart.
Snap it in half.
Snap it in half. What's
Did I
next?
stutter?
Snap the 3DS
Yes.
cart in half, but I don't know. I loved Ocarina so much that I got this Ocarina like right after I played the game. It was like I loved it that much.
I love the game too. 3 is a tie between Mario Party 5 and Super Mario World.
5.
We all
is
know 5.
better.
We all know 5 is as high as it was because of volleyball.
Yeah.
Which is why we should have put like some form of DOA beach volleyball on the list. Because it's just volleyball.
We didn't put beach volleyball on this. Oh god damn it.
Other than that, it's kind of just like a standard Mario Party. Just the minigame selection was better.
Mm.
What? How did you get it like that?
What?
His head.
That's well, I guess that's all really to say about Mario Party 5. But Mario World is just a classic.
I love Mario Party 5 a lot, though.
It was like
My
very
favorite
good.
one.
It's my favorite Mario Party too.
My favorite Mario Party 2 is 2, but my favorite Mario Party in general is 5.
Yeah. I don't know what my favorite is.
My favorite Mario Party 2 is 4.
5 is like I'd say the best in the GameCube, at least.
I think I like it better than all the NES and
NES ones, yeah.
N64,
Connor plays bootlegs.
PS5.
Plays Mario Party bootlegs on the NES.
Like any other game, I literally put it at the top.
Mario World is fantastic.
Yeah.
Snap it in half. What's next?
I beat it for the first time this year.
Yeah, and you
Mario
needed
World.
my dad to help you.
There's like nothing wrong with it.
There's stuff wrong.
Yes, there is.
Like
but
Green
it's
Green Mario. Green Mario gets fixed in the All Stars plus Mario World version.
Green Mario.
They call him Luigi, but he's Green Mario.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's just for time's sake, we'll leave it at that. 2 is Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Classic.
Yeah.
Definitely deserving.
Gonna take you for a ride.
I think generally I still like Darkstalkers and the others more because there's like more to it. Like Marvel 2 just has the characters. There's just they threw everybody in. It's
And
like,
like,
it's a family reunion.
But it's fun to play.
If you
It is,
hear
and it's
the
3-on-3
character
action.
select screen from a distance, a smile comes across your face and you go looking for it.
Yeah. Like
It's
I don't
true.
really memorize like the Darkstalkers like characters screen.
if I walked into like an arcade and I slowly start to hear that, I'm like, oh.
Or you just hear like some
Where-
saxophones
where-
going ham like on any of the
It's
stage
like
themes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally though, I would hear that and be like, oh, I know that,
Mhm.
and go straight to it.
It's just more if you want like
Whereas if Chris heard Snake Pass music, he would be like,
I'm the
the other Capcom is like if you want like characters with like endings and like learn their stories and stuff and like they have more sprite work. While Marvel 2 it's like a 3D space, but like
Well, to be
They
fair,
have sprites,
Marvel
like, for-
2 isn't their own game. It's a crossover.
yeah. Like 1 had specific endings, but they also had like a quarter of the cast, so they were able to.
Mm-hmm.
The artwork in 2 is like really good though, but it's
Yeah.
usually just like 1 or 2 images. While like the other games, you'll get like full cutscenes with them and stuff. So it really depends on like what you're in it for. But just like, did Marvel 2? I know Mugen I think came out before it, but Marvel 2, it's like everybody's here. Like, why don't we just make a fan game that can also do that? Because they had everybody from all the crossovers.
Yeah.
That's why I still think they should make Ultimate Marvel 2, where it's that is the base cast, and they add more characters, and they even have DLC packs. So they cover everybody from Darkstalkers, like the whole cast gets added.
Well, my
Everyone from like
thing-
Red Earth and like all other
My
games
thing
get added.
with fighting games of that era is that there is no DLC. You're
Yeah.
not paying the price of the game again for characters that you might not even play.
Yeah. It would just be cool to have them like add the Marvel 3 characters, but make them into sprites.
They would never do that.
Yeah. The problem is they already have so many Capcom assets, but like no Marvel assets to really contribute. They'd have to make them all from scratch. But I just love to see like sprite Deadpool in that game.
Yeah.
Why not Dante? Why is Deadpool the one you go for?
'Cause, I don't know, just like give Marvel some love.
And number one, of course, obviously, say it with me. Subscribe to the Patreon, and we will reveal our.
You have to find out in part 2.
You cannot legally give us money.
Omori, of course.
Oh yeah, I forgot we played that.
I don't know if
Were we talking about that today?
I don't.
We
know.
finished it last night.
And it took us till midnight. I just
I played it with Tristan. He decided that he had to play it with all of his friends.
yes, it's really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Out of
You-
all the games inspired by Earthbound, it's the best out of the 2 that I played. But yes,
I stayed up last night till 11 to finish it,
12.
and then it was almost midnight.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was midnight.
It was midnight when I left your house.
We stayed up till midnight playing that, and I went to bed and I couldn't sleep because I was still thinking about more story elements.
yeah.
Meanwhile, the main theme for like the game and its trailers was literally telling you good night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Assuming the song it just means good night,
Mhm.
and it's about like being dead and stuff. That's why you hear the gunshot.
Don't spoil.
It's fun.
Spoil.
That's something
It's,
that I.
it's the first trailer of the game.
That's something.
Did you say it spoils the game though?
No, the second trailer of the game shows
Black Space, yeah.
Yeah, Black Space.
What?
Because it's for people who already played the game.
This is one of the games that you have to experience completely blind.
Yeah.
Like you can't hear anything about it.
Connor's officially the smartest of everyone, by the way. I'm not going to spoil the game on the stream, but he figured out things so early that
Just like the story.
yeah,
Like,
I thought he was looking it up.
I did, but I had to shut the fuck up because you didn't.
Of course, don't tell me.
and then I
things
came
like
in
that.
last when it comes to
But
picking
you
up on
hear
things.
you hear me like I mean even in the streams you hear me theorizing about like what could be happening. I'm like either Mario or Hero is dead because we're back in the normal time and they're not anywhere to be found and all this shit.
And then I just go, they could just be in college.
And then I was like, yeah,
Is that a spoiler?
are they in college? Anyway, that's it. Amori,
Yeah.
we can have
Amori
a whole
is on it.
podcast about
Game of the
nothing
year.
but
Bring
Amori,
me
yeah.
the bowl!
All right,
Oh, yeah.
everyone, all in. Rock paper
Before
scissors.
that,
What are we
we
doing rock, paper,
have-
scissors for?
Come on. 2:03. We have 30 minutes.
Let's go. Rock paper scissors. Paper scissors shoot.
My opening gambit is scissors. That's why I kept
This
losing
is
at the
this is fuck
Jash,
Mary Kill, by
whatever.
the way.
The
FMK.
So you pick 3.
Uh huh.
We have Zola from Blue Dragon.
You're gonna have to look.
Don't know which one that is. We got Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear. And we have Samus from Metroid.
did I put that?
If I marry Soul Bad Guy, I get to be the next Guilty Gear villain.
Yeah.
I think I'm killing Zola. Fuck that.
What are we doing with the slips that we already
Dragon Ball
used?
Z characters at home.
We'll just keep him out, I guess.
Yeah, just throw them on the ground.
I guess that means I fuck Samus and marry Soul Bad Guy.
But you're just
to
gonna
be
end
the
up
next
dead.
villain. No. I'm gonna end up being the next Guilty Gear villain, which means I get to meet Nagori Yuki.
That makes
Pass
sense.
down the counter. Let's go.
Double and pass it on to the next guy. That was the best part of Crash Team Racing. I forgot to tell
All
you.
right.
Hilda Boreas Grey Rat
Which is
from
Mushoku
Mushoku Tensei. Shoes from Spectrum.
Oh!
Is Shoes like a character you made?
The female narrator from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Bro, you gotta keep Shoes. You gotta marry Shoes.
Do I fuck the shoes?
Shoes
though?
spectrobes.
I absolutely fuck Hilda.
I think you marry Shoes and you have to kill the narrator that pops up once.
I think I have to kill the narrator because I would not want to marry it. So I'm marrying Shoes and killing the narrator.
Let's fucking go!
And let me just look up. Are you looking up?
There's the
That's a
shoes.
monster you can control.
That's perfect.
I
Yeah,
had
we're
like
marrying that.
three
Think of
different
that.
ones.
What was her name?
Wait, what are you doing?
Hilda.
Those
Okay.
are like the best kind of monster designs, like rethinking the idea of what that monster could be. So those shoes.
Just
Like it's not even like a name, it's just shoes. Alright. Did I pick 3? 1, 2? I did. Alright.
Enough said.
When I wrote Ada Wong, it has to be the remake voice and everything.
Such an easy kill.
Elaine Elise from Mushoku
Okay,
Tensei.
okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need Frost from Mortal Kombat. You're gonna need that too.
I'll
Both of
get
you-
Frost. I'll get Frost.
Damn,
Frost Mortal Kombat.
damn, she kind of bad though. Is that Frost?
That's in there. I only added Frost because you added the other guy. Frost Mortal Kombat images. I added it for a meme, so it's not actually.
Yeah.
Damn, she kind of bad though. Is
All
that
right.
Frost?
I'll marry her, kill
It's just
Frost,
so
and then
funny.
fuck Ada.
Which is so funny.
Why?
She has
Her
a
whole
curse in the
thing.
show where she has to keep fucking random people or else she'll
She'll
die.
if she doesn't fuck.
So I'm just gonna
that's so funny.
You're like, will you marry me? I don't have time.
Alright, for me, Juan from Guacamelee?
The main.
Yeah,
guy?
the main
Oh,
man.
the main guy.
The main man.
Mrs. Kurotsuchi from GTO. I
Who
don't
is-
think
Who's Kurotsuchi? Was she the main, the other girl, like the other teacher?
The teacher.
Oh, okay.
Rick the door technician from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
So that is a random stormtrooper who shows up and has a full boss health bar and
Why
his
isn't
own
Shogun
theme
Tensei
song.
coming back up?
Mm.
He's getting you the
let's
Kurotsuchi.
let's get Kurotsuchi in here.
I think she's like my favorite of all. Let me. If I said,
That's what I thought too.
Mayuri Kurotsuchi. The thing is, if you said anybody else from GTO, they're all
You
kids,
can't
unless
put
it's
in
the
GTO,
nurse.
you
But
have
like,
to put fucking Onizuka.
Alright. Is this so hard to find?
God, why is it Naruto?
Because I'm spelling it wrong, probably.
It's just
Is
look
that
at
her name?
we're all got our phones out.
Yeah. Okay, there. The second one. Yeah.
So we're killing her.
Really?
Yeah. Where is she? She's gone.
Are you fucking or
Uh,
marrying?
she was the
door
only one, like-
technician?
The only
I'm
one that was
marrying
her
Rick.
was that one.
That's
the
a
rest are just
stable
other
job.
characters.
You gotta understand that door technician. That's a stable income right there.
The main thing you do when you see him is murder him in 2 hits.
I think I forgot
and then
to put
fuck one, and then
Onizuka
I get
here,
the
too.
death benefits.
Thank you. Hopefully he's in my list. This is
Onizuka
the-
dressed as monkey.
Uh,
Oh, I should have put the Cresta.
Zatabe from Guacamelee. Shield from Akame ga Kill.
Shield.
And
Who's
Zuma
Shield?
Frog from Zuma.
Wait, who from the comic?
Shield?
Sheila.
Sheila?
Oh,
Oh, the Scissors Girl.
the Scissors Girl.
I think,
Oh yeah, I said put the scissors girl in.
I think I marry the Zuma Frog and fuck Zatabe and kill
Was he showing-
Scissors.
Why do you
Don't worry,
call
the
him
show.
Scissors
Don't worry, the
Girl?
show take care of that for you.
It's funny.
If you say anybody from Akame, chances are the show got rid of them for you.
Spoilers. Show's like 10 years old.
It doesn't matter. No one knows that Sheikah Zelda. Especially when they play Smash Brothers. But Smash Ultimate doesn't spoil it.
Flame girl from Tome.
I should have put choose your iteration.
Hank Hill.
Yeah!
Mara from Ghost Runner.
Oh,
Do you need any references?
I don't even think
I
you
don't know
need
those
to
girls
look. I think you just need to marry Hank Hill and choose the other two.
If you marry Hank Hill, that means Peggy is out of the picture. I think you need to marry him.
but she's got robot tentacles. What the fuck?
Killer.
I just wanted.
No, we're killing Mara.
Okay.
Really? You're gonna
We're
keep
gonna-
Flame Girl?
We're
You're
gonna
fuck
Flame
Flame Girl?
Girl and marry Hank Hill because Hank Hill is wife material.
Marrying Hank Hill is just such a service to the
What?
world. Alright. Well, I think I picked too many. I picked 3. Bambi from Bleach?
She's the explosion girl. Her full name is Bambi yet, but
Who is she, though?
she's the one that puts her hand up.
Oh.
Yeah. She's.
Isn't it this one?
Did
no,
we get to her?
No, that's Giselle. Yes.
That's Bambi.
She's in
Yeah,
season
that's
1. She
Bambi.
takes the wolf guy's bankai.
And she's also a zombie, right?
Later.
All right. Salazar from Resi 4 remake.
From Resi 4 remakes.
Going to the salad
Yeah,
bar.
going to the salad
Salazar.
bar.
And
Ramon.
Hitomi from Hot Shots Golf. I'm gonna need a picture. Is she the main girl, like the Japanese version?
She's one of the ones in the Japanese version.
They don't say the age of them, do they?
Hot Shots?
Yeah.
There's one in there that's definitely not her.
Yeah. Yeah, they safe search. Got our safe search on. I'm killing Salazar because they ruined his design in the remake, and he's very annoying like everybody else.
That's what they safe searched blocked.
Yeah.
Just
lingerie.
boobs.
I'll fuck Bombietta,
Yeah.
and then I'll marry Hitomi. We can go golfing anytime.
Yeah.
We can go golfing anytime.
4.
Go!
5.
Move! We only have so much time!
We're doing good on
Yep.
time.
We have 5.
Oh, you had to look up Onizuka characters to find her.
That's where, that's what I
okay.
did.
Nina Williams from Tekken. Armor King from Tekken.
Yeah!
And Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Come on, man. You gotta fuck Armor King.
Yeah, kill Nina, fuck Armor King, and marry Jack Skellington. That was the easiest one I've ever had.
Poor Sally.
Poor Sally.
Oh, yeah, it's just King. I was like, who the fuck's Armor King?
It's not just King.
Don't ever call him just King. ever
Carly
again.
from The Walking Dead.
I love Carly.
Is she the one you get to choose? Who lives
Yeah,
in-
the one I chose to
Yeah.
die.
Oh, you know her.
Specifically, our Phoenix, Immortals Phoenix Rising. And Tristan's character from Monster Hunter Rise. I got 3 women I hate.
Do you need a picture of Phoenix?
Yes.
But is it our Phoenix? Like, do you have to pull that up?
It's the one from our
Is that the right one?
streams.
Wait a
No, specifically our Phoenix, the one we made.
Oh, we make her. Yeah.
2 of these are I have to fuck Tristan.
No, knock it for you. Try it.
I hate all of
Don't
these
knock it
women.
before you knock
Fuck
it.
Carly, and then you don't have to.
Fuck it. I'll at least marry the monster.
I thought that said
Hunter
he told me
character
hot sauce.
Yeah. And kill.
and kill your Phoenix.
All right, that's fair.
Smart picks.
Who do you marry? Oh, who
The Monster Hunter character, because then I get to be in
Monster Hunter, Phoenix, and who's the last one?
Carly from The Walking Dead.
Oh.
The woman I chose to die at the first chance.
Jax from Mortal Kombat.
He's the guy with the teeth, right?
Metal arms.
Rachel Klein from Live a Live.
Oh, is she the one from the futuristic chapter?
Connor's the one that picked her, so he better know
Yeah.
who it is.
The voice of Fury.
The voice Fury. I think it's just the Snow Girl.
No, it's the angel.
Ah,
Are you looking it up?
yeah, he's looking. At
Oops.
Oh no, wait, it's Rabu. Come on, no one can be special like Rabu.
Oh, is that Rabu?
Yeah,
The voice is Rabu.
yeah.
Oh, the girl's the song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is.
Rachel Klein is Future, and Jax from Mortal Kombat is Metal Arms. I think we're.
No one can be married like Rabu.
We're fucking the voice. We're killing Rachel Klein. And we're marrying
Ian took
Jax.
care of that for you.
You know why we're killing Rachel Klein? Because she's a schizo.
Yeah.
She's not. I thought.
Chris,
she
your
was-
turn.
She's the one that, like, brought her boyfriend's corpse into the bed.
Yeah.
Chris,
she
your
legitimately
turn.
being manipulated by the ship, though. She wasn't like.
They're not manipulated. The strip was just straight up killing people, and she just went insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
All right, what can I pick that'll get my ocarina up?
Get yourself a girl that'll lift that ocarina up.
The Merchant from Resi 4. Am I just gonna Resi 4 picks? Burr from Wee Me. Is me of Burr.
Yeah. The guy with the red hat.
And Gino from Mario RPG.
At least you don't need to look up any.
Yeah.
I think you gotta. At
I have to
least
kill
fuck
the
them.
merchant because I'm sorry. I
No,
love
you
it.
gotta fuck the
Oh, wait,
merchant.
wait.
You won't be able to buy weapons ever again.
Wait, it doesn't say which version. So
It-
the original,
It's base
It is
I will
4.
marry him.
You say it's base form.
It's base 4. So
Base-
it's not
base-
remake.
Base form merchant.
This isn't even my
All right,
final.
I will marry base form merchant.
This isn't even my final thank you.
I'll fuck Burr and I'll kill
Ha!
Gino.
Gun.
Because I sang Baby It's Cold Outside to Burr. Or no, Burr sang it to me.
What is it?
I got Hiroko.
Who?
The only girl you should be allowed to
I
put
can-
from
oh,
Ultra
Dangan.
Despair Girls.
Sergeant Johnson from Halo.
What a man.
In Lacus from Gundam.
You can picture Lacus.
I've got to
Yes, I do.
I've got to fuck Sergeant Johnson, kill Hiroko, and marry Lacus. I mean, Lacus is a princess, and she's...
Yeah, that makes sense for
Ain't
Tristan.
lacking. Oh, they have Figmas over. I should have gotten you one for Christmas.
Oh, it was Connor's choice, not mine.
I like that one.
You know, it was a joke gift. I was gonna get. They have figures of Okage characters, but they're very expensive.
Dr. Neocortex!
Can it be like the sickly one from Team Racing
Makoto Persona. Which Makoto is this?
Nagi?
from Persona?
I'm not the one that chose it. So it's Connor's, so
They-
it'd be Persona 5.
There's 3 Makotos.
Persona 5.
Makoto from Persona 5.
She's a teenager.
Short hair.
Kill. And Toga. She's a teenager.
No, she's in her 20s.
Do I really have to fuck
Just
or
'cause
marry
Pornhub said
Dr.
so.
Neocortex?
Yes.
I guess It's the
Do you need a
difference
picture?
between crazy woman and neocortex.
I'm a crazy one. Blondes do have fun.
Can I
They're
just
both
have them?
masters of disguise.
Can I just have them fucking marry each other?
Gotta pick one.
I mean,
I guess I'll marry Toga. That'll get me dead faster, which means I'm fucking Cortex.
I would totally want to hear those grunts.
And
as
I
well.
have to kill the teenager
Are those
because they're 16.
I think that was Connor, not me. I ripped up the other
Next to my
two.
vacuum, I'm just gonna find like names on the floor.
I threw out the last teenager one.
We got Marlin from Finding Nemo.
The dad.
Yes. Roxy from Mushoku Tensei. And Korshbo from Wheel of Fortune.
So
it's the
isn't
char-
that Jess playing?
So it's specifically the character that wins every Wheel of Fortune match, which it happens to be Chris.
That could get you a lot of money.
Chris's character.
I think we
played
marry
by
that
Jess.
then.
Yep, marry Korspa.
Fuck Roxy and kill Marlin.
Yeah, Marlon's got a short life
He's a
expectancy
dipshit
anyway.
fish.
Yeah, he's a fish.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Fuck the
So
fish?
you're into lollies? You want to fuck a lolly character? Why don't
We
you
put
show
you
him?
in a-
Roxy's
Why
like
don't we-
100 years old.
Why don't
Alright.
you show him what she looks like?
Okay.
Do you need a picture of Ruri?
Look, there's her changing.
That's not Lolly.
Pick your choices.
First Rebecca and then her. Everyone's it's any.
That's
I'm
all her
Lolly.
changing.
Because that's the fucking figure.
That's the gimmick.
Oh, there we go. Panty shot.
All right. The King Onion from Overcooked. Sasha 9 from Psychonauts.
Oh,
Which
he's
one is
a
that?
good pick.
Which one is that?
He's the dude with the shades on.
Oh.
And he's like Rasputin.
Bennett Foddy, yeah.
Bennett Foddy is just a sentient voice.
Well,
I'm
no,
killing
it's
him.
the name of the actual guy.
I'm killing him.
I'm killing him because he made games.
Instead of the King Onion, huh? So you're gonna fuck or marry the King Onion.
It's
Fuck
gonna
the
sting.
onion. Fuck the onion. Stay
You're
with
gonna cry
Sasha.
no matter
Yeah,
what you do.
fuck the onion.
So you're never gonna be answer. You're never gonna be
Marry
able to
Sasha.
answer. Have you cried during sex as a no anymore?
No one can know the difference between the
It
cum
burned.
All right.
Just gonna...
Of course, Kira from Jack and Dexter.
Hell yeah.
Where's my ocarina?
The ninja from I Ninja. This is already a hard choice.
Give me a wall. I gotta
He's
lean on
only
it.
12.
And Chloe
so-
Fraser is dead. So
You gotta fuck the ninja from I Ninja, so that way you have at least one experience of Ninja Berserker.
You know what? Yeah, Ninja Berserker, and then marry Kira because mechanics is a stable job.
Ramble Row.
He doesn't know how to fight.
In the time I needed it most, Rambo Ralph forgot to fuck.
I was gonna say, in my grand marriage, Ramble Row forgot to fuck. Sun Sun, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I picked up an extra one. I'll just drop that.
He was like, "You didn't put Ruby Heart." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right." Son.
Mario from Super Mario. Kiss
Wait,
As
me,
opposed to Mario from where?
The pizza place.
I have to find out. Show me Sun Sun.
How do you spell it?
S-O-N.
And she's not the one from Sun. She's the one, yeah, Marvel 2.
I think
I bet you
I-
be gripping.
I have to marry Mario.
What did you say?
Be gripping.
What?
The
Gripping.
pole? Gripping the pole?
Oh.
I have to marry Mario. I have to know what that's like.
I'm so
And I need to know if I fuck Ramble Rao, if he'll forget. So I think I kill Sun Sun.
Poor son.
Just like Capcom did after Marvel 2.
Volvagia.
The dragon.
Remember the one
Yeah.
that Link adopted as a baby and then he grew up and killed him?
Is that just the plot of
Oh,
Metroid?
well, that's a
3?
Mary.
That's the plot of the manga of
Wait, who is
Ocarina.
it?
Marine.
Oh.
Kaiza from iNinja.
Oh,
What
you gotta
kind of choice
fuck
is
Kaiza.
Kaiza. He's too big.
What kind of fucker is Kaiza?
I guess we kill Volgara because I'm definitely
Kaiza
marrying
is too
Marine
big
and
for
fucking Kaiza.
KFM.
Marine is top tier. Top
Mari?
tier.
My dress up, darling.
I was like, Mari?
Let's go try Christmas
Teenager.
Kel fuck Mari?
You were doing this so stupidly.
John Yaucha from Death Battle? Is he the new like
He's all
mascot
the
guy?
Predators.
So they composited that was actually not my choice. That was
Oh.
Sherry's
Yeah.
choice. They composited the Predators, and so they started.
Oh, yeah.
They started calling him Johnny Yaucha.
Okay, so Predator got it. But composited. Aphrodite from Immortals, I need that, and Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen.
And you
Both
need
be-
that?
Yeah.
I
Come
got
on,
Nanami.
you
John
gotta
Yaucha.
Nanami Jujutsu Kaisen.
you gotta get him in the whole Malaysia scene.
Nanami Jujutsu Kaisen. Nanamichu Jujutsu Kaisen?
Oh my god, just
Right.
fucking type.
I wish I could get a better picture. There's her as a tree.
I'll give her the suit.
Yeah. I'll give her the seat.
How does he die?
Oh, here's a good one for him. Come on,
I
you
love
at least
Nanami.
have to fuck
Nanami
that.
is top tier.
Alright, yeah, fuck Nanami. Kill John Yaucha and I'll marry Aphrodite.
That's a smart choice. Even Death Battle decided to kill John Yaucha.
Hold on, let me get you another picture of Nanami to pitch the Mary.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey, spoiler-
Now is that a Mary?
That looks like a nice life.
Spoilers for Mori, did they ever say what Hero's real name is?
It's Hero.
It is Hero.
Yeah.
No, it's a nickname. They clarify in the game. That's a
They said
nickname, but
they're like, oh, it's not because he's like such a hero to people, it's because he loves eating sandwiches.
Yeah, but his real name is Hero, and I changed his birth certificate.
Oh, okay.
No, they never announced his real name. All right, Fork him from Sunset Overdrive.
Who?
For
Marin
like the
from
number
Star
4.
Wars Fallen
No,
Order.
like
This-
for the number.
in the Running
like
Man
four,
from
as in the
Ocarina
symbol.
of
You
Time.
can't beat his meat.
It's Sunset Overdrive.
This is a bad batch.
She looks like she's wearing the Burger King crown.
So fuck that. So I can't kill or fuck the Running Man because I can't catch him. So I guess I'm gonna have to marry him on paper only.
You can catch him in Garuda Valley or
I think I'm
You
gonna.
can't beat him.
I'm gonna kill
Well,
Fork
you shouldn't
him.
beat your wife anyway.
I'm gonna kill Fork him and marry Marin. Not to be confused with Marin. Fork him's on the crackers.
Who's Marin? Oh, Jedi.
Yeah.
All right, first one. Ellie, The Last of Us Part 2. Kill.
Yeah.
Junpei Iori from Arena, so he's an adult. Show Junpei Iori from Arena. That's definitely a Mary because he's still voiced by Vic.
All right.
And Nestor from Spyro. Oh fuck.
What?
Which one is
I
Nestor?
thought he was
He's
the
the
first.
he's
No,
the
from
one
Arena.
that declares himself with
Arena?
a dusting of the shoulder.
Like,
I need to look at
He's the one.
Nestor too.
He's the one that's like, find dragons first. That's all information I'll let you know.
Fine
This
then.
works so much better
I'll
than targeting
fuck
people
Nestor
with
Nestor.
Spyro.
I'll fuck Nestor, marry Junpei, and kill Ellie.
that's
like
smart.
Junpei.
This is like the greatest crossover.
Blitzo from Hell of a Boss. Naomi from Metal Gear Solid.
Naomi, yeah.
Rangiku from Bleach.
I think I know which
Did
one's
I put
about
a
to
Bleach
die.
character? I don't know if I put a Bleach here.
Well, I guess we gotta fuck Blitzo. We gotta fuck Blitzo because he has to give it good, right?
I mean, he
And
literally
then
has
we're marrying
royalty, that doesn't
Rangiku,
count.
and I don't really know Naomi, so we kill Naomi.
I don't know you, but I think that means we have to leave you dead. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Marrying Rangiku is such a weird thing, though. Is it? Didn't we decide last time that we implied that we don't have sex with our married partner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bucket from Stanley Parable 2.
The bucket! Oh, I wanted the bucket.
Dagon from Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Do
You
you
get
know?
Dagon. You get Dagon.
I'll get the bucket.
I got a little one. Polly from Ori. I think I'm. Did I put Polly?
No, I put Polly.
Or I put. I know what I put.
Yeah, I know what you put too.
Polly was gonna be my other choice.
Just in case you needed.
That sticker of property of Stanley will be changed to property of Chris if you marry the bucket.
Make your choice.
This is a harem.
If you get married to the bucket, you get to change that picture.
That's gonna be the best
you get
moment.
to
Just like
you get to change that sticker to property of Chris.
Should we show the camera?
you just
No,
you don't need to
It'll
for.
in post.
I mean, I'll know that one. Yeah.
Property of Chris. Just
You
imagine
gonna fuck
that.
the bucket?
No, you gotta marry the bucket.
Why do I have to marry
It's
the
the
bucket?
reassurance bucket. It makes you feel safe and reassured at all times.
But Polly can do that.
Dagon.
No, she can't.
Dagon's gonna die, I think.
I mean, yeah, she could just let. Yeah.
You
How you
get
gonna
to
kill a bucket?
marry the bucket.
So you
People
can't
fucking
kill
died
a
at
bucket, so
Polly's
you
last
have to marry your bucket.
Okay, so what's your choices?
I'll marry Polly. I'll fuck the bucket because it's the cum bucket, and then kill Dagon. Because
Alright.
the whole point of Mortal Kombat is to kill. So it'll give him what he
Balances
wants.
out.
Yeah,
Alright.
that was perfect.
You bucket.
3 pictures.
Yeah, just like that was like a harem. Like I didn't know what to choose. I read that as my life as a teenage robot, and I'm like teenage but robot. She's also 3.
That's worse.
There's a whole episode where she had to go to kindergarten because she said she was 3.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is it?
Veldora Tempest? Which one is that?
Veldora Tempest.
Veldora Tempest from Reincarnated as Slime.
Oh, I think that's the dragon.
Yes.
Is it the fucking dragon?
No, show him the actual dragon, not the human form.
Kisuke.
Urahara?
Yeah.
Oh.
The first episode dragon.
And the Slime Sisters.
He turns into that.
Now, the
So,
argument
I
for the
said- yeah.
Slime Sisters was that since Chris was like, "Are they?
It
Should we
represents
separate
porn
them, or are they
addiction.
all one?" I said, "When you attack them, there's one icon for the
There's
three
one
of them."
health bar.
So it's
Do you need this? Don't play it, but yeah.
I can't. I just wanted one note.
One note. You plugged all the holes. Is that what you're gonna do, the slime sisters?
I'm killing Veldora.
You're gonna kill that
I'm
face.
fucking the Slime Sisters, and Kisuke's taking me home tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, you're gonna what now?
He can peg me with whatever anti-visor shit he wants.
He could Simon Peg me.
Anti-visor?
Whatever he did to Yoruichi.
Dom from Gears of War. Raven from Ruby.
Who put Raven?
Not
And
me.
Main from Cyberpunk
Raven.
Edge Runners.
That was my first choice. Like, oh yeah, Edge Runner's main.
Man.
Oh, fuck. I just have the theme playing in my head. Just the
What's it gonna
It was a hard one.
Remind me, Raven is
Yang's mom.
Yang's
Yang's
mom.
mom,
Who does nothing in the whole
Not
show.
Crow, but
killing her.
Yeah. Something the show should have done
But
a long time
what about the
ago.
step on
But
me
I-
energy?
I
There's
have
none
to
of that.
choose
It's
between
overdue.
two big men. I
I don't think you actually fuck them.
I-
I could be wrong.
I
think
think
you can do
I
this.
think I fuck Main and marry Dom.
Yeah, it sounds
Um,
it sounds all right with me. You make whatever choice your heart
Your heart
says.
Violet Nightshade from My Sims.
That's the goth
That's the
girl.
goth girl that mom likes.
Morrigan from Darkstalkers. Morgan? Did you spell it wrong?
No.
No.
No, that's how
Don't-
it's spelled.
Question my spelling of Darkstalkers.
Paul
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney. A
A beetle. An actual beetle. I named him.
Kill
He's 80
Paul
I'm
McCartney.
gonna kill Paul
No,
McCartney.
he's 81. Let him live a little longer.
He doesn't.
He's
need
lived
it.
long enough.
I looked up
Morgan's older.
We're gonna.
Hold on. Let me
Do
get
you want to marry
I
the
know the
succubus
both of
or
them.
No,
the
he
goth
put a
girl?
beetle, so it has to be when he was in his 20s. So he's younger than you.
Succubus or goth girl?
How can you say no to that?
They both got the bat wings.
Oh yeah, you're in a real toss-up.
Wait, if you fuck Morgan, you die. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. So I guess we fuck Violet and then marry Morgan.
Okay.
That's fitting.
You're really gonna have sex with mom's girl like that?
Yeah. You're gonna have sex with mom, so
What?
what?
Wait.
Wait,
Wait
a
a second.
Well, can I read all these first before we continue? Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh,
You know.
that's funny.
Yes.
Okay.
Elise from Sonic 06.
Who put Elise?
Me.
Elise.
And Biker from Holland, Miami. Someone get on
I'll
that.
get biker.
I can't make a decision until I know who Biker looks like. So
Do you want him with the helmet on or off?
just Google image so I can see them both.
So here's the helmet,
Just a helmet.
and here's what's underneath.
Kill the biker.
Damn, you really gonna leave him like this?
Yeah. I mean, Elise is royalty, so I could like marry into that, and then maybe just forget about her after that, and then fuck Lucy.
Never gonna forget that.
Alright. Leone from Akame ga Kill, of course.
Leone's pink hair girl, right?
No,
No.
she's blonde with like
Who's the lead?
claws.
blonde
Yoriichi
girl.
from Bleach.
Yoruichi.
Yoriichi's the cat girl, right?
Yeah. Two beasts.
In Couple D Glee.
Oh, an actual
Wait, what's he from? He didn't
toss-up.
put. What?
You gotta fuck Yoriichi, right?
Killing Double D Glee.
No,
He needs to be put out of his misery for how
he
hard the
would
game
be
was.
so into your ears, stupid.
I would fuck Leone and marry Yoriichi.
All right, I know this first one's already a kill.
You don't want to be a widower.
Buzz from Buzz.
Kill Buzz?
Rouge from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Throw it out.
No.
And
That's when I took out of the
Beru from Live a Live. Get me Beru.
Oh,
Who's Baron?
Bear, the cave girl.
Oh, he's gonna.
I
kill
think they
Baron.
have artwork for the original. Yeah, that's the artwork.
That's fucking
I think
awful.
the sprite does more justice.
I guess I'll marry Beru. Fuck Buzz, since I need to know what that sounds like.
The two characters that
And
canonically
kill
have sex.
Rouge. 5 minutes will not be plenty.
Oh, there's why under Beru is it Zaki?
And what is with that?
Connor,
That's what he wears. He wears a salamander.
Connor, make your choices.
And that's not
Time
gory
limit.
either.
We have
Sorry, Dad, we're playing
Mr. Bean.
Wait, he's from Mr. Bean?
Bean.
Well, if you specified anything else, it'd be like another iteration of him. So thank you.
Biff Tadwell? Mod Nation Razor?
Kill him, please. Kill him, please. I put him on there.
Yeah. Looked up Mr. Bean.
Yeah, that
And-
meme face.
Hammer from Fable 2.
I'll get Hammer.
What the fuck?
I'm not contributing. I'm not helping get any images.
Is it
Well,
Tadwell?
we're definitely fucking Mr.
Tadwell.
Bean. I don't even need to think about that, but who's Biff? Is that
This
Biff?
is Hammer.
That's Hammer.
That's Hammer.
It really didn't come
Is
up.
that a man or a woman?
That is a woman.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Here's her
Nothing comes
in-game.
up under Biff Tadwell.
Look at Mod Nation Racers like news reporters or something. Nothing came up when he searched his name. He's that irrelevant.
Who picked him?
I did. And we needed someone to kill, like an easy kill count. Don't use a fandom wiki. One would help.
That insinuates
I mean,
that I marry Hammer.
I mean, you could always marry Mr. Bean. I'm pretty sure you'd get Teddy in the divorce.
I think
I
fuck Mr. Bean.
Do you have to know what that sounds like?
Biff
Mm.
Tradwell.
Tradwell?
Yeah. Him.
All he does is insult
I
his
think
coworker.
you marry Hammer.
Yeah, does that do
Yeah,
anything
we
for you?
marry Hammer. Yeah.
Put that next to the Mr. Bean one. You killed him, right?
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How many did I pick? 1, 2, 3, 3. Dale Gribble.
Who?
From
King of the Hill.
Oh, Dale.
Yeah. Jacket from Hotline Miami.
Why are you getting the Hotline Miami characters?
The played up avatar.
You haven't
Alright,
played
I need
Played
help.
Up.
I need help right now.
All right, Played Up Avatar.
I don't need
got it.
Dale.
So Sharky's got helmet,
I got jacket.
jacket.
So here's Jacket in Payday 2.
Was he in?
There's a crossover that put Jacket in Payday 2, but
There.
he's in 3D.
It's just like that thing.
The amorphous looking thing. I'm gonna
Ah.
click this and then just zoom really far in.
Okay.
How are you gonna say no to that?
I'll fuck Jacket,
All right.
marry Dale,
All right.
and kill the played up avatar.
Why?
I want to see that thing
I got to
splatter
marry
across
Dale,
a
like-
wall.
His own wife isn't even faithful to him,
All right. We gotta hurry up.
and his voice actor.
Dogs
died.
Bauer from Blue Stinger.
Goddamn son.
Steve Harvey from Family Feud.
It's
Is that up
there.
there, Steve?
And Mine from a comic. Mine's dead. Sorry.
one's
So
mine?
It's up there, Steve.
mine is the pink-haired girl.
That's Pink Hair Girl. Okay.
You gotta put it up there, Steve?
I'm marrying Steve Harvey and fucking Dogs Bauer.
Who's the other one?
The pink-haired girl from a comic.
Piku Niku. Guy with arms. Piku Niku. We got the song from Fury. Pull up the song.
Song is Angel Girl. That's like, you could stay here.
And Liquid Snake. God, I gotta get in those recessive genes, you know?
This girl.
Yeah.
I think I have to kill the song. And now it's really in between. I think I marry the guy with arms. And then I fuck his recessive genes.
That makes sense.
Connor
It's
turn.
kind of like sad to print all this, cut it all out, and then just throw it away.
Which is why I said we keep the ones we don't kill.
No.
Alex, Kagami's booty call.
She's the English girl from Kuroko no Basket.
When he speaks the broken
Yeah.
English.
She's like, how are you doing, Kakami? It's like... The
Because if I put
blondie-
anyone else, we'd be in trouble.
Oh yeah. Izuna from Guilty Gear.
I'll pull up the picture.
Chris Kringle from Santa.
Specifically the Miracle.
Here
Thing,
Oh,
the
is
original-
that what you want?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll get Santa.
Okay.
He knows. Santa looks like...
No, not the.
Here's
but
Azuna in a different outfit.
Chris Kringle himself.
I do like it.
Does that
Izuna.
change your mind?
So who's Alex again? Can you pull up a picture real quick?
Yeah, you get Alex, I'll get Chris Kringle.
I need
Alex
all
Guilty
pictures.
Gear. No, not Guilty Gear. Alex Kuroko no Basket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
That's
one.
from the movie, like itself.
You might have to
He-
kill
he-
Chris.
He's a man who believes to be Santa Claus and calls himself Chris Kringle, so he may or may not actually be Santa.
So this is a kind of
It's
a tough.
tough, yeah.
I think you kill Chris Kringle.
No, because then Santa will never come to anyone's house
There's
ever again.
another Santa Claus. There's more Santas in the sea.
I don't know. They legally proved that he was
Yeah.
Santa. That's why.
It's illegally
I'm gonna
proven.
fuck Alex.
I've decided.
I guess we kill Santa.
Yeah.
And
Or Santa,
marry Izuna.
So whenever you don't get
Hell,
Christmas
easy.
presents, kids, blame
Izuna's
Connor.
so good. What are you talking about? Look at him.
All right. Valentina from Mario RPG. We're going with the original spray. Hori from Mori Mia.
Horimiya, but he spelled it
I
wrong.
spelled it wrong.
And the Doctor from Doctor Who. But which one? Any of my choice? Because I don't really.
Any and all of them. Every single one's a new experience.
It's the same guy, just reincarnated, right?
Yeah.
He has different personalities each
teenager.
time.
It's a nice
Can I
little
marry
girl.
her then? It's my gut.
That's not her.
All right.
That's
I'll marry her.
All right.
Fuck Valentina and kill the doctor.
You can't kill the doctor.
That's so he won't actually die. Like that's fine.
All right.
When I put that in, when I put the doctor in here, I said a doctor, and who's my next pick?
Another doctor.
Doc Martin.
Pogo from Live a Live, Stinky 2 from Pokemon Coliseum, and Akane from Danganronpa. Kill Akane. So,
Yeah, I didn't. Akane's overrated.
Rui
wait.
is also a
Akane.
teenager.
Oh, you're right. Kill Stinky 2. Marry. Kill. I have to fuck Pogo. It doesn't matter.
He's
I have
the only
to...
one who canonically.
Yeah.
fucks.
So fucking marry Stinky 2, I guess.
Like teenager.
I didn't think of that. I was like, Akane is a teenager.
King Julius Black Clover. I win.
You win
That's
the
such
other
a
kid.
Depressed Ruby, specifically Volume 9.
Fucker.
And Ruby Dark Cloud. I got 2 rubies.
I was gonna play her and I
Ruby
completely
Dark
forgot.
Cloud!
Pull her up.
You get 2 rubies.
So I'm putting Ruby out of her fucking misery. I'm marrying Julius, and I guess I'm fucking the Dark Cloud character.
How could you not?
I mean, to quote the
Jesus.
what was it? To quote the rich guys, like keep Ruby away from me or something like that.
All right, Connor, your last one.
Were you counting so you know they're the last ones?
Impa, The Legend of Zelda.
Which iteration though?
Assuming
Hyrule
yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Resurrected Ghost Ben from The Walking Dead. What if we killed him again? Maple from Beaufry.
Let me pull up the
I'll show you guys
specific
Maple real
Impa.
quick, but 'cause you guys
Impa
all
of your
don't know.
choice. She's the main character of Beaufry, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I at least know that.
That's Maple.
This is Impa.
So yeah, you kill Maple.
You can't. That's the
Prove
whole
the
point.
impossible.
You can't kill Maple.
Santa's real.
Show me how it's done.
So I have to fuck or marry Maple. So who am I
Wait.
killing?
What?
I think we kill Resurrected Ghost Ben.
Yeah.
Get him again.
Because
He'll
he needs
come
to die
back.
a second time. So I guess
Just see what
we-
happens.
I guess we fuck Impa and marry Maple.
Yeah, you can't do anything else to Maple because you can't kill her. You can't penetrate her. So it's like
Yeah, you can't penetrate her either.
Ninjas
Can't
cut,
penetrate those defenses.
Ninjas cut girlfriend from my ninja. You thought of these this morning? I like the way this one's cut. This is a cut girlfriend.
Yeah.
Boo from Mario.
Yeah.
And not Boo, just a straight up Boo, please. Kratos from God of War.
Let me get you Kratos. I know you don't know what he looks like.
I forgot what the girlfriend. Like I've seen it, but I just forget.
I spelled girlfriend with a U by accident.
Girlfriend.
Now keep in
Okay,
mind,
only one
this
more.
is what Kratos looks like now.
Yeah. He's seen some shit.
His voice sounds like marbles
Mm.
in your mouth.
Yeah,
Like-
And that's what's gonna happen if you select fuck.
That's what happens when you select fuck. He's gonna go, yeah.
That's all we have.
I
That
can't really comprehend. Hang on.
You can't comprehend.
Like the most comprehensive one is just the non-colored drawing.
What is this from?
It's the cut I Ninja girlfriend.
Oh, she was
Gonna
cut.
kill the
Oh,
Boo
okay.
because it's already.
I
dead.
thought you- I
Fuck
thought you meant-
Kratos because I want marbles. And
I thought
fuck
you meant-
girlfriend, 'cause
I
why
thought you
not?
meant cut like as in
He cut
literally cut.
No, that's the
when you
sensei.
100% the game, you revise the sensei and immediately cuts his
Alright.
girlfriend down.
Last three. Nylok from Tome.
Did you really?
I did. Something had to be from.
It has to be the RPG.
Nyla doesn't
Nevin
fight.
from Spyro
I
the
think
Dragon.
I put Nevin.
And Princess Ruto from Ocarina of Time.
I
I
mean,
put that. Wow, we all put
she
it.
ain't Mifa, but
We each put
Mifa
one
at
for
home.
your final one. How
Yeah,
do you feel?
I know. So I am.
You gotta at least fuck Nylok.
are you scaly? Because
You're gonna marry Princess.
No, they're all
They're all
scaly.
scalies.
Yeah, you're gonna marry Princess Ruta.
I'm gonna marry Princess Ruto.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Fuck
I have to
Nyla.
kill Nevin. I can't fuck Nevin.
You gotta
wanna
fuck
kill, You want to kill
Nylok.
Nyla?
Well, Nylok. If we're, oh, is this specifically Tome RPG?
System RPG.
Okay,
Yeah,
fuck.
kill that now.
Nylok's dead, and then
Aw.
Nevin's fucked. That's all that. It's 2:45.
Yep, time to go.
Nevin's got plenty of dicks up his ass.
All right. The only other thing I want to do before we end this, because who knows when we'll continue it, is the
Reveal.
the announcements of what we're playing next.
Yeah.
And I have it here.
When you said what's next for us, I just wrote nothing. because I didn't know what it meant.
So we're doing like a split thing next year. So 1 week, want to use at my house, next time at their house, and alternating. Hopefully, we can keep it like that. So we're kind of juggling each 2 games at once. The group game is going to be the same. We're going to keep going with Live a Live and Guacamelee. Just finish those off, so I don't need to do that. For me and Connor, at my house, it's the edutainment stuff. So like things like Pajama Sam. We started point and clicks this year, and we're continuing next year. So there's 3: Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish, and the Putt Putt. And then at your house we're doing Return of Obra Dinn, which I can't remember what the fuck that is.
That's like
That's
black
a
and white
puzzle
game.
game, yeah.
So Connor's playing it. Chris, for this place we're doing Nier Automata, and then for we're doing Secret Agent Clank because I hate myself. Me and Sharky, Yik, and the Nightmare Before Christmas game, I guess.
You have
Which
to
is
get
a
it,
beat
so-
'em
Yeah,
up,
I have
right?
to buy it,
Which is
yeah.
a DMC game.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
that
a
right?
Devil May Cry game,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Wow.
Yick.
That's this podcast. What do you guys
Well,
think?
we hope you enjoyed.
Thoughts, comments, concerns?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Do you like the guy with the sideburns?
If you agree with our fuck, marry, kill list, let us know.
Yeah. Tell me who you would fuck, marry, kill. Wrong
And-
answers only.
That's just the teenagers.
Obama.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, Bummer should have been on
Oh,
there.
bummer should have been on
Oh,
there.
bummer.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, Bummer.
Who wants the honor of ending the stream?
Can any of us get up?
Yeah,
I'm
because
stuck.
we got to go to Christmas.
We got
Bye, Richard.